idea, sir.
Well, for once, Commander Kroll and I are in total agreement, sir. By the way, I do have 50 gallons of bouillabaisse that I need to prepare by tomorrow.
My birthday.
Yes, sir, I could do the cheeseburger routine.
No, it's not for me. It's the crew. They really love that stuff. So we'll
Round one, fight!
Maniacs run wild on you.
Wednesday, March 22nd. Guys, we're here. The Muscles from Brussels has arrived. It's Van Damme in Bloodsport, the movie for me, at least personally, that started it all back in 1990. Oh, a young, handsome lad of 12 years old on a Friday night at my buddy Merlin's house. Put this we had video cassettes, kids. You don't even know what the movie was in a piece of plastic on a tape. You put it in a machine. And I'd never seen anything like this, and I fell in love. I was smitten from the word go. What about you, Jericho Shuntz? Welcome. Thank you for being here, boys. When did you guys see this movie? Because I was 12 when I saw this, and this ignited my love of action movies, this movie.
I think I was younger. I was definitely younger than 12 when I saw it. I remember watching it with my dad. And yeah, the whole training montage, all the different styles together. I mean, it had all those elements of a young, extremely good-looking Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, my goodness.
Easy, big fella.
Yeah, I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Great feelings.
Yeah, great-looking leading man, muscles, all that stuff, all the tropes of the 80s action movies. And, that movie, it I don't know if it started my love of action movies, because me and my dad used to be pretty serious about watching the action movies. But it was definitely added to that list of great ones that I always wanted to see. This was one of the movies that always sucked to see on TV, like on TBS or something, because they edited all the good shit. But great movie. Classic. This goes in the time capsule for sure.
Absolutely. I was probably about 14, I think, when I saw it, maybe. And saw it on VHS with a bunch of my buddies. And, the thing, actually, I don't know, it might have even been, I might have been younger than that, actually. But I remember we watched this movie, and there was that shot that seemed like it was everywhere. It might have even been on the VHS of Van Damme in the splits practicing his martial arts before.
Yeah, that might have been the back of the video. Yeah.
and we were just like, what is this, man? Because we were watching martial arts movies like it was going out of style. Iron Monkey, all those great flicks that we would see that would be on TV or we would rent them on VHS. But Bloodsport, we watched that movie till the wheels fell off the tape, man. That thing was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was go ahead, man.
Oh, I was going to say, I think there is a line you could trace from like the UFC, like the, Ultimate Fighting Championship, the sport, that league. You can trace a clear line back to the popularity of UFC backwards to like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat video games.
That's right.
And those video games to like this movie. And this movie, obviously, like Jean-Claude himself said he loved Bruce Lee growing up. And that was his homage to Bruce Lee. All that he would do was his sound, like Bruce Lee's whoa thing. So like there's a through line there for all of that. And I'm a giant UFC fan too. But I find that fascinating. That whole tournament fighting thing. I think it's amazing.
So you were how old, Gabe, when you saw this?
12.
12. I was whatever age I was. I might have been around 12 when I think about it, but I'm not positive. And then Jericho, you've seen it. And so think about the generation of folks who grew up watching this. It shouldn't surprise anyone that one of the biggest sports in the world right now is the UFC.
Right.
We don't have movies like this because we have real life like this. And that's what's so incredible. It's like we live this now. It's amazing.
Yeah, they also I was thinking about this when I was watching it last night. When he does the splits, and it's prominently displayed in this movie. Every other scene he's doing the splits. But that's his brand. Like nobody can come out, maybe now because it's been so long, but at that time, you couldn't be an action star and do the splits because you would be considered biting Jean-Claude Van Damme. That was his thing. Nobody else. I don't even know if any other action stars, karate dudes, could even do the splits because you never saw it because that was Van Damme's territory right there. And he did it well. He even had that commercial where he has the 2 18-wheelers driving side by side.
Yeah, dude.
And he's doing the splits between them. I mean, genius. He was like, what is something I can do with my body that no one else can do or no one else is doing?
Yep. I got into Taekwondo because of these flicks. And so when I was in Taekwondo, we had to do the splits. We had to do all of that kind of stuff as a part of it. And I used to like practice, sitting on like an encyclopedia or a dictionary. Yep. Like I remember before I got all the way down, and you just like sit there and practice. And we had the upper belts and my master. They'd come around and they'd push on your shoulders to catch you down, and we were like, ah! But it was great stuff, man. Freaking love that commercial.
Yeah,
he's kind of known for the splits.
Yeah,
all the way back here, if you see that one on the left in the boxing ring, he has red gloves and the white pants.
Yeah.
That's No Retreat, No Surrender. He's barely in that movie, and he's doing the splits there. So this is his brand.
Yeah, I'm sure it started with like one of his early movies. Hey, I can do the splits. I'm like, do that, and then that's.
Aren't you glad it was the splits though, and not like, hey, I can touch my toes, guys? And he's like finding reasons to touch his toes in movies and stuff.
But not like touch his toes, like bending over, but like jumping in the air like a cheerleader, touching his toes. Like, I don't know if we're gonna put that scene in. That's
that'd be hilarious if it was something stupid like that.
Well, no, I mean, they originally tried to launch him with his ability to do the Roger Rabbit, and then people were just like, "This isn't gonna work, man. No, we can't choreograph this."
He's like, I can do that roly thing with my tongue. Nah, that's not gonna work.
That's right.
Never mind.
Look, everybody, I'm picking apples. Eh? like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, Van Damme.
You got this, dog.
I think of all the action heroes, I think Arnold's the biggest, I think, and then Stallone is probably second. But my favorite is always going to be Van Damme, just because I was young and impressed one. It was the first one I saw. I saw this, I think, before I saw the other movie, before I saw Predator, before I saw Terminator. I saw this movie before those. So this just imprinted, you know what I mean?
And I think Bruce Lee was probably the first one to do it on a mainstream scale with Enter the Dragon.
Right.
Because it was the guys with a bunch of different styles facing off in a tournament on an island. So I think, especially if he's paying homage to Bruce Lee, that definitely might have had something to do with it. Because that came out, Van Damme was born in 1960. Right. Enter the Dragon came out in 1972. So he was 12 years old. So maybe this was his Bloodsport,
He's on a YouTube show right now. Someone's saying, when I was just 12 years old, I saw Into the Dragon, and it made an impression on me.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I
it
saw
could
it
be.
on VHS. No, like,
This could be,
Rob,
that maybe that was his
yeah,
Bloodsport,
that might have been his.
and they did
Rob
fight to
has
the
a
death.
comment for you, Shant. John Rhee, the American Taekwondo, is that what you learned, Shant? I don't know what John Rhee
I
is.
studied. I think it was what we studied. I think was the more traditional style. So, we learned. So my master was Master Wanji Chu, and we studied the typical forms like Taeguk Ilchung, that kind of thing. Starting out with that. So I think it was a more traditional kind. But yes.
John Rhee, he's from the Rhee family, like Philip Rhee. I think that was the guy from Best of the Best.
Oh.
And then what's his name? Ernie Reyes Jr., the Reyes family.
Yeah, Ernie Reyes, man.
They're
He's
big
a
time
savage.
martial arts family. Dude, he's tight. He was in what is it? The Rundown with The Rock. And he was part of that jungle crew that was whooping his ass. Dude, Ernie Reyes Jr. is the shit, man. But he's big time in San Jose, California.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I loved him in. I watched him from the time he was a kid when I was coming up. So I watched him in the show. They did a Disney TV movie called The Last Electric Night. Then he was on a show called Sidekicks about a police officer who adopts him and they fight crime together. And then, of course, the big moment was when he was in the costume. I think it was for one of the Ninja Turtles. I think it might have been Raphael. He did the martial arts for, but I could be wrong. Yeah, might have been Michelangelo.
And he was in part 2 as himself.
Yeah,
and he was a little kid in The Last Dragon. He was one of Bruce Leroy's students, and he ended up he was in the main fight scene at the end, and he was kicking ass, man. As a little kid, he was savage. Like 8 years old, dude. He was tearing shit up.
Yeah, he is. He's the man.
Plush brings up an interesting, notable thing here. The people who made Mortal Kombat Midway video games, they approached Jean-Claude to be the character Johnny Cage. That's why Johnny Cage is JC, like Jean-Claude. It's the same initials. Johnny Cage was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's a martial arts star and this and that. And the weird thing is Jean-Claude ends up playing Colonel Guile in the Street Fighter movie.
That's what he did instead of.
So weird.
Yeah.
So either way, it would have been a shitty movie. I think he could have made it a little bit better because I don't know who the guy who played Johnny Cage or who ended up playing him was. Van Damme would have been a better Johnny Cage than him. But that movie sucked.
Those holy cow. Those Mortal Kombat movies, like every single one of them is terrible.
The worst one is the second one. I think it's called Annihilation.
Did you see the new one that came out like a year or two ago? Oh,
that one was better. It was better.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I saw a trailer for it, and I was like,
it was brutal.
But but I will tell you what, you can do the best dance moves to that first Mortal Kombat soundtrack. I'm just saying, you want to pick some apples.
Yeah, nothing can fuck with that
real
song.
Quick.
That's
you go fishing.
I think senior year we filmed a short movie for my English literature class of Beowulf. You know, the old, like one of the oldest English stories ever. I think the oldest. Yeah. And for the fight scene with Beowulf versus Grendel at the end, I chose the Mortal Kombat theme. Mortal Kombat, and we played that, and we beheaded Grendel, and I still remember that to this day. So
the song
you didn't pick "Fight to Survive."
No,
Fight to Kumite.
Dude, the music in this movie was so literal.
It was
like I'm staring out the window, looking at the cars go by. I was like, dude, you're saying exactly the scene he's in. But I mean, again, 80s
reading
trope.
The writing on the wall, Wendy's, McDonald's, Chrysler. Like, you were just, when he was in it. Come on, man.
The music was so crazy, man. It was just, but yeah, fight to survive. Then it was post, after he makes whoopee with the girl. Then it's like, in the heat of the night and all that. I was like, oh my God. But
you're an undercover journalist, undercover.
That kind of Forrest Whitaker. I was like, wait a minute, you can't say the actor's name.
Undercover. You gotta say that would have to have been. That's not literal, Jericho. Literal would have been the audience reaction. Oh my God, is that a young Forrest Whitaker? That's what it is, man. Ghost dogs in this house.
Stan Bush does all those great songs.
Man.
Yeah, he was in every song. He did every song.
But
all the big ballads.
I gotta show you guys this.
We gotta have him, man. We gotta have him on this show.
I'm not affiliated with this. There's a movie being crowdfunded right now called The Last Kumite, and it's an 80s, 90s style like martial arts Kumite movie, just like this. Stan Bush is doing the theme song.
Bruh.
Cynthia Rothrock is in it, and some
Cynthia
other like,
Rothrock.
yeah,
Hey,
damn.
come on.
So they're making another one, so
There's
it's going to be Michael Kesey, Tong Po. He is in this
from
movie.
Kickboxer.
Dang.
Right. So,
Who-
the last Kumite, I don't know when it's going to come out. It's trying to fund right now on Kickstarter. But Stan Bush doing the music. So Stan
There's
Bush.
no who was a Cynthia Rothrock after Cynthia Rothrock? Like there were no women out there doing
None.
action
They broke
movies
the
like who
mold.
could really kick ass. Like it was some chunky, poorly telegraphed, choppy, robotic, some female actress like they taught martial arts for 2 months before they started filming.
That's
But
not
Cynthia
true. That's not
Rothrock
true.
was-
Did you see Ghostbusters 2015? I think it was. Did you see that? I mean, that's the same
Oh, that was
Kinda-
fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was awesome.
vibe. No,
What about
it's
Ray
like-
from that girl from the new Star Wars? She's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
oh God.
Like if you
Well,
took
our
if you,
version of that, or the millennials version of that, I think, which I'm not. That's not a disparaging remark. I mean, just that particular generation, I think, and then older would be the gal from Resident Evil, the Underworld movies, like not the same. Like,
Mila
not someone who
Jovovich?
actually knew their stuff. Yeah,
Mila Jovovich, I think she was good at maybe action, like shooting guns and shit. But Cynthia Rothrock was a legit martial artist,
she's
like
legit.
weapons master and all this shit. She was badass. Like there were no stunt doubles for her. She was kicking ass. But no, I don't think there's anybody. There hasn't been any female action stars, legit fighters like that. After her, but Cynthia Rothrock was a shit. But I think she might have had some movies made by Canon, just like this. Like there was that company back in the day, Canon Films, and they have like Break In, this movie, wasn't Over the Top. Yeah, they made some movies back in the 80s, and there's like a big long story behind them. They were like some shady Israeli dudes or some shit. Was it Masters of the Universe? So they're responsible for some of these movies that are iconic from the 80s that now, they're like horse shit. But at the time, man, they were doing their thing. And some of the movies, like the acting and shit and Breaking, that was so bad, and other ones. But like this one, the music was legit. Yeah. That guy, that song, it might have been a little too on the nose as far as what was going on in the movie when they were playing the song, but it sounded good. And that guy can sing.
Here's his best ever right here. I'm going to share this. Hold on.
Let's have it.
This is his best ever. I hope the sound comes through. I clicked the little button.
Oh, is this Transformers? Yeah.
Hold on, let me back it up.
Oh yeah, it's the greatest.
You hear it?
You got the touch.
We got it.
Come on.
You got the power.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, man. This dude was the best.
That is so good, dude.
He had his niche, and he did it well.
Right.
And see, side note, that's the Transformers I was expecting.
Right.
Yes.
Just like we saw in the original cartoon, which is why we were here in the first place to see this shit. That's what brought people here. That's what makes people want to see your movie, Michael Bay, and you did not give us that. Sorry,
Instead, it was a childhood snuff film.
Fucking terrible. They didn't even look right.
I told you, they look like silverware to me. Like if you take the drawer, you dump all your forks out. That's what all the Transformers look like.
That looked
Stepped
weird.
on
Like,
my Transformers.
You couldn't even make out their face and shit. And then they had blood, like they were bleeding green, like robot blood, and you were like ripping out their spine and shit. Like, are these humans? What the fuck is this? So stupid.
I'm not woke and I don't get offended by racial jokes. I enjoy them quite a bit, actually. But there were two ghetto ass Transformers.
Yeah.
That was.
They were like super, like not even Subarus. They were like Hondas, like little cheap piece of shit, like Chevy Volts or something. They were fucking, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Fuck this shit. Like that was they basically should have said that, and they should have had do-rags on. That shit was fucking awful.
The thing about it was, for me, is that when you talk about iconic characters, and people don't even think about this kind of stuff because they just go back and they're like, okay, like who is the person you had for jazz? You had Scatman Crothers, one of the great actors in entertainment. You had so many incredible voice actors working on the original Transformers. So if you're gonna bring it, like if you're gonna actually try to launch a movie. And it's a franchise, by the way, that's designed. And I don't know if you guys know this. Hasbro is in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. It's right here. I've done freelance work for them, concept art. It's just like, Mattel is right out of LAX. I mean, it's practically right next door to LAX. But, I've done work for both of those places, and the mistake they made, and those movies made a lot of, they were in the black in terms of the fact that they had GM and all of these, contracts for licensing, but they lost the toy sales with those. Like, that was the thing they didn't understand, is that these characters are iconic, and if you change what car they are to sell the latest model car, it might not connect with people. It's still rough, man.
Oh, you're totally right. They hurt their toy sales and all that, and they hurt the brand with that. Hey, guys, Shanta and Jetty, you did something great. You sent me something great, and we have a super chat now. So, guys, +5 for $2. Thank you very much, friend. Very generous. Orson Welles, a.k.a. Shadow, a.k.a. Unicron. But
amen.
You sent a super chat. This is what happened. Thank you. Sean's made that and sent that to me yesterday, so I enjoyed that quite a bit. So if you want to see that again, it's going to cost you. The first one,
that's right.
Well, the first one wasn't even free.
Always free.
I messed that up. The first one wasn't even free.
Second one's free. We're doing it different here.
Yeah, second one's free.
Second one's always free.
Yeah, that's what they said. There you go. Second one's free. There you go.
Fucking
that was Orson Welles' last performance. Jeez.
Yes, right. Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
it's gonna be out of control.
Here we go.
Well, thank you, Rumafay, $10, very generous. And that gentleman flying backwards, getting his butt kicked, Paco Prieto. I had dinner with him. The Kung Fu dinner I always talk about from August. I had dinner with him and Todd Senafonte and Sheldon Lettich and all those guys. The Sandman from Death Warrant was there. All kinds of guys.
Dude, you gotta tell these people the truth. You're lying to our audience. First of all, it was not a dinner, okay? Gabe went to a Kumite. Listen to me, people.
And he made it.
He went to a Kumite, a secret martial arts tournament that seemingly everybody knows about.
Okay, USA.
Okay, USA. Sean, you
right.
got to make me one of those, man.
Oh, I'm on it, man.
So I can drop it when somebody does a super chat. That's pretty funny.
Jericho, listen, man. You've got my number. You reach out anytime, man, and we'll come up with something diabolical.
True that.
Says, here's your money for your Bostomania, brother.
Brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tammy A.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Rack it up one more time. Thank you very much, brother. Very generous of you. Let's see it again.
God. It gets me every time.
I like.
Oh, Jericho, we're going to make some magic for you, man. We're going to make some magic.
I know
it's on.
No.
Oh, that's so funny. But that was as much Van Damme's thing as the splits were.
Right.
That showing the same shot, the same kick, and ending with that shit. That was him. Nobody else did that shit. I don't know if he had it copyright or whatever, but that was his thing.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see.
Yeah,
real quick,
movie,
we'll get it. Oh, go ahead, Sean. Go
no. I just was gonna say this movie. It's funny because what happened in the 80s, what was really interesting in the 80s movies, was it talked about a lot of things, even though a lot of it was fictionalized, but the political undertones, like here's Hong Kong, you go down that alley, it's like mainland China. It was amazing how interesting, these movies are, even these action movies that people think of as no budget, crank them out fast, and there was so much more thought put into them in most of the scripts you see today. I was a little shocked.
That was Canon Films. Money, get it done, crank it out. They have, if you look up their filmography, man, there's so many.
Sorry,
no.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to throw.
Where'd that come from? Right to his ball sack.
I was clicking on something and I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead.
No,
and that
you got
alley
more
they
problems.
walk down, the alley they walk down to get to the damn Kumite, I was like, man, what?
This is
Fuck
imagine if
this?
Van Damme stubbed his toe and went to replay.
And then
That's the
one.
next video. I mean.
Oh, here we go, another one.
Damn it,
Tammy, here's your mania for some pasta mania, brothers.
brother.
Thank you very much. We'll put it to good use. We'll give it to people who are hungry for pasta mania.
That's what we do,
Amen.
brother. All the pasta that we don't sell at Pasta Mania, we bag that shit up, brother. We send it over to those poor countries. We give them more pasta than they know what to do with, brother. We get notes back. Please, Hulkster, no more pasta, brother. But I don't hear that shit. We keep sending it, brother.
Hulkster, that's really generous. Your organization does that. What region did you send the most pasta to in the last year?
Last year, brother, I think we sent a lot of it over there to Africa, brother. You know, they're always needing food over there in Africa. And I tell them, brother, you're going to get the rigatoni, brother. You're getting the gravy, brother. And you're going to get that Parmesan to put on top.
Is rigatoni their favorite pasta?
No, it's just what I have the most of, brother.
Oh,
Back in 1987, brother, when I was riding on the back of that red and yellow Harley, brother, I got a deal. They said, Hulkster, we're going to give you 900,000 pounds of rigatoni, brother, for $5. You know the Hulkster. I couldn't pass it up, brother.
When you bought the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, his pasta company that went out of business, you bought all his pasta wholesale, right? Or at a discount?
No, that was a separate bad business deal, brother. I'm sitting on 1.5 million pounds of rigatoni, brother.
Oh, my gosh.
That
Wow.
was a separate.
That explains Rigatoni Thursdays. That explains it.
Oh my
Pretty
God.
soon, brother, it's going to be rigatoni Monday through Sunday, brother. I got to get it out of here.
All right, that makes sense. Thank you, Hulkster. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah, you know,
bless you.
Hulkster, he's a great wrestler, not a great businessman. So,
Yep. I salute you. By the way, my friends are one of our friends, another one of the parents there, and she's Navy, former Navy, retired, and she was hilarious. I talked to her about you and the salutes, and then she did the Marine salute as a joke, and I went, "Oh my God, it's everywhere!"
it's horrible.
She was like this, you mean? And I-
oh,
It's like he does that salute like he's trying to strike someone out in Game 7. Of the
Yes,
World
he does.
if you
Yeah.
did that salute active duty, they probably discharge you dishonorably for that.
You
That's
would be
what it
one
should be.
discharged seaman.
Come on.
Hey.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Hey.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just show this real quick, and then
Oh,
we will.
and that
Stop.
looked like something different when it was a steel pig.
I just want to point out
He's like, put it in my mouth. Ah.
the thing that scares me about that is the fact that earlier we'd seen a sequence where he can snatch a fish right out of the water. So
Wait.
all I saw was his hand go up there and come out in a fist.
Just pull
We
out
don't know
his
what he
testicles.
took with him.
Ah.
Ah!
Ah. And I think
he goes up a few octaves. In
the crowd. Ah. I
All
think
kinds of oohing and ahhing.
in real life, I believe that Hulk Hogan missed. My brother told me that he was picking his kids up or something, and he missed the phone call to get the George Foreman grill deal, and that's how
nice.
he missed it. Because there, at one point, we all had a George Foreman grill. I bought multiple ones over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody had a damn George Foreman grill. At
If
one
you're an
time.
American.
I won't
Yeah, you're
allow
not
a
a
George
commie piece
Foreman
of
grill
shit.
within 1 mile of my property. I missed out on that deal by that much. I was down at Ted DiBiase's pasta factory working out my pasta deal. He sold me 17 tractor trailers of rigatoni, brother, and now I don't have the Hulkster grill. Thank
Dude,
you
he
very much, Mr. DiBiase.
pissed.
I'm gonna
Pissed on Ted DiBiase.
I'm absolutely going to start using that. Hi, I would like to know if I could interest you in what I consider to be a separate terrible business deal.
As long as it's not connected, brother, I'll sign on the dotted line.
Yeah. It's like a fork in the road and they both go to shit. That's like...
He's easily fooled. I would be pissed though. I'm sure he's probably not even over that completely today.
Oh man,
I'm sure that still bugs him a little bit.
and then there's a divorce on top of that I'm sure is not helping either.
So it could have been a Hulk Hogan grill. Hold on, let me back up because I love where this is going. Hulk Hogan would fit into the Warhammer 40K Marine unit.
That's right.
When they say brother, yeah, they do say brother over. Now that is true.
You gotta kill those Tyranids, brother. They're invading the space station.
But I love this. It could have been the Hulk Hogan grill.
Yes, it could have been.
You can cook rigatoni on this grill. You can cook fettuccine. You can cook clams. Anything you want. Any pasta will cook on this grill. Perfection, brother.
That's right, brother. We call this sumbitch al dente. You put anything in there, brother. No water, no oil or nothing. Put the pasta in there. Close that son of a bitch. And pretty soon you're going to have pasta that your Italian grandmother will be proud of, brother. And you can sit that grandma on the back of that red and yellow Harley, brother, and ride it over to Ted DiBiase's house like I do every year on his birthday and kick his fucking ass, brother. Because I'm still sitting on the rigatoni, brother.
And I would love it. Thank you. I would love it if the pasta maker came in red and yellow only. You
know it would have. You know it. It would have came wrapped in a little T-shirt that you tear open to get the grill out. You know Hulk Hogan would have done that, man.
If it was a Hulk Hogan grill, it would literally be in the shape of yellow boot with the undercover. Wait a minute. Someone says it looks like you're eating the pasta.
Hell yeah, brother!
No,
give me a fork full of that right here, brother.
Here.
Open wide. See that?
I know it looks
Here
like
comes the airplane, brother.
No airplane here, brother. Put the rigatoni on the fork, and my mouth is open wide, brother. Matter of fact, you bring enough rigatoni around me, all my holes are open, brother.
It looks I just want to point out it. I never thought I'd see this, but it looks like Hulk Hogan is feeding jerk.
Now we can't
pasta over his shoulder. Come to Pasta Mania, and Hulk will feed you. He will fork feed you.
He will. But you got to buy the 5-pound rigatoni. If you get that one, he'll feed it to you. God. All 5 pounds of it.
I will spoon feed you, and then we could spoon right after. Tell me about your day. What's bothering you? What you think about life? We can spoon after I spoon it in your mouth.
That's right, brother. I give you the spoon up top, and then I give you the spoon downstairs from behind, brother. I'm always the big spoon, brother.
Dude,
don't worry about what's in that lump in your back, brother. Just get comfortable and talk to me, brother.
Dude, I'm making 3 overlays now. This week, that's my goal. So he's feeding all 3 of us. It's just click on.
Give him like 3 arms.
I know, it's just... Oh, God.
No rigatoni phony.
Hell no, that's gotta be real.
If you want to ride the rigatoni pony, come on down to Pasta Mania, bro.
Hey, but cover your eyes, brother, because when you ride that pony good, you're gonna get that gravy, brother. This rigatoni sprays, brother.
Oh my goodness. You know what that deserves? That just deserves a freebie for
I feel like we've all won. We deserve that.
Yes, we have.
And that's another thing. In that movie and in Bloodsport, a lot of blood out of the mouth hits. Like when he gave him that last elbow uppercut, you can see the blood fly out. Everybody in Bloodsport, they get hit and they're spitting, copious amounts of blood everywhere.
Right.
So, shout out to the massive amounts of blood.
There were some great violence effects in this movie. There were some really odd but great violence effects. We'll get to the leg once we get rolling.
Yeah,
on
that was
bad
unfortunate.
Boy,
He's gonna have to definitely get him a new one.
You don't need
whatever,
you wait.
Whatever that was, he needs a new one.
I needed a clip of Jeremy Renner in the audience going from the town going, "There goes college soccer."
Man, he'll never tap dance again. Is that a Marlboro building right there? 80s, come take me back.
Yep.
Come and get me, 80s.
Miss the 80s.
Because when else are you going to see a Marlboro building?
Mm-hmm.
It might be None the Miser. It might be.
Hold on. One last Hogan comment, and then we got to move forward.
Then we press on.
Hop on it. Hold on tight. You're going to eat your fill tonight, brother.
There you go. There you go.
We're filling all those orifices, brother, you're gonna come out of here watertight, brother. Yeah, we're gonna put it in there and then there too, brother. I might not clean it off first. You never know, brother. All right, that's enough, damn it.
All right, that is.
You're gonna have hepatitis A through Z.
Because I know I do, brother.
So we start off with some nice aerial shots of Victoria Harbor. This is Hong Kong. This is still British-controlled Hong Kong, right? When did the British have to cede control? Was it 98 or 99? I don't remember the year.
I think it was shortly before everything went to shit, but I'm not sure.
Hey.
But for those of you that don't know, Hong Kong was British-controlled for what, 100 years, right?
Yes.
And then they gave it back to China or whatever. Sort of. That's a controversial thing.
Hey, sorry, old boy. Here's your crown jewel of a city back. I'm so sorry.
Right. But I think it's a magnificent looking place. I think I've never been there, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, give me an action movie opening up on Hong Kong again. This is Enter the Dragon. This is part of his homage to Enter the Dragon. That's how Enter the Dragon starts. An aerial shot of Hong Kong.
Yep.
I love it. You're in for a good movie when it starts on Hong Kong.
I mean, we'll get to it. We've already covered, and God, that was a pleasure to do. And one of the streams I think a lot of people loved watching, which is great as an honor to his legacy. But we've already talked about his son's impact, Brandon's impact. But Bruce Lee's impact, again, we talked about Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali. Bruce Lee has got to be up on that Mount Rushmore when we're talking about people's influences on things. I mean, he's the shit. American
He might get his own mountain.
Yep, born in Oakland, born in California, folks.
Oh yeah,
so it is.
Definitely. And as long as there's little boys shirtless in front of the TV doing karate moves, Bruce Lee lives on.
That's right.
And
amen.
Real quick,
God bless him.
This is Beef Law will be coming one day, but we got some Victoria Harbor and Beef Law. That
nice.
Amen.
Those windows again. Those damn windows.
Is probably
crazy,
the most
man.
famous. Yeah, I'm always drawing so many windows.
Dude, what the hell? But you know what? If we want to talk about seriously in comics, and this involves both bande dessinée and manga, and you look at a movie like this, and this is what I'm talking about, we got to start bringing it. And when you see manga, they draw those windows, right? When we talk about these eras in action movies, and we say opening on Victoria Harbor, like that's what we're talking about. You have to make that immaculate reality. And look at this shot. Look at this set right in here. This is a great set design for the budget they were working with. This is outstanding.
And Gabe, can you go back to the Beef Law shot?
Oh, yeah, I gotta reopen it. Hold on. I closed it, so you're gonna have to give me just a second. This was so that's a night shot, just an establishing shot of Hong Kong.
Yeah, see, this is an exterior establishing shot, and we're either going to go into, it's going to zoom into one of these rooms in one of these buildings, and it's either going to be him about to get it on with a chick, or some dude with his hands tied behind his back in a chair getting beat up by one of the henchmen. It could be either or with this establishing shot right here. I'm already excited.
Oh yeah, it might be both. He might have his hands tied behind his chair in a room with a chick.
Yes.
So
you never know.
Some freaky
I love that
stuff
shot
or something.
Love
That's
that
right.
shot.
How dare you even ask this, Rob? Who would win a fight, Van Damme or all of China? I think we already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you go. He beat China's proxy when he defeated Bolo Yeung. So there you go.
There you have it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bolo
he already
Yeung, by the
defeated
way,
China.
I never met Bolo Yeung, but he's the heavy.
Oh, you froze, Gabe.
Dude, you're so frozen right now, dude. Like, so hard. You're frozen like so hard right now.
Now, if he lost his internet, we're gonna have to kill time. Again, that's where we are.
Yeah, I think what he was going to say was he's the heavy in this movie, Bolo Yeung. He's the bad guy.
Yes, and he's also, Gabe was talking before the show, that he hasn't done a signing in many years, and he's going to be appearing. There you go. You're back, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You were saying he's
So
the
you were
heavy?
saying Bolo Yeung is the heavy, and
My wife was coming in the garage to tell me I was frozen. So
She's a keeper.
Bolo Yeung, he's going to be in L.A. It's the city of Azusa.
there it is.
At the end of the month. So I think I want to go meet him. Like it's the end of April, I think April 27th or 28th. But I saw that on Instagram.
That's
So
tight.
yeah, that's all. Yeah.
And Bolo Yeung, a henchman in Enter the Dragon.
Right.
He was Han's right-hand man. And his name was Bolo. Bolo, here! And then he would tell the fights. That's what he said. and he would tell the guys to begin the fights or whatever, and then he ended up crushing a guy to death. But yeah, he was the bad guy in Enter the Dragon too. A lot of nods to Enter the Dragon in this movie so far.
Some people didn't catch that, Jericho, but it was a bit too soon for that joke, man. Han's right hand man.
Oh,
that was pretty too soon, man.
Soon. 40
Too soon.
40 years, nearly years, 50 years. It's been too.
Dude, don't. I feel old enough already, man.
That's wild to think. Like Enter the Dragon is nearly 50 years old. Jeez.
Man, my son. I'm so glad. My son. He loves that movie. I love that movie. Of course, I fast forward the titty parts because I know when they're coming because I've seen that movie so many times. But I'm so glad that he loves it too. And this is another one. This is another from a Bruce Lee movie, Fist of Fury. And I don't know it as the big boss. That's what they called it in China. When I was a kid, the first time I saw it was called Fist of Fury. That's where he goes back. He goes back to the old country to be with his uncle because he was getting in some trouble. And there's the bad guy owns an ice factory, and that's where they hide the drugs. Right. And I remember, was it Dragon, the Bruce Lee story?
Yes.
They were filming that scene, and the guy they slide a couple of blocks of ice to him, and he punches him and breaks him and shit. So this is.
Yeah, Jason Scott Lee crushed that movie, man. He did a great job in that flick, man.
He killed that movie. Lauren Holly, is that her name?
Lauren Holly was. I mean, Linda. Everybody in that flick was on point. I gotta say, actors wise, they had some just terrific people. Yeah, we haven't done Enter the Dragon yet. It's coming.
No,
yeah, we got to do Bruce Lee's first.
We haven't done Bruce Lee Teflon. That shame on us. I mean, he is the OG of the action stars. I think, in my opinion.
Amen.
Yeah, and again, I told you I saw an interview with Van Damme himself saying he got his whole from Bruce Lee's, his acoustic whatever. Oh no, Sean, he didn't die. He just left.
I'm back. It just made me go away when I was blowing my nose. A little bit too much of the naughty soul.
Come in.
No, where'd you go? Where's Jericho?
I don't know.
I'm here. My daughter's just saying goodnight.
Oh, good night.
Oh,
honey.
gotcha.
That's like.
Aw. Dad life is the best life.
It is.
Okay,
you gotta love it.
I told her to come say goodnight to me before she went to bed.
Oh, look at that.
The three of us, we all love being dads. I sent you guys.
Hell yeah,
I sent you all that laughing yesterday. That was amazing. So,
one of the best sounds in the world, probably the best sound in the world.
Amen.
Baby laughing. There's few things better. One of the great things about these movies that we love so much is it captures that excitement, that exuberance you have as a young male for adventure and action and toughness. And can I do that? Like you wonder, can I jump off this, or am I this strong, or am I this brave? And punching, these 40-pound blocks of ice and shattering them like they're nothing. I don't know what would really happen if you punch a block of ice. I feel like you'd break your hand. I want to think I would shatter it in McDonald's cups, with Diet Coke or whatever.
But
Which
it would
way
probably
do you think it would shatter?
It would probably be like those old Tom and Jerry cartoons where they punch something like that and they shatter instead of the thing they punched. Like their arm shatters into pieces.
Nah. If I punched ice, you would see all that splintering of my radius and ulna everywhere.
Slow motion. But
this
shit.
Go,
But this shit was awesome, man.
It was.
And this movie moved quickly. It was only an hour and 32 minutes long, so it doesn't waste a lot of time. You jump right into the training montages for these guys. The big dumb American guy from Revenge of the Nerds. All he does is punch the bag. He doesn't really have a style. I think his style is American, big and brash, and me smash. I think his style is just American in this movie.
He never did any pro wrestling or anything, but he would have fit right in.
Yeah, but they didn't really give him a style. They just showed him punching the bag, and that was it. Everybody else, the African dude, was popping coconuts and shit, and Bolo, he's breaking ice blocks, but the American was just like me punch, and even the show Van Damme, he's kicking the speed bag and shit. Van Damme's kick game, I had to look it up. Last night was the first time I ever actually looked up his martial arts credentials, because I think I read somewhere that he was it Sabat. That's like a French style. I read that he trained in that, but it turns out he has black belts, and he was a fighter for a while. He had some fights under his belt, so he's legit. But for some reason I never looked that up before. But his kicks and the way he would bounce around on the mat, he was light.
Well, did you know he did ballet for years when he was
that too. For 5 years he did ballet. So Van Damme, he's legit. He doesn't have he doesn't wear his credentials on his sleeve like a Seagal where what style he's famous for, but he's legit. I wouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah, he it's sort of he had a little bit of a background in a different way, but before Vasily Lomachenko in boxing, his father would let him box. He made him study the traditional dance where he's from, and him and his father have sort of revolutionized footwork in boxing. And the thing that's kind of cool about it is, it's literally the term, the Lomachenko hop that he does, where he hops to the side, uses his hand to distract, and then pivots around them, is crazy. Yeah, fee-fi, fo-fi.
Yeah, exactly. Me smash target.
God, Gabe, the chat's on fire, Gabe.
Do you want me to kill him? Do you want me to get him, boss?
Tell me which one you want me to hurt, boss.
Oh,
dude, that's just his style. It's just smash.
That's right, man.
Love it.
So we get this scene where Frank Dux. Now, here's the thing that blew my mind as a kid. What you find out at the end of this movie, there's at the end of the movie, sometimes they'll have a freeze frame and they'll write like Joey went on to do this, or this one is allegedly based on the true life story of Frank Dux, who was, I guess, claimed to be military special forces and claimed that he fought in a Kumite, a secret underground tournament where people died and were horribly injured, and that he won it says at the end, he won 200 or 300 fights, and he has a record for fastest knockout and the record for fastest knockout by a kick and all this stuff. And to this day, he still claims that this is all true. Yeah. And there's a great YouTube channel. I've been watching him since he started, but he just crossed 100,000. Viking Samurai. He's the same thing we're doing. He loves all of these same movies, and he does the splits and martial arts and all that. He's totally into it. But he's interviewed Frank Dux a few times on his channel. So if you're interested to see some of the backstory of this very movie, then check that out. He's got some cool stuff on there with Frank Dux.
I believe there was a beef with Frank Dux, and I believe it had something to do with the speed of the kick. There was this guy named Bill. Well, I don't know if he's dead or not, but his name's Bill Superfoot Wallace, and he claimed.
Let me guess.
I think
he's good at kicking.
No, actually, he's a boxer. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's a martial artist, and he has. I think at one time he had the record for the fastest kick at 92 miles an hour or something like that. But I think there was some kind of beef with him and Frank Dux back in the day. But I'm assuming this must have really happened. This whole beginning scene with his Shidoshi, who is ill, and he's coming to visit him, and because they really take their time. One of the few things they take their time on, other than the fights in this movie, is setting up how he's connected to the Shidoshi and their history together and how he came to know him and all this shit. So they really spend a lot of time on that. So I would assume this is something that really happened.
Oh, my daughter just texted me and said she got a freeze frame of all the stats. My daughter collects the imagery for this show, Minnie.
Excellent. And, God bless
you,
Minnie.
A freeze frame. So this motion picture is based upon true events in the life of Frank W. Dux. And I love the way he spells Dux.
Dude.
From 1975 to 1980, Frank W. Dux fought 329 matches. He retired undefeated as the world heavyweight full contact Kumite champion. Mr. Dux still holds 4 world records. Fastest knockout, 3.2 seconds. Fastest punch with a knockout, 0.12 seconds.
Damn.
Fastest kick with a knockout, 72 miles an hour. Most consecutive knockouts in a single tournament, 56. I don't give a shit if he made all this up. I love it.
But these are some pretty good stats.
I have believed this since I was 12, and I'm going down with the ship on this. I will always believe this.
Bro, that is a hell of a resume.
The last card was something and then he started a school for ninjutsu. I'm not joking. I think that was the last card.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I saw those guys in the cafeteria.
Wait a minute. You guys remember when I was in college, just like 2002,
yes.
I was at IHOP with my brother Abe at 2 a.m. And this big fat disgusting guy was eating his omelet, and he just had cheese hanging from his lip, and it was just grossing me out. But I couldn't stop looking over there at him. So then I started to hear his conversation with his other fat idiot friend, and he told the guy, "My master says just 2 more tests, and I'll officially be a ninja."
Yes.
You got if it's at Denny's, you got to believe it. If someone says it at Denny's, it's
it was it was. I mean, the guy was eating an omelet, like he just got to Earth. So
it was his cheat day.
I've got it here, guys. Subsequently, Mr. Dukes founded the first American ninjutsu system.
Well,
Dukes
there you go.
Ryu. No, it's real, folks. Those two guys were not lying in the IHOP. That's where they trained.
That shit
Now-
is 100% verified.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I just remembered more of the story. He said Master Dukes said if I pass 2 more tests, I'll officially be a ninja.
See?
So there you go.
We verified.
He said I have to pass the 72-mile-an-hour knockout kick test. My kick is at 67 miles an hour right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't let me pass.
88, you go back in time. People don't know that.
Michael Dudikoff, star of, I think he's star of the American Ninja movies, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Graduated from Duke's Ninja School, magna cum laude.
That one's different.
That's what I graduated with.
That's different than cum laude.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
so you
whole
know.
nother animal.
All right, then. So, he goes to his master Shidoshi's house, talking to his wife, who this woman looks like she doesn't know she's in a movie when she opens the door.
Yeah. She's like, oh, shit.
She was caught off guard.
Who are
Why are
you?
the cameras here?
Who are you?
Who are you?
But he
man?
comes to see his dying sensei. Shidoshi is like a sensei, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shidoshi.
Right.
Shidoshi.
And then
Yeah.
he flashes back to a young
Fucking
Van Damme,
horrible.
and it's the kid on the left there, which I love. Whoever the costume designer was doesn't know anything about sports.
They're not American.
Yes.
Well, because
They're not
he has a
American.
New York Football Giants jersey,
Yes.
and then he has a San Francisco Giants baseball hat.
Yeah.
So the
Yes.
person that got him his outfit is like Giants. What's the difference?
They couldn't
and,
be they can't be American. They had to be French like
no.
him or something.
No, it's
No
two
way.
different-
Because
two
I know
different
they're
sports.
both Giants, but look at the colors. You think that's the team colors? Red, white, blue, orange, and black. What the fuck?
Steven Scott also went to that lard school. Yeah.
Oh man.
We kid because we love.
Oh man,
right.
this is so terrible. So
Right.
the three of them break in this
someone's
dude's house to touch his katana that they see on the shelf there, and then he sends this kid in there that's his son, who's got to be at least 2, probably 3 years younger than those kids, because you see him standing next to him later, and he's like hella small compared to those kids. But that's his son, who looks to be mixed, because the Shidoshi and his wife are Japanese as hell. That little
Right,
kid looks mixed, so I don't know if he belongs.
She is keeping a lot of secrets.
He don't see it. Come on,
Come on,
the kid looks like
Hold on,
Keanu
look.
Reeves.
Look,
Last
man,
night-
I'm mixed. I see it straight
Yeah.
up.
We see it on her
100%.
face there.
Yep,
I-
slut.
He's like,
He's like,
welcome.
I knew this day would come.
Yeah. How come you don't look like me?
Wait, go back to that kid. Go back to that kid real quick. Oh my god, dude.
Come
do you
on.
see it?
That's
A
Keanu
little
Reeves.
bit of Hulk Hogan. Do you guys see? Like, is it me?
right,
little.
little. Yeah.
Little
A
Hulk
little
Hogan.
bit. We all got a little bit of Hulkster.
Yeah, there was a deleted
touch.
scene where there was a deleted scene on the Blu-ray. Master Shidoshi
Yeah.
gets a paternity test, and she's
Uh-oh.
like, "If you love me, you won't open that envelope." You know,
Fuck you.
It's filled with pasta.
Like one of those snakes in a can, it just fucking explodes everywhere. Gotcha.
uh,
And you know what's
Anyway.
funny?
oh, go ahead.
They've no, actually, I think it's a couple clips away. Go ahead.
Yeah, so these boys, they break into the house because they want to look at the katana and stuff, and I don't know, it's a very weird thing to do. They get caught, and then Master Shidoshi's like talking to Van Damme's parents. Again, the kid in the 2 different Giants sports teams outfit is Van Damme.
Yes.
2 different
So,
coasts. One's on the East Coast and one's on the West Coast. They're
at
on
least
opposite sides
Simple
of the
Jack
country.
in his Giants outfit.
It's not like he's
you guys
wearing
ever
a
go to,
Giants
like,
jersey and a Jets hat.
you ever go to a pro sporting event and someone is just wearing a random jersey that has neither
Yeah.
of the teams or
Yeah.
whatever? You know,
It
you
says
go, to
sports with a Z.
you go to like a Bronco Raider game and someone just has like a Lakers jersey on. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I guess they wanted to belong. They wanted to be a part of it somehow.
Uh,
Even if he would have been wearing a Giants jersey and a Yankees hat, that would have been okay.
that would have made sense. That would've
Same
made sense.
state. but you San Francisco Giants hat on and
Wait
a
a
New
minute.
York Football Giants jersey.
Yep.
on. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Secret
The active
father.
computer might be onto something here.
I knew it.
Mhm.
I don't know. Could be the Hulkster, could
Could
be
be.
Seagal. I don't
Could be
know.
both. Maybe they both.
What are you
Maybe she's
doing
that
in
much
my
of
dad's
a.
house?
Maybe she's that much of a hula that she
Yeah.
banged them both pretty close while she was
That's
ovulating.
right.
So, as like a punishment or a correction, Shidoshi's going to teach Van Damme some discipline.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, just like to better his life. He's going to teach him some of this karate. What is the martial art in this exactly? Did they ever say?
It's not a. Oh, what is it? Shotokan or is,
Okay. Okay.
what is it?
I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
a Japanese style of martial arts, but you can tell obviously by Shidoshi's uniform or outfit. This is in the 70s,
right.
and his parents are both very French, and no, it was
There it
something
is.
else. It was like Shotokan karate or something. I can't remember,
It
but
says it's Kyokushin.
after this scene where his son is training with Van Damme, which actually turns out to be he's helping to train his son, so he's just the crash test
Right.
dummy. He's just letting his son beat up on him. But in this scene right here, he gets up and he lets him stand up and he goes, "Get up, round eye." Wait, what? You have round eye? Like that shit was just weird. Like if they were on the streets of Hong Kong and like two Chinese dudes said that, but like for him being look like he's half round eye, that shit was weird.
Yeah, he should have said Guailu, the proper term for that.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Could have been
Guailu.
Seagal.
Frog or something like that.
Yeah.
Like call him a frog or some shit.
Yeah. God, yeah. By the way, I love like you sum it up so well. The unexplained Austrian who runs the mattress empire is up there with the American soldier who's got broken English and a French accent.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Or a
I do-
French U.S. Air Force officer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I do like how they have to explain Van Damme's French accent in almost every movie he's in. There's always
Because it's
some
so
connection.
thick, especially in this one.
This,
And then-
go ahead.
As a kid, he has a thick French accent, and then what? Like 20 years later, he still has a thick ass French accent. Where you been?
Well, look at Arnold. I mean, he's been here for 50 years.
Remember, you're my number one customer. Like, oh, that shit was so weird.
That's the greatest shit.
A buff Austrian mattress guru. Okay,
Yep.
It makes no sense. It makes no
None.
sense.
it made sense to somebody. It got that went across somebody's desk and got the green check mark because
Uh-huh.
they made that
Coke.
movie. They made that movie on purpose.
I don't even know what this comment means. Oui, I'm Chinese. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I am a Chinese.
Je suis, it would be Je suis chinois. That would be I am Chinese.
Mhm.
So
Oh my
Oh,
God, that
yeah.
kid's wearing a Bartles and James.
No, Bartles and James.
What the fuck
that's like
is that?
wine in a box, right? Or something like that. from
That's
the
like
80s.
wine
Oh,
coolers. Bartles
wine
and James. That's
coolers.
a wine cooler. That's like
Yeah.
fuzzy navel and shit. Remember
Oh,
those commercials?
Wow.
Those two old white dudes, Bartles and
Right.
James.
Yeah. Yeah, we
What
called it
was their slogan?
cheerleader beer is what we called it.
What was they had a slogan?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Bartles and James. Oh man, what the hell is? I gotta remember their slogan.
I know. I got.
But yeah, Van Damme's getting in a fight and everything at school and
Bartles and James. Holy shit!
not going well.
No,
Thank you for your support.
Yeah,
That's the
thank
one.
you for your support. Yeah. No, the sensei's kid, Mr. Get
Yeah.
Up Round Eye, he's getting his ass kicked, and Van Damme comes to his aid. Van Damme saves his ass.
That's right.
Because that's after Van Damme was like, I'm so tired of being the punching bag for your little boy to hit on me. Oh. And so, like, the next day he goes to
Yeah, like
school.
a cigarette. You know,
I am so tired of you kicking my ass here for your son to eat me. Oh. And he had like a baguette sticking out of a
He's
paper
beating
bag
the
and
je
shit.
ne sais quoi out of me.
He's kicking the pate out of me every day. I am so tired of it. Oh. And so the next day, he's getting his ass whooped. And then Van Damme comes to his aid. And it's I don't know, probably the worst acting ever caught on film.
That's saying a lot.
It was
That's so
pretty
cute.
bad. And so they're friends. They shake hands. Now they're homies. And they become brothers at that moment. And and now the kid's dead. That's why
Did
Van
they
Damme
ever
came
say how
back.
he died, or did he just died? Did they ever say
He
what
died in
happened?
the Kumite.
Just died.
He died in the Kumite, right? Right, that is right. I forgot about that. My goodness.
I'm pretty sure he went off and that's what took him down.
It would have been so funny if he was like, "How did he die, Shidoshi?" I don't know. He just died.
Type 2.
He's like, I don't know. He just fucking one day went in there.
He hung out with Shanth, and then he just started eating shit. Like he died. It was
fucking
awful.
out of here. Yeah. So
Yep.
poor Shidoshi's kid is gone. So now, the Shidoshi, I think he's just laying in bed depressed because he comes in the room. He's like, "Are you awake, Shidoshi?" And he's like laying there with his eyes open. He's like, "Do you know anybody who sleeping with their eyes open?" And so he's like,
round-eyed dog. Sorry.
And he doesn't want to do it. Shidoshi doesn't want to teach anymore because his boy is gone. Understandable.
Yeah.
But he's like, put me in the Kumite. I want to fight for you, Shidoshi. And he's like, well, but you're not. He's like, you're not Japanese. And he's like, you always taught me.
First it's round eye, now it's you're not Japanese.
Yeah, you ain't shit. You ain't Japanese.
I wouldn't
And
let
he's
him find the tournament with those cute little bangs of his right there.
He should have. I'd be funny if he still was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not gonna fight then. Kiss my ass. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Nobody
Nobody represents me with such fringe in their bangs. God.
And he just fucking round kicks the old lady. I know you fucked around on Shidoshi. But Van Damme, he's like, you always taught me that, we're family and shit, we're brothers and all that bullshit. Like, what's up with that? So then Shidoshi's like, all right, cool. We'll start training and I'm gonna see what you got, fool. And then they start training. And then when he's training with his son back in the day, when he calls him round eye, he's a white belt. Fast forward to now, he's still a white belt. How is that? What you been doing?
He's been slacking in his studies, playing a lot.
I thought they were just making
hard.
a racist joke. They're like going, "You'll always be white belt."
Oh.
So he threw his white
son.
gi and his white belt away.
Yep.
I'm just white.
Ugh.
So yeah, Shidoshi's like, all right, fool. And hey,
Starts
shout out to
being
Shidoshi's mustache.
Hell yeah.
Golly.
That's a
That thing-
strong mustache.
Tom Selleck was like, "Damn."
Yeah, that's a political statement. That
Yeah, he's like,
mustache.
what do you put in that shit? Like that is
Shoe
like, there's some
polish
kind of-
and Miracle Grow.
there's some kind of formula. Like you gotta introduce like some kind of steam or something to that to get that shit to just fucking be full. But Shidoshi starts training him right away. Again, not a lot of fat on this movie. Let's get to it. We only got about an hour and 10 minutes left at this point.
Right.
So we gotta start training this fool up. And he's doing the classic, his footwork's wrong, so he's constantly tripping him and he's falling, he's just falling all the time. He's, as you can see, he's being pretty rough on him. Got a little blood. But he's, I got to whip you into shape. We got like 2 weeks till the Kumite, and you're a fucking white belt. So I got to go hard in the paint on you.
Why would you say the bear is a white belt?
Yep.
Like, dude, you're a white belt, and I got to get you ready for a Kumite. You better sleep.
Yeah. Don't worry. In about an hour, you're gonna be a red belt.
He's like, dude, you're gonna have to stay at my house. I got 2 weeks to get you a fucking.
Can you imagine you're paying
Kumite
money, like
ready.
you go to your local Cobra Kai and you're gonna learn martial arts, and the instructor starts beating you with sticks. What the hell? That doesn't teach people anything.
Yeah, and not as a grown man. You're not gonna beat me as a fucking grown man. But Shidoshi, he can do what he wants, and he's training him. And are we getting what was the guy's name who was doing the singing?
Stan Bush.
Yeah, are we getting Stan Bush by now?
Oh yeah, why not? Serving tea with the blindfold. I know this bitch cheated on Master Shidoshi.
Yeah. Dude, it's that on the nose.
Even
with the
with
song.
the blindfold, I can see that getting yours.
You're a whore, woman. So he's serving him tea. He's walking around the table serving tea perfectly because he's blindfolded.
That'll
And then
help
he
him
sits
fight.
down.
For real, that'll help him fight.
Well, yeah, obviously. Everybody has the tea serving portion of the Kumite.
Hold on. I like this theory. Redacted Computer, he has the extended Blu-ray Criterion collection. They only
Extended.
Yeah, it has, and it goes deep on the lore. Shidoshi's son Look at this. Shidoshi trains Jean-Claude by showing him photos of Steven at an all-you-can-eat buffet with a picture of the son on the ground dead. In the photo, there was a bite mark on the hand and it's Steven was fighting Shidoshi's boy for the last cheese muffin and killed him. You know, you'll never have to fight over cheese muffins.
Pasta mania, brother. You'll never have to fight. We got enough food to feed you and your whole fat family. Come on in. Fill your gullet, brother.
That's right. That's right, brother. When you step inside a Pasta Mania, brother, we put a piece of bread in between all of your fingers. We put 4 pieces of bread in this one and 4 in the other one. You fat son of a bitch. Welcome in to Pasta Mania. Let me see your kids and their fat fucking hands, too. They get 4 in each hand, brother.
What if I want pasta between my toes? Can you do that?
No problem. I'll pick you up, brother, like I did that mean giant, Andre the Giant, brother, at the Pontiac Silver Dome, and I'll take your shoe off 1, 2 at a time, brother, then the sock. Don't worry about what that tickling feeling is on your toes, brother. Just know that I'm putting bread in between those sons of bitches at Pasta Mania.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Can I get it like with melted mozzarella, a little bit of gravy on the side? Can I get it that
Of
way?
course you can, brother. I melt the mozzarella with the heat of my mouth, brother, 98.6. I hold it in my mouth for a minute and a half. It's melting. I baby bird that shit onto your bread, brother. For an extra $1.95, I'll baby bird it into your fucking mouth, brother.
And that's why we
Get a little dark there at the end.
You almost killed someone.
It gets like that, man.
I love the F-bomb got thrown
This man's sitting on 1.5 million pounds of that rigatoni, dude. This shit gets hard.
Oh my god.
I don't blame him. I blame Ted DiBiase because he knew Hulkster had a real problem with making stupid fucking business deals.
Some people gamble. Hulk Hogan made additional but separate business mistakes.
He buys it all, dude. That's his
why
problem.
he's the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, because he can make.
You can just see him sitting there with his business manager. But I'm assuming that Hot Dog Mania is doing all right.
Hulk Hogan. Everybody knew in the WWF that Hulk Hogan was just stupid and he would just buy into any business deal. It was crazy.
Tammy, that's right.
John is a public service announcement. He says Nurse Tammy A gave the warning. If eating or drinking this stream may be a choking hazard, LOL. All of you will survive this. You will survive this, okay?
You'll be fine. Sean dies like at least 2.5 times per.
The only person
podcast
who won't survive this show several times is myself.
Yeah, I think the tea is the most effective thing for training and fighting.
It has to be hot tea, though. Yeah. It can't be iced tea.
And getting beaten by
and so right after that, at the end of the tea scene, because this comes into play later, gentlemen, at the end of the tea scene, he sits down to have his own tea, and then Shidoshi goes to give him like a back chop, and he stops his hand, even though he has a blindfold on. So now in this probably 6 to 7 hours of his training, he can hear like a jackrabbit, and he knew that hand was coming, and he stopped it. And then he looked at his wife, and he goes, and he like nods at her.
And she's looking over at this guy in the next house over.
Yeah, please get me
He's
out
like,
of here.
at least someone around here is honest.
At least he's not
Wouldn't that be awful if they were having their passive-aggressive marital fights?
Yeah, in front of him.
They're all speaking Japanese in front of Van Damme, so he doesn't understand. He's like, maybe he's Steven Seagal's son, too. I don't know.
Fucking bitch.
Thanks for serving me tea. Apparently, this one's arms don't work.
I'll
God.
never forgive you, bitch.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So, listen, if I'm paying for martial arts instruction and the teacher does this to me, I'm calling the cops. All right? This isn't real martial arts instruction. This is nonsense. It's fun, but it's nonsense.
Dude, you don't read the fine print, Gabe. That's the problem. I hate to be like this to you, Gabe. I really like you, but you don't read the fine print, okay? When you go to a martial arts dojo, taekwondo, kung fu, it doesn't matter. You have to read the fine print. And at the very bottom, it always says tea and beatings. That's what's going to get you over the hump. People are practicing their punches and kicks. It's tea, it's serving tea and beatings. That's what's going to get you Kumite ready.
Fucked up about this movie, and I'm sorry, this just creeped me out. he did not change the ropes between students. So on one of the posts, if you look, there is a leg and a pair of testicles still tied to one of those ropes,
Still
hanging
it's
there,
like jerky.
limp. And I was like, that's inappropriate. I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. Culturally, I'm traditional.
You got to draw the line
Clean up
somewhere, Sean.
Yeah, you gotta.
I do like the look on his face in this picture.
Yeah, that's the look you have.
Are you fucking kidding me?
All you do is make me serve your tea and you hit me with your sticks. Oh.
Yeah.
But
I
before
gotta
this,
be honest, I just came a little.
Oh,
that's enough. Stop it, trading.
I like this one. Jean and quartered. I like that one.
Oh shit!
Of course, none the miser. Of course,
Yeah,
That's right.
dude's
he's
awesome.
always
Legend.
just sniping back there. He's like
If you
Steven
go
Knight.
back, a couple more, there you go to that one. So that's that's not
Taco
him.
Bell.
He's not taking a shit. That is him at the beginning of the stretching montage, the stretching
Right.
portion. Right, he's
Right.
he can't do it, and he's like pulling the rope, and it's pulling his legs apart. He can't do it. But then fast forward because of the soothing sounds of what was his name again?
Oh,
Guys singing.
Stan Bush.
Sam
Stan
Bush. The soothing sounds of Stan Bush with the montage music. This is toward the end where now I can do the splits, and now I'm gonna pull your whole
I'm gonna
structure.
stretch you harder than you ever fucking could. Not in a gay way, but in a martial arts way.
Yeah. When are we gonna tell the white boy this isn't even a training thing? Know what would be killer is if right in the middle of this, his son walks up eating an apple. Oh shit, we're still doing it?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Here, come here. You already ruined.
Yeah. Just another Saturday
So
night.
it's Saturday
That's
night,
right.
dude. Stretching out this dumb French kid.
Right. Now here he's knighting him, right, or whatever.
Yes,
You know?
he always passing like you've made it. This is culmination. This is the ceremony. You're officially Kumite ready. We've had you serve gallons of tea. I've beaten you mercilessly in my backyard. You're ready.
Right. That's how champions are born, guys. Do you know how much tea Mike Tyson served? Do you know how much tea Rocky Balboa served? You have no fucking idea. Olympic swimming pools full of tea, you know?
So you got to do drink tea and get beat, and you will be
Right.
the greatest fighter in the world.
Right.
Shout out to DMW 24/7 TV. Thanks for coming over, man. Appreciate all you guys
No
being here.
Yes.
see you.
Yeah, he just got here and he died in the sugar week. Please come back.
That's right. Come back to
Don't
us.
you die on me, man.
Yeah.
Don't need a bunch of dead people in here. Stay with us.
You know where nobody's ever died is Postomania, brother.
Oh, but brother, if you get close to dying and I come out of that kitchen, because yeah, I'm cooking this shit, and I come in there and you're laid out on the floor, somebody help him. Your eyes are going to open, and guess who's straddling your body, about to put these lips all over your body? I mean your mouth, brother.
Hey, they called him Thunder Lips for a reason.
Don't pass out in Postomania, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. You will get a delightful awakening if you do that.
God.
There's going to be all these red sauce fingerprints all over your body.
Oh.
And some of them inside.
Right. So yeah, so then just like Yoda,
Is he
in Return of the
depressed?
Jedi,
Yeah.
he's gonna die. He's gonna disappear. Like, you know how Yoda just fades away.
That's the news I've seen.
But is he sick, or he's just depressed that his son died?
When 800 years old look this good, you will not. You know, so he's pulling one of those.
Shidoshi, I must know.
Damn, Shidoshi.
Is Chong Li my father? Or better yet, I think it would be Shidoshi, I must know. Are you your son's father?
Oh,
No.
His father, I'm not.
My wife is a whore.
The blanket falls.
That's fucked
Rough. Rough.
Mrs. Shidoshi, you're a bitch.
Mousy does remind us you get half off your Pastamania order if you die smiling. That is true.
That is right.
Oh, yeah.
That is right.
Get that smile on your face one way or another.
Small price to pay to save $7.
Because you will eat cheap. You're gonna
You
get
will.
full, and it's pretty good prices at Pastamania. I
It
won't
is.
give him that.
Yep.
So yeah, so he Van Damme, you know, he's ready to go off to the Kumite and avenge his not son, his wife's son at least.
Yeah, he don't have shit to do with it. He's like a
Yeah.
spectator. He's like, man, I don't got nothing to do with this shit.
Right.
They're passive aggressive Japanese over the years.
So then cut to Hong Kong
Boom.
and Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Mhm.
And
Who was punching the
I played-
bag?
Right. And I played a lot of football. I coached it forever. And this guy really comes off like those guys on your team, those kind of guy crushing the beer cans on his head and
Yeah.
always telling the dirty jokes. And you have those guys on the team that were the wild guys. And I don't know if it's an actor or not, but this guy gets that character across pretty well. So I think for a movie that's the Academy didn't recognize its merits when award season
It's
came.
very odd.
Yeah.
He's probably like a Rhodes Scholar or something in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, he plays the part well.
Yeah.
You know, he
Right.
was that same guy in Revenge of the Nerds and pretty much everything else he's ever been in.
Nerds.
Good for him. He found his niche.
We had characters in movies where you had guy friends. You had your bro who was going to have your back. And it's shit like that it's like you don't see in movies anymore, man. It's like this guy is I said this, I was saying this to Lauren, I go, how many movies during this time were about a guy and his friend, somebody hurts his friend and he's got to go get revenge?
Yeah.
Or in a movie like Marked for Death, somebody hurts your friend's family, and then you got to walk out of that emergency room with the coolest
Shoulder
effing
to
walk
shoulder.
to get revenge, man.
Keith David,
Shit
shout
was
out.
awesome.
Yeah, shoulder
Keith
to shoulder. That
David.
was one, that low camera angle looking up. That shit was
Hell
beautiful.
yes.
But you notice in this scene, there's a lot of toxic masculinity. Okay,
Right.
he's harassing to a light degree, but he's harassing the local Chinese girl, and you see it cuts back and forth to Van Damme. He's watching the situation. If this jock asshole, or as they say in No Holds Barred, if this jock ass gets out of hand, I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna do something about it. But he was cool.
Yeah.
She wasn't throwing the vibe back to him. He got it and kind of chilled out. But Van Damme was watching, like, in case I gotta do something. This guy can't be an asshole.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, he was out of line when he asked her about riding the rigatoni pony. That's the
You're
whole
always out of line,
domain. That was a little too
Anybody
far,
who says that, though, you're definitely out of
Yeah.
line.
You
That's
guys
why-
got an Olive Garden around here I could take you to? His game was awful.
Yeah.
It was
It was bad.
trash.
It was
Trash.
bad.
throwing up bricks the whole time. And then
Mhm.
we're introduced to the plucky reporter with the chin.
Uh-oh.
And she's here to cover the Kumite.
What else was she in?
I don't
I've
know.
seen her in some other shit too. I've seen her in something else. But yeah, she played the reporter who I just want to see it. I just want to understand like the Kumite. Just get me in there. I just need the story. And that's
Yeah,
her
I mean,
whole angle.
If you want to be an undercover reporter in Hong Kong, I think being a blonde white woman is probably the way to
Well,
go.
yeah. See, I think they call that
Yeah.
seamless.
Yeah. You can't throw a rock. You cannot throw a rock in downtown Hong Kong and not hit a blonde white woman.
Absolutely right.
Everybody knows that. Yeah, she
Because
wants
the
she
aim
wants
there
in.
is incredible. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Her that's her in. That's what she wants. That's her
Ugh.
her goal throughout this whole movie is just get me into the Kumite. But it's going to be a little harder.
This is
Thanks.
hilarious. She looks almost like someone more famous.
Dude.
Maybe
is
that's
the
what it
great-
is. Maybe it's somebody else I'm thinking about.
She looks like the mom from Growing Pains. That's the problem. You know? I think. Dude,
sure,
let me
a
say
little bit.
this. This is the thing, right? That's got to be one of the greatest negging pickup lines I've ever heard. You look like somebody more famous, girl. It's just
Yeah,
I
you look
got
like
brutal.
somebody
will
they're
not-
much more attractive than you, but you look like them, kind of.
You look
I
like
got
her.
one of the greatest
Shit.
greatest icebreaker lines for a woman that I've ever heard. I will not say who this was. Could be a friend, could be a relative. I won't say. They went to a strip club. They'd won a court case and they were just partying with their buddies. It was a huge court case. They went in and one girl went up to the gentleman and said, "Would you like a private dance?" And he said, "You look like the best dancer in here. I want to dance from the second best dancer." I think that's hilarious, dude. She went
It's
and,
great.
and then, I think that's a really, really funny one. So then she went and got her other friend. And anyway, longer story than that. But I think that's a very clever one.
Yep, that's where you wanna
Semi-hot
get 'em.
wife in the chat.
You want to get him strip club.
We got a throwback. John said the semi-hot wife ? And now it's raining semi-hot wife in the chat.
Dude, who said semi-hot wife? I remember that barely. Where did that come from?
I think it was Jericho might have said it about somebody, but it's like, what was it? We got to save my semi-hot wife. Is that what it was? I can't remember.
Go ahead and tell your wife that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
where's that shit from?
Go ahead.
One of our streams. The Marine.
Oh,
People
it
are.
was the Marine.
Yeah,
There's a woman and she's semi-hot. And she's married to John Triton.
That piece. It's my. They have a hostage. It's my wife.
Sir, is she hot?
Well, kinda.
Is she semi-hot?
Yeah,
Guys,
definitely.
Okay, we'll be right there.
We are
She's
making
not
this.
ugly. We don't
and I
say
know it's
ugly
gonna hurt you.
bitches.
Like
Jericho,
okay,
this is the official salute.
Oh,
Double
that shit.
impact.
right.
That shit was an atrocity. That was a war crime. In a movie called The Marine, and you can't get the salute right. Who was their military advisor on set? Did they have one?
Oh, it was Vince McMahon, the head of the WWE.
Yeah. He's like, fuck it, yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Fantastic Sam's. I don't
do it.
know.
I'll tell you who it wasn't, brother. It wasn't me. They wouldn't allow
Wasn't me,
on.
brother. I was too busy in the back cooking this 1.5 million pounds of bad investment, brother. Fuck you, Ted DiBiase, brother.
I always like that guy that was the sidekick of Ted DiBiase, just counting the money.
Virgil.
Dude,
Dude.
$100 bill.
Ted DiBiase had one of the coldest finishing moves. When he was done, I think what was it called? The $1 million. I can't remember his finishing move.
It was
he would
called
take-
$1.3 million worth of rigatoni.
It was called rigatoni, brother. The rigatoni
Parmesan
slam.
Russell.
And he would take a $100 bill and shove it in the loser's mouth. I thought that was a cold. Fuck you. He just shove it in their mouth. But yeah, Virgil, that was his sidekick.
None the miser. We're still not done trashing the Marine. Listen, you're right. Life isn't long enough for anyone to finish trashing the Marine.
Oh, that movie is
you don't
shit.
ever finish trashing something like that. It just becomes part of your life, you know.
It's like
Yeah,
you
it
step
does.
in a fresh dog turd, and the only place you have to wipe it off is the grass. You're never going to get all of it. There's
No.
always going to be
Yeah.
some dookie in there.
Right.
And the Marine is the dookie for sure.
It's the
Oh,
kind
shout
of
out
where
to-
you, it's the kind of Duke where you consider throwing your shoes away. Like,
You're
dog
hovering
mode
over the trash
can't
can like,
do that.
ah.
yeah.
Well, they cost $75. That's too much to throw away. But there will always be shit in the bottom of your shoe when it comes to the Marine, and rightfully so. If you do that to yourself, you deserve to always have that movie come up. Shout out to Brian King B. Falcon. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Thank you. Ooh.
That's right.
Right. So
And-
in the hotel lobby here in Hong Kong, where some of the fighters are starting to congregate, you got the plucky reporter lady who looks like someone more famous. She's semi-hot.
Mhm.
And then you got Ogre here, Ogre and Frank Dux. And Ogre's playing, I think it's Karateka or Street Fighter 1 on an arcade cabinet. And they start to fight each other. Is that,
I remember that game.
I don't remember
What was
what
it
this
called?
one is.
I remember that game, and because in the sound of the crowd cheering and shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie, that game was the shit, man.
Right. And then, what we didn't tell you, we only have the one shot of the shower. Van Damme, he's in the military, and he's AWOL.
Yeah, the U.S. Air Force.
Right, and he ditches the Air Force to go to Hong Kong and fight in this tournament. And his COs, his commanders, they didn't give him permission, and he's not allowed to go, and he goes anyway. So they send a young Forrest Whitaker, and then the other gentleman, I don't know who he is, and they're going to hunt him down in Hong Kong. They're coming.
Yeah,
from
when you
America to
leave-
hunt him down.
In the Army, Marine Corps, Air Force, or whatever, it's called AWOL, absent without leave, and the Navy is called UA, unauthorized absence. Either way, you ain't supposed to be gone, and you're gone. And it's not that they care about your safety or we need you here for the mission. You're an investment. They put a lot of money into you, a lot of training, so they want that shit
Yeah.
back. So they sent a young ghost dog and this dude
Hell.
to go get him, to go track down Van Damme. And he I don't even know how he escaped. It just shows him like escaping from the shower. It doesn't show him hopping over no fences or nothing. He's just, next thing you know, he's in Hong Kong.
Well,
And
remember, the one guy
He's
comes
the
to get
shit.
him and says, "Hey, the boss or the commander wants to see you." And he's all,
yeah,
"Oh, I just got a shower first," and he turns on like 5 waters and then sneaks out of the shower.
yeah.
and-
It doesn't even show how he gets out. And again, in Street Fighter, he was in the U.S. Played Guile, who's in the U.S. Air Force, and in this movie,
Colonel
he was
Guile.
in.
That's right.
He was
Yep.
in the U.S. Air Force with a heavy French accent. I'm not sure how you pulled that off, but fresh from France. He's in
Yeah.
the U.S. Air Force.
The video game that he was playing was Karate Champ. Just
Okay.
so everybody
Yeah,
knows.
that was
Karate
the
Champ
shit.
is the title.
What was that
You
game?
know-
Spy Hunter? I think that was another one out around that time.
Yeah, Spy Hunter was the shit too. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta show you guys something because there's something about the Street Fighter movie that really bothers me, other than the obvious. Hold on.
What
Other than
doesn't
killing
bother you?
Raul
That
Julia.
movie sucks. Yeah, what the
Dude.
fuck was that? And Blanca, what was that shit?
That
He
was
didn't have
like-
no muscles or nothing. It hardly even showed him.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
and
like
Honda, all of them. Ken and Ryu, where are the muscles? Ken and Ryu were fucking yoked.
Okay, so in the Street Fighter game,
Man.
Guile is blonde, right?
Yeah,
He's a
Yeah,
blonde
very.
guy. What I've never been able to figure out about the Street Fighter movie is
Yes.
why does he have like sort of sandy red hair?
Yeah,
Van
And
Damme
it's
is not a redhead in real life,
and
the
Guile's
character's not a redhead.
Guile's hair had this. It was a real pronounced, like
Right.
heavily, moosed, hair gelled, whatever style, like a almost like a flat top.
right.
And yeah, it didn't look shit like this. And I understand. Yeah, it's a movie, and it's not going to be like a video game. It's something that somebody draws, but.
Yep.
Come on, man. Like Ken and Ryu, he was close. He was pretty yoked up. But Ken and
But you know
Ryu,
what,
that
though?
shit was weak. Dalsum, all that shit, man. Those guys
This
sucked.
this was the shit, right? that really drove me crazy during that time period, right? Because there were some changes. We talked about it on this channel before, man. We've talked about it on this show. There were things that got changed that were improved. You've got to be good. So you got 1989 Batman. They redesigned the Batman suit, the car, everything, and it was genius because it had a genius designer. But it was almost depressing when you would hear the pitch. Did you know that Van Damme just signed on to play Guile in Street Fighter? And then those photos start coming out, and nothing looks like the game. Like you would have just showed up to the theater to watch the damn game. Like all they had to do, you could take the same exact movie, change the look of the characters, and it would have made more money. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
It's not even the script at that point.
And
You
he
know?
didn't even have the same uniform on. Guile had a wife beater on, like a green
Yeah.
wife beater, and he had his dog tags. He was in like a fucking, what was that shit? That was like a ceremonial police uniform.
I have
That
no
shit was
idea.
garbage, man.
Fucking
Fuck that movie.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and they were not even like he had an American tattoo, but weren't they like a UN security? Like look at the blue. That weren't they like UN security?
Yeah, it was
forces or
called
something?
something.
Yes.
Oh, the United Nations or some shit. It was some knockoff from that. Yeah, and like we said, Guile was in the U.S. Air Force, not no United Nations multi-nation bullshit. And all the other characters, you can't find 10 buff dudes who can act, because that's all you had to do. It didn't have to be extreme. Just find buff dudes who can act, because that's what the character. Try to get as close to the character as you can. And Raul Julia as Bison. He can't even fight. At least find me another character, another action star who can fight. He doesn't have to be an A-lister, but somebody we've seen before who's big, who can fight. So it looks
That
more
was
natural.
the saddest part of that, though, is that there were no good fight scenes in that really at all. Like
None.
there was
Hold
almost
on.
no fighting. There was all this dramatic bullshit
on.
in it.
There was no good fighting in a movie called Street Fighter.
Yep.
Yes.
So let's just digest that for a second.
Do what it says on the tin when I buy your fucking thing. I don't want
Yeah.
to open up tuna fish and get freaking chicken salad.
Right.
What the fuck is going on at that point?
Copy
You know what
and
you always
paste.
get with your order, brother? Passamania.
Every time, brother. I got 0 wrong orders, brother. You order this pasta, I'm bringing it to you, brother. No chicken salad in here. No pussies at Pasta Mania, brother.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. Only pasta. You're not going to
Only
get chicken.
pasta.
It's not going to happen. You're not going to get fried chicken. No. So anyway, these two geniuses,
Stupid.
they have to go
Fuck Street
to
Fighter.
Hong Kong to retrieve
Yeah.
Frank Dux himself
Mhm.
before he fights in the Kumite.
Mr.
Mhm.
Dukes.
This little
I
guy's
love this
funny.
dude.
He's sort of
Hey,
like,
He's
like
a crucial
guy.
character. He's
Yeah,
he's
he's
their
a-
guide. He's their advisor. He's their
Right.
he's their liaison, their concierge. This guy is everything to them, and I love him. One of the best actors in the movie.
Yep.
Right. Right. And yeah, that was Raul Julia's last film, Street Fighter. He was very sick. I think he was dying of cancer when he filmed that. So pretty sad there for him and his family. But yeah, this little guy, I don't remember his name, but he's hanging
Look
out.
at that lineup.
Doesn't matter.
Right. That's just the three of them, huh?
Yeah,
Dude,
that's,
Van Damme
that's
with
the three of us
the
walking
unitard.
through Vegas.
Is that me? You?
We all know who the fuck I am in that shot. We don't need to say it aloud, okay?
Right.
We all
Don't
fucking know.
Say it.
We all know.
Don't you dare. But Van Damme.
I'm wearing that jacket, with the big sunglasses, and I'm like, hey, guys. What's up?
That's the best. But he
Let's
Van
go to
Damme is,
Pasta Mania. Sorry, go ahead.
they're all painfully 80s in this with their
Yes.
attire.
I
Van
love
Damme with the boots and the unitard, because you know that shirt is a one piece. The
Oh, yeah.
leather jacket
That
sleeves
thing
rolled up.
snaps right under his
Oh,
neck.
right in the taint. Snaps right in the skin bridge, right behind this sack. And Ogre, you know, boom, the jeans behind the tongue of the shoe, the Harley t-shirt, the denim, and little tracksuit dude. So yeah, this is
The jeans, they're a little tight though. You know, a little tight.
some nut huggers, man.
Yeah, it's like he's stealing a yo-yo or something like that.
You know, well, dude, at least mine doesn't snap under my taint.
Oh, my
What do you
goodness.
mean? This is my martial arts onesie. Like,
All right.
oh shit, this dude.
Dude, what's up with this guy's face? He doesn't. He doesn't sound the way he looks.
He is
he lost
related
for
to-
Kumite 50 years in a row before he got
His
that.
face
All
is
right.
still fucked up.
He's related to this guy. Hold on, I'll show you who he's related
The
to.
guy from Tango and Cash.
That guy, but he's also
Yes.
related to. He's a hamburger salesman that I once knew in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
It's Matt tonight.
That's right.
Did you know?
Come
I
on,
heard a
Big
news
Mac
story, a story about that. So anyway, they had a Big Mac commercial in the 80s, for those of you who don't know, and this Moon was playing the piano, and he was singing about "It's Mac tonight" like a Big Mac, and he was, and it's to the tune of that Mac the Knife song from the 60s.
Yes.
I saw like a story or a YouTube video that McDonald's was sued by that guy's family because they didn't get the rights to that song when they made the parody song. How does
Probably
a
not.
big
They figured we're
corporation
McDonald's.
become dumb like that? I don't know.
McDonald's,
McDonald's don't give a
couldn't
fuck.
find the money.
We can
Like,
afford the lawsuit.
They're like, hey,
Although it
they probably
scares
won't
me.
notice. We just run these commercials across the nation. How would they ever find out?
Yeah.
We're just the biggest restaurant in America. They won't know us.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
mean,
that's who he's related to.
Jericho, I've realized something terrifying when we brought up Mac the Knife, which is your Hulk Hogan is dangerously close to a Louis Armstrong as well.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
right.
What a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
See, now admit it, you do that for 3 seconds and you go, how did that man sing entire songs that long?
Dude,
without his
albums.
voice destroyed.
What a
God.
wonderful world. I don't know, man. Because here, brother, I guess it's close. Brother, what a wonderful brother.
God. Wait,
Why
we'll
does,
have to get Hulk Hogan singing Wonderful World.
有冇帶我哋去啊？
Okay, USA.
Okay, USA.
He's like the Chinese Ray Romano, you know? I don't know what his deal is. Why did we go over here to that Kowloon City or to this area? I don't even remember why the little guy Lin took them over there. I have no idea why that happened.
Because he was
You know?
he was explaining to him, hey man, you know, China, it's one thing over here in the city, but once you cross over here, what did he say? You gotta
This
watch
is
your
mainland
nuts.
China.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
was
like,
a
you gotta
guide.
watch
He
your
had
ass.
he had to be with them to
Yep.
keep him safe because he said, yeah, once you cross this point, you know, those buildings, like those super high rise, you know, apartments and shit, like ghetto ass apartments. Yeah, he was in a different spot. He wasn't in the touristy area,
Right.
so he had
Oh,
to
the
be there.
professor in the chat's got it. I think you're right, Antoine Dennison. You absolutely are right. I bet you that's what it is because he was a huge guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that,
dumb what gum.
Duh. That's fucked up.
I'm so bad to remember that line.
shit.
Oh,
Okay,
my God.
USA. That dude was all fucked up.
So yeah, so they get to the secret location of the Kumite, which is in Kowloon City, I believe. Kowloon City, you guys have to look it up. It's fascinating
Yeah.
what it is. It started off as like housing, like really, really impoverished, and it's like a honeycomb of apartments, but in 3D.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's not just like it doesn't make any sense. This thing, it shouldn't have existed. It was torn down in the late 90s or whatever, but it had its own. Like the plumbing and electrical, you just see it going along the ceilings there. It had its own like
Yeah.
post offices inside, and it would just imagine a 3D apartment complex of restaurants, barber. You get your taxes done. Probably have their own police security. It was a really weird thing, very like illegal. It didn't follow any of the permitting or any of the guidelines from the government. But the people there, they just I don't know. They stayed. They wouldn't move out. But eventually, they all got evicted and the thing was destroyed. But if you ever Google Kowloon City. It's a fascinating thing. It's really weird. It's
It
very
looked crazy.
it's very cyberpunky, very like Blade Runner kind of dystopian.
Well, looking down the alley there or whatever that is, they're like
Right.
in between two buildings. Then you look up and they're like super high rises, and yeah, man, that was a crazy looking alley they were going down.
Here's a picture of the outside of Kowloon. Here's some picture of Kowloon. I just got to show you because my description didn't do it justice.
My.
You know, oh, here's a
Look
good
at that
diagram.
cutaway, man.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, let's see this cutaway real quick. So just imagine, and then times 1,000, right? This is just a sliver of it. But people living in tiny little. It's wild. I don't know how people lived like this. Crazy. But yeah, so apparently the Kumite, the deadliest fight in the world, was in Kowloon City, right? That's where it was. And so Van Damme shows up to register for I'm here for the tournament, here to avenge Master Shidoshi, you know? And they're like, you're not a student, you know, because you're a white guy, and we don't have any record of you. And how does he prove that Master Shidoshi was really his master?
Dim mock, fool.
The dim mock.
So, what's that? What's that, man? What's a dim mock? He's like, death touch.
That guy's like totally not on steroids. And hail Joseph Fazio. It's great to see you, brother.
I like this guy. He'll beat you to death with his ears.
Dude, no, but I'm just like, I love what country, like every now and again they're like, I don't know, throw some of this stuff on him and it'll seem like he's from another country. Like I still haven't figured out where he's from. You know?
I think he's like from some Arab country, judging by the head.
Yes, it's trying to be from an Arab.
Because I think in a scene in the hotel later on, the guys that he's with, I think you can tell where he's from looking at them. But he could be from there in China or, some oil sheiks.
He got some serious eyebrows, this guy.
And the gold tooth, though, guys. Come on. Like this guy's
the toothfish
everywhere.
Which, goes on to enrich another character later on. So I'm very happy about that.
That's right.
So to prove to these guys, these are the officials that'll sign you in. I like how it's a tournament that's illegal in a weird place that's also illegal, and people die in the tournament or whatever. We're like, no, rules are rules, guys. You have to be signed up to be in the tournament. You have to follow our rules to enter our
sign on the clipboard.
Right.
Yeah, sign in on the clipboard and break a brick before you come in here.
Right. To prove that Master Shidoshi was the master, he does the dim mac, an illegal deadly maneuver, and he takes a pile of bricks and he hits the top one. And the bottom, like the fifth brick, explodes.
Because he tells him he's all pick a brick, ha ha ha. And the guy goes, the top one. And the guy goes, wait, bottom brick. So he goes, okay. And he goes, yeah. That's his dick poking through the bottom brick. Yeah.
That is actually how he did it. Yeah, that's what they said.
And the bottom brick explodes.
Problem was the other bricks came right down on top.
Right. But
he didn't feel it.
Chong Li, who's the heavy, he's the main bad guy. He's the favorite.
Bolo.
He's not impressed, Chong Li, when he breaks a brick, and he tells us, what does he tell Van Damme? I got it right here.
Brick. Very good. But brick not hit back.
Boom. That's another line from what movie? Enter the Dragon.
Right.
Because when O'Hara, he's about to fight Bruce Lee. It's the guy who was going to rape Bruce Lee's sister, and she killed herself. Seppuku. She killed herself so she wouldn't be defiled. And so he breaks a board in front of Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee goes, boards don't hit back. And then that's when he proceeds to whoop O'Hara's ass. Then O'Hara grabs the bottles, and then just gets worse for him after that.
Yeah. Bruce Lee, like, he's one of those cats. I'm trying to think if we've even had anybody in movies, but like, just like Van Damme's got a type of build. Arnold Schwarzenegger's got a type of build you'd notice anywhere. I think that with Stallone and Seagal and a lot of these other guys, it's their face, it's their look, Clint Eastwood, those kinds of guys. But Bruce Lee, I've never seen that insane build of his equaled.
Right.
Like, it's the weirdest kind of lean muscle. It's terrifying. His lats look like he could take flight. Like, the guy is terrifying.
Like a cobra.
Man.
Looks like a cobra spreading its hood. Did. That was in Return of the Dragon. He's out on the ledge, and they're in Rome.
Yeah.
And he gets all swelled up like that, and then he starts smelling the breakfast that, Mei Ling, which was the name of all the women of interest in his movies.
Apparently, yeah.
It was always Mei Ling. But yeah, that's another, and that had to be from Enter the Dragon. Because it's basically the same thing. He says, boards don't hit back.
Don't hit back.
And but Bruce Lee does, and he fucked O'Hara up.
Yeah, he did.
So a young Forrest Whitaker and the guy in the gray suit, they're from the coming over from America to bring Frank Dux back. He's AWOL, guys, from the chair force.
Yeah, were they NSA or
Right.
military police? I don't know who the hell those dudes
Who
are.
knows? But yeah,
But,
they're talking to the Hong Kong police commissioner. I said police commissioner. I haven't had a drink in years. Goodness. But yeah, they're working with this guy to get some intel. Where can we find Frank Dux? Where can we find this Kumite?
Where can we find
legend of the Kumite?
fucker?
Right.
Where is that fucker?
So he'd have been 24 or 25 in this Forrest Whitaker.
Wow.
Just so.
Oh, young man, baby face.
Yep.
And so you can see his henchmen. Obviously, you know where he's from by judging by those guys.
Right.
So he's not. He's a strangely Asian, Arab-looking dude. I don't know what happened to him, but those other two guys, yeah, they're obviously from a Arab country. But he's like, hey, you come with me. You come to my room, toots. She's like, I don't want to go.
You know that
coming
pickup
with me,
line.
woman.
That pickup line almost never works.
Almost
100% of the time.
You're coming with me,
2% of
toots.
the time.
So Van Damme again, with his watchful eye, Captain Savaho, he's looking out and he sees, this semi-hot woman is having problems. If she was ugly, he wouldn't help her. But
Right.
she's at least semi-hot, so he's going to help her out.
That's the ugly truth. Yeah.
And you're thinking, in your classic action movie, he's going to come over, hey, leave her alone. Who are you? Fuck off. I said leave her alone. They fight. He whooped their ass. Not too bad because he doesn't want to take them out of the tournament. But he would win, right? But no, not this time. Van Damme's too smart for that shit. Because if they get caught fighting, they're both going to get kicked out of the Kumite. Like you said, Gabe, lawless town, people die. But if you guys fight outside of here, we're going to kick you out.
That's true. For an illegal death match, they have a lot of rules. They stick
No
to.
fighting outside of the Kumite.
Hey, lights out at 10 p.m., boys.
Hey, go to bed.
Yeah,
Go to
hi,
bed.
I'm
We
a
wake up at
reporter
fucking 6
for,
o'clock over here.
I gotta love it. I'm a reporter for SHN, Semi-Hot News, and I wanted to know if you could tell me about the Kumite. Like, it's
How did she even get there? Like, this is so weird. How did you make it? How'd you make it this far?
I can tell you.
Louse.
I'll tell you all about the Kumite, but you have to come to my room, darling. He just gives her one of those creepy ones.
How are you
Okay,
from Saudi Arabia,
whatever.
honestly?
As long as I get in there, I don't care. If you got to get in here for me to get in there, I don't care.
She's semi-hot, and he's almost horny for her.
He's getting there.
It's kind of like
That's
that thing. It's kind of like that thing. We're like, I could eat,
That's the greatest.
I'll put it
That's
in
the
there.
greatest brutal pickup I've ever heard. I'm semi-horny for you.
I'm almost there, girl.
You're
I'm
not
almost
hungry.
into you.
You're not hungry, but someone puts something in front of you that it's good.
I'll take a couple bites.
The breadsticks are free. What
Right.
do you want me to do?
Just out of respect, since you went through the trouble,
Right.
But yeah, she's about to get taken advantage of by this Arab dude.
Oh, shit.
And Van Damme comes up. He says, "Hey, I have a trick to show you from the streets of France." And he says, "If I can take the quarter out of your hand," shout out to David Carradine in Kung Fu. But if I can take this quarter out of the palm of your hand, then you leave the girl alone. If you win, the girl goes with you. If I win, she comes with me. And she's standing there like, "Hey guys, I don't want to go with either one of you." And she goes to walk away, and those guys step closer together and block her path. So then he goes, "Are you ready?" And the guy puts his hand out, and he goes, boom, like that. You see the guy close his hand, and he goes, "Ha ha, you lose. Let's go with girl. Ha ha ha." And he goes, points down at his hand, doesn't say anything, just moo. And not only did he take the quarter, but he replaced it with like a Chinese coin. He's like, "I get the girl." Oh,
I'm just waiting for Van Damme to reach behind his ear and pull a quarter out. And
he's like, wait, where are you going? You have my quarter. Oh, it's behind your ear.
I love this guy. He looks like he's auditioning for the Indian Superman.
Right, with that,
He's got a little
that
proceeding.
Yeah. The little Christopher Reeves.
It is a bird. It is a plane.
What?
Yeah, that's exactly right. This looks like a job for Superman.
Dude, hey, those fucking clips I see online of those Indian movies, holy shit, man. There was one
Change your life.
where the guy, he went to the side almost like he's doing a cartwheel, but he needed to right himself, so he shoots his gun into the ground, and the gun shooting, the kickback from the gun stood him back up straight. That shit, I was like,
Dude.
get the fuck out of here. Those clips are the best.
Let me tell you guys something
Oh my
right now.
god.
While we have been, and this is something I want just people to understand about the States. We're talking about Bloodsport. There's a reason why we're talking about movies from all of these different eras. You just killed me. God bless you, Kevin. And this is the thing about it, right? You see this shit and you go, South Korea is kicking our ass in terms of youth, pop music and shit like that, and doing some great zombie shit and period pieces and dramas. You've got Japan kicking our ass in comics right now. You've got so many. You've got India. All of these cultures are like, we love what American culture does, and we can't seem to get our shit together. It's just like, fucking make it happen. Yeah, Arabian Genocide. That's the greatest shit.
Weapon X, I like this, but I'm going to give you a little bit of note on this joke here. It's a bad joke. It's like, so 3 Saudis, a Belgian, and a semi-hot American walk into a bar. There you go. That's the perfection, but good setup, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
She's almost hot, girl. Almost.
She's semi-hot. She's like 3 beers away from being pretty.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, he, basically he's like, I saved your life, so come walk around the city with me. And he asks her out to dinner, so you know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah,
and then,
boy.
He's meditating. We saw this before in his training montage with Shidoshi. He is meditating and he's not letting any outside noises or distractions get into his mind. He's totally focused. He's zen. He's all of this shit. And then Ogre comes in. Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is what he's telling her right here. Let me find my beer goggles.
Let me get my beer goggles so you will be hot instead of semi-hot. And so he's in his room, and then Ogre comes in. Dude, what are you doing, man? And all this shit. And he's like, hello, Earth to Frank. Like, totally dumb shit that nobody would say to somebody who's obviously
ping pong
meditating.
balls in his face.
Yeah, like goes to teabag him and shit. What's wrong with you, dude? But then he goes, when he's done, he's like, okay, I'm ready. And so they get up and head to the Kumite and start kicking some ass. Nice outfits too, Frank Dux. Yeah. You got the smooth gi and shit with the red writing and all that.
Yeah.
That is the 3 of us in Vegas again. I'm not saying I'm going to be wearing a white sweatshirt with the sleeves rolled up. I'm just saying it's possible.
Right. Hey, I'm not mad at who I am in this group. I'm okay with it.
That's right, dude.
I am. I'm growing my hair out for the first time in 20 years.
Hey guys, what the fuck? Where you been? It's late for Kumite and all you can eat.
Gum what gum?
That's right.
Where is the ring so we can fight the Kumite? Yeah, fuck it. I'm totally okay with this scenario. And then they have, and in the beginning, people are setting up like it was like they were almost setting up folding chairs, like they were getting ready for some kind of ceremony or something. And then so now it's going to begin, and then very official. A lot of rules, a lot of pomp and circumstance and tradition.
Right.
Yeah. So lawless, but tons of rules. And kicking it off.
This is personally very hilarious to me. The judge on the left there with the beard is a fucking spitting image of my best friend and then my best friend's dad. That's it. When I say Merlin, the guy that showed me this movie at 12, that's what he looks like right now, Filipino guy. And his dad, Jim, looked exactly like that growing up. It drove me crazy as a kid. Like, I'm watching it in his house, like that's your fucking dad in the movie. I don't know. So it's a weird personal thing to just. It looks like if you know him, that's exactly what he looks like. It's hilarious.
Well, this movie cost, and I want to point this out. This movie cost from estimated to be between 1.5 million to 2.3 million, and I think it grossed $50 million.
Right.
But when I look at this stuff, they were making their movies on a budget, probably not as much as Hammer horror movies were back in the day in the 60s and stuff like that. But you look at this kind of stuff and you just go, it feels real on a budget. They went to these places, sure, but that's still a lot of set design going in there. You know what I mean? Like where they fight, the floor and everything. I mean, look at all this. I mean, you're getting every dollar of that money is on the screen. It's impressive, man. It's not easy to do.
This is about $1 million right here, probably in this whole thing. And that guy with the beard, this is very 80s. Like you don't see a guy with a full beard and a full head of hair like that. You know what I mean? Like that's some real 80s shit right there.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so they have their opening ceremonies. These officials are talking about the rules to their illegal tournament, kind of explaining for us, the audience, but for the fighters. But it's really, a storytelling technique is to get some exposition out. You could tell the audience what they need to know by telling people in the movie they need to know. You know what I mean? So sometimes that is done with no grace, you know, when it's really too exposition. But you said the time machine doesn't work if you're wearing that hat. You know, and it's like they might as well look at the fucking camera when they say it. You know?
Yeah, and I think in the right hands, if they remade this, I could see some of the popular martial arts and action stars that we have now, like the guy from Raid. You know, Tony Jaa would probably be in there, Donnie Yin. So there'd be a lot
of the UFC guys in it too, just because they have big name recognition, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you get a ton of the guy. I don't even know his name, but he's a Brazilian dude. Has braids. He's like the capoeira guy. He was in The Protector with Tony Jaa and some other movies. But like all those different styles represented. If they did a remake of this, but like I said, in the right hands, and that's a long shot.
The problem I think we have is that the UFC is doing this in real life so well, down to like the character backstories. Like the UFC promotion wise, what I think that we talked about Vince McMahon and how smart he is financially and what he's done with the WWF, then later the WWE, and all of the things that have come out of that. But then you look at somebody like Dana and what he's done with the UFC in terms of promotion. And the way they build up all these different characters and they have all these different people you root for and all of the kind of craziness. And I think that if they did a remake of Bloodsport, they would have to really dial that shit up. Like, they would really have to have it be something. It'd have to be pretty serious. Because you get some pretty good Bloodsport in the UFC. When you see somebody like, not even the UFC actually, but if you see in MMA, somebody like Michael Venom Page cave somebody's skull in. It's pretty fucking rough, man.
Right, speaking of UFC and movies and all that, just so everyone knows,
yes,
Bloodsport, Double Impact, everything we're doing here. I am in a real movie that is a huge movie coming out. I am one of the extras in the brand new old Patrick Swayze Roadhouse. I'm an extra in this movie now. There were 17,000 of us in this scene.
Well, true.
But I was at the UFC fight like 2.5 weeks ago, and Jake Gyllenhaal came out to film some stuff that will be in the movie. So they told us all to scream, and they told us we're filming something for the movie. And it was crazy. They did the lights, and they did everything. Just like it was in between two of the real fights we were there to watch. But, yeah. So you're looking, guys, you're kind of looking at a movie star right now.
So line up to the left start a single file line to the left for autographs, please.
Right.
That's exactly right. Hollywood.
But yeah, this right here. Okay, let me skip ahead. This right here where he runs out into the ring and all. They're playing Enter Sandman. We were there for it. He looks great too, by the way. But I'm kind of sad they're remaking it because I think that belongs to Swayze. But whatever.
Yep.
So
I agree. I was at a UFC fight once, and they did that for like a video game. It was like the entry for the players and stuff in the video game. It's pretty cool.
Right. Let's see. You'll stand out. Yes. Let's see. I'll get my SAG card. Yes. I'll get my screen.
That's exactly right.
How is this a Roadhouse remake? I have no idea how it's going to be a Roadhouse remake. I'm assuming that the UFC background is how they're going to explain how Dalton is such a good fighter. Because when we watch Roadhouse, he beats the shit out of everyone, but we never know where he learned all that, So I do agree with you in principle, Fat Samurai. But as one of the stars of the movie, I have to support it publicly. So
as one of the top billed people in the movie,
right?
Contractually obligated,
right? If anyone would like to schedule me for an interview, you email me gabealtaib@gmail.com. So yeah,
just so you know.
So yeah,
but somebody like Scott Adkins. There's some pretty familiar faces that they could do in there if they remade it. But then again, who's going to do it, and just leave it alone. Just
right.
Yeah.
So we get to some now. Here's the premise of the movie is the kumite. The term. We keep throwing that word around, kumite, like it's it means tournament. That's what I guess it means because that's where it's always filled in. I don't know for sure, but it's a stand-in for tournament.
But kumite implies a fight to the death.
Right.
Because that's how this word got popular, kumite. Right. And then there's a song in it, kumite, kumite. I mean, they were...
Yeah, the Stan Bush song.
You fight to survive, kumite, kumite.
They were like, what do we... the movie's about a kumite. What do we put in the song?
And there's another trope in this movie that I don't understand. I'm sure someone in the chat or one of you two, Jericho Sean, will give me the simple explanation that's going over my head. In movies, when there's a fight, there's always one guy doing the bets in the crowd.
Yes.
And he's just like,
always.
Everyone's just like handing him money. And then, like, how the fuck is he keeping track of who bet on what? Because, like, oh, he's giving everyone a ticket. I don't usually see that in a movie. I just see him, like, grabbing wads of cash.
Yeah.
Go, okay, you got. He's just like, when you go to a restaurant and the waiter,
he's the greatest waiter ever.
The waiter refuses to write down your order, and you're worried, like, are they gonna fuck this up? You know, like, how does the betting work in these movies? In all these movies, they're just fucking handing one guy all these.
Yeah, and how do you hear them? They're all yelling at you at the same time. How the fuck do you understand them? I think it's the equivalent if 10 adults came up to you at one time and dumped out a bunch of balled up dollar bills. You're supposed to keep, wait, hold on a second. Who's fucking,
well,
whose
Jose points out it's the honor system. And if we all know one thing, degenerate gamblers are nothing but honest. We do know that.
Yeah, but we also know the one surefire way to cancel out honesty is crossing your fingers. So what if one of the guys behind his back, he's like this, and he's like, you know, you never know with that honor system.
If you've ever gotten a couple adults together to try to order pizza, and you know the carnage, like, you know, you get a couple of like families together and go, all right, guys, we're ordering pizza. What do you want? That's essentially what this guy's experiencing with hundreds of people and a lot more cash.
And he's supposed to get it right because this fight is going to be over in 30 seconds, so I'm going to need my money.
I don't know. Can I say one thing about ordering pizza as a group? I'm not going to call you assholes, but you people that want to order your veggie pizza, and then I see you eating pepperoni.
No, fuck that.
Fucking pepperoni. I go to get more pepperoni, and your entire damn broccoli, olive, radish pizzas sitting there with one slice taken out of it. A rule in my house: you order the veggie, you eat the whole fucking thing before you
eat that piece of shit.
You eat that whole thing.
You eat that piece of shit in the corner, facing away from us, with your pants around your ankles like you're supposed to, because you're a fucking disgrace.
How dare you? How dare you? You're not allowed to have any of the good pizza until you eat your stupid garden salad.
You eat your bullshit pizza. And if you eat too many slices, of vegetarian pizza, you develop an affinity for penis.
Antoine Dennison has in the chat that was just some random guy who's like, hey, taking all this cash, and then the other guy goes, all right, we're taking bets now. That guy's gone.
Like, hey, then who took my money? Who took my fun? Are those cards? I guess those are betting cards.
I guess. Yeah, I guess he lost the fight, so everyone who lost their money threw their card on him in disgust.
Piece of shit.
Never mind that he's like concussed and not breathing. There's
dry your blood with these cards you made me lose my money on. But it's always, and the guy taking bets in the audience, it's always Asians. You never see that in America.
Right.
It's never American where somebody's taking money from random people in the crowd. It's always a Southeast Asian thing.
I like Antoine's, I like his theory though. It's just some homeless guy who's begging getting caught up. I always wondered since I was a kid, if you just got yourself the same windbreaker, the same color at a fancy hotel or restaurant, could you steal cars as a valet?
Yes.
If you just stood there?
You know how long it would take for people to fucking put two and two together?
Yep.
Right. And
you've seen those videos.
Even the workers would just think you're the new guy.
Nobody would question. As long as you move with confidence, nobody is going to question you. Even people who've been working there for 10 years, they won't even question you because he looks like he knows what the fuck he's doing. I remember seeing a video. This guy was in Vegas, and he's like, he's doing social experiments. He's like, what's going to happen if I just have one person start a line? No signs, just stand in a line. Like 15 people got behind him and made a fucking line. Of course you could get away with that shit easily. Probably for days.
I was a middle schooler, I think. I've always wondered if you could just steal a car with the right colored windbreaker that match the rest of the guys.
Is it stealing if they hand you the keys and say, take care of this for me?
Jericho, that's not going to hold up in court, buddy.
So, by the way, we just want to point out,
let me advise you, that's not going to hold up.
Double Impact is not giving financial advice right now, okay? We are not trying to tell you how to plan for the future. We're merely doing what we call a thought experiment.
Yeah. Or what if you were wearing that and you were just walking towards somebody and they tossed you their keys? Can you take these for me? Hey, I was just walking by.
I guess this guy just gave me his car.
Hand me the keys
Yeah.
to a Rolls Royce. So all right, I'll take
If
it
you
for a
look like,
drive.
if you
Cool.
put on the right windbreaker and you look like you know what you're doing, and you just Slim Jim open a car, right, or smash. You know what? Never mind. I think I'm getting off track here. I'm getting off track. Let's just.
I don't know, man. That is Slim Jim might get you in trouble.
I
Something-
guess
might
it's a
get you in
different
trouble.
world.
Something
Yeah.
came up. Something came up in the chat, and I'm going to make a poll out. But let's end the poll. I never pay attention to the poll. I put the poll on in the afternoon before the show. JCVD is best '90s action hero, best ever on screen martial artist. That's what I would have voted for. The muscles from Brussels, or all three. Or I guess I would have voted for that one. And the winner is muscles from Brussels and all three. So I'm gonna cast the deciding vote like Kamala Harris in the Senate and just say all three.
That
Yeah.
bitch.
Okay.
Thank
and
you,
now-
Jericho. You
now
got
we
there
get a new
first.
I'll always call her that. Don't you worry.
Quick on the draw. Let me say this too, man. It's like
Rotten bitch.
it's funny that like, and I'm sure both of you guys had done this. This is just one of those things. But I was visiting my mother-in-law in Dallas, hotter than hell. The guy who drove us in the airport shuttle, all confident, gets out of the car, and it was one of those old vans, and locked his keys with the car running in the van. He calls back, to base, and they're like, we can't send someone out to get you or this until for another hour or whatever. And I looked at my mother-in-law and I said, Mom, you're not going to judge me if I just ask you for a coat hanger right now, right? And I got this coat hanger, you pop that shit in 5 seconds. And the guy on his way. It's
That
like,
checkered
it's
pass,
nothing,
Sean.
man.
That
Yeah, a
checkered
little
pass,
bit of
dude. I love
experience
it.
from your days as the chatty boss, huh?
Oh,
right.
man, I'm telling you what, they were both looking at me like, I'm like, what?
But you want to get in this fucking van or not? Take your
I
judging
know,
eyes
exactly.
off of me.
And the guy was like looking at me and he was like, they're just like, how many people in the chat? Let me know. Give me a 1 in the chat if you know how to do that. I don't think that's rocket science, man.
I've done it.
It's like,
I've done it.
yeah.
To my own car. I've done it to my own
Yeah, of course. Like, everybody's
No,
had
it's-
that moment where you
no,
get
it's
locked
hot.
out of your own car or several of your neighbors' cars.
Well, I mean,
And
it
you're
became,
trying-
it became my car after I got
It
it.
became.
It
Exactly.
wasn't my car when
How-
I started, but
How
by
are you
the
going to
end,
know
it
if
was.
you're locked out of your car if you don't get into it first and drive it away?
Right.
It's true. Again,
Yeah.
might not hold up.
There
in
we
court.
go.
Give
Get
it a
some
shot.
ones in the chat. Hail.
That's
Give it a
damn
shot.
He knows
Fat
that.
Samurai Jose.
Listen,
What was your
This
poll
guy
question
right
you
here.
put up?
I have a
Pineapple
poll
on
question.
pizza?
Pineapple on pizza. Yes or no?
No. If you put pineapple on your pizza, leave my country right now. We don't need you. That's disgusting.
We
put
won the
pineapple
war.
on pizza.
Hot fruit? Come
I
on.
put listen. Tomatoes are fruit. There's hot fruit on the pizza already. I put pineapple on pizza in the same place I put semi-hot women. I could eat. If I'm hungry,
No,
I would
pick 'em
never
off.
order the pineapple on my own volition. But if I'm hungry and that's what there is, I will tolerate pineapple on pizza.
I mean, if there's a pineapple ham pizza or a vegetarian pizza, pineapple and ham all day. But I would definitely pick off the pineapple because that's
The
that's
amount
fucking weird.
LOL, hot fruit,
private
New Club in
messages.
San Fran.
Oh, you guys going to hot fruit?
all I can say is, Gabe, you're going to get a lot of private messages from that last comment. I mean, I feel the same way about pineapples I feel about semi-hot women. I could eat. Like,
I mean, I
lots
could
of
eat.
private messages.
I could eat that. I mean, if the clams like right here near my face, I could eat.
It's
We'd
like a
like
low-
to
a
eat
low
lunch
effort
down
thing,
at
you
the
know?
Y. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's go to hot fruit. Does hot fruits have hot sauce in them? Asking for a friend.
Hot fruit and
Chrome,
sausage.
Chrome brings up a good point. Arnold does have a pizza shop he wants to open across the street from Pasta Mania to put Pasta Mania out of business. I read about that on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah. You know what? You know what you'd hear if you stood in the street, in the middle of the street between Pasta Mania and Arnie's Hot Pies, which I hope is what he would name it.
Right.
Is you're going to hear, "Yeah, brother, yeah, brother, yeah, brother," back and forth. You're going to get caught in this tunnel of sound.
John with the sage advice: do not go to Lumpy's and then to hot fruit. That is true. You don't ever want
You
to.
sure you don't want this hot fruit from Lumpy's? Who doesn't want 2 lumps of hot fruit, honey?
Oh boy.
It's a split
Yeah,
pear with
brother.
a dollop of mayonnaise.
Double
Well, that's
banana
not
Monday.
mayonnaise, honey.
Come in on Monday for Bananarama.
You can ram your own banana in here,
Okay.
or
Split
somebody
you open
else's.
like a coconut.
You know what happened to our poor friend on the floor here?
Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't.
God. No.
This poor gentleman on the floor, I'll call him Clarence.
Still laying there. He's been laying there for a while.
He would have lived if he listened to Stan Bush.
Piece of
Stan
shit.
Bush said, "Fight to survive."
That's right.
Clearly, this man did not.
What did
take
he
Stan
say?
Bush.
Fight to die.
That guy is. That guy had a. He didn't hear the song clearly.
No,
He didn't.
no.
Yeah,
That
that's
is-
his
Whoa.
reaction.
Whoa, that guy got fucked up.
That guy, I think that guy's dead.
Oh shit!
It's totally that.
That guy might be dead.
This is my guy
yeah.
right here, though. Like,
Ogre, yeah, he basically beats a guy. The guy like kicks him or something or punches him, and
Yep.
he gets a bloody nose, and he's like, "Rah!" You know, in that classic American style.
Right.
And he goes, "Rah!" and like hits the guy, hammer fist the guy in the head.
he
knocks him
bombs
out
his
or
head
something.
first, and then
Oh.
just goes bam.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is Bloodsport, so we got some nice blood effects. In there.
Tons of blood in Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Viking Samurai, that great channel that covers all the 80s and 90s action.
Right
He
on.
has a video series he put out like 3 years ago where he breaks down who these guys really were. Like some of them were actually
Yeah.
martial artists, and some of them were martial artist actors and stuff. But you'd have to search his site. I don't have a link to it. But Viking Samurai has a lot of info about this movie and many others like it. Check him out, though. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
These guys are shredded, man. I mean, that dude is like freaking extra, essentially. I mean, he's a bit part martial artist in this,
Yeah.
and holy shit, these guys are like ripped to hell, man.
Guys, it seems like Steven Seagal is in the chat. We know that's you,
Uh-oh.
Steven, using a fake name, hating on the
Steve.
great Frank Dux.
Steve.
That's right.
Hating on him.
But
Yeah,
this
we know.
this you can't overstate how cool all these different styles are. Like having a
Right.
representative of all these different styles. That shit
Yeah.
is so to this day. Any movie that does that, it's gonna have some intrigue. You're gonna want to see it because of that. Something about it is just and another Van Damme movie, The Quest,
Yeah.
really missed the mark because they really could. It was basically this, but with
Yeah.
a bunch of different styles. They had a guy doing capoeira and all this shit, and you want to see that. But that was more of each country has its own martial art, which was super cool. But again, they kind of fucked up on that one. But anything like that's a pretty cool movie, or has the potential to be.
I think you're right though. Like, you know, when you think about that, that's why Street Fighter is so timeless. Is because because MMA has become kind of its own animal, where people are gravitating towards, you know, the elements of different martial arts, right? So you've got your jiu-jitsu, you've got your ground game, you've got your stand-up game, you got all those different things. But it's not like you're seeing someone who's a classic sumo wrestler fighting somebody who's, you know, in the garb, right? But when you look at Street Fighter, they did this very smart thing that made it timeless, which is they added that mystical power aspect to it, which is why I think Street Fighter still holds its quality, and I think we're ready for a good Street Fighter movie. I know there's some good anime and things like that.
I think there will be soon. You know,
Yeah.
you guys know I'm not huge into video games, but one video game I'm just following because I adore it because I love this movie is Street Fighter 6. It comes out like in June, and I watch videos of it on YouTube. Like, oh my gosh, just the art style alone, I'm in love with. You know, not even to buy it or play it, but just to look at how gorgeous this game looks. I'm actually going to take a pit stop and show you really quick, because it blew me away. I was looking at it, and hold on. Have I shown you guys this stuff? Hold on.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. I was on their website now because I saw a YouTube video about it. I was like, holy shit balls. This thing looks amazing. But I definitely am going to incorporate a lot of this kind of styling into B-Flaw whenever I finally get to B-Flaw.
Oh yeah, this shit looks cool.
Street Fighter,
Holy cow.
This is like one of the best looking video games I've seen, at least for the aesthetic that I enjoy.
Yeah, and it's keeping the cartoony kind of vibe.
There's that through line from Bloodsport right into Street Fighter, right into the UFC, where Bloodsport is a tournament of people from different styles of around the world. That's exactly what Street Fighter is, you know? So you can't tell me the people that made Street Fighter were not influenced by Bloodsport. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be related.
So the movie's going to be this animation here?
No, there's no movie. I'm saying there will be a movie.
This is the video
because
game.
Street Fighter, this game's going to be a hit. There's like so much hype for this game. It's going to be a big hit. I think the biggest hit Street Fighter's had in you know, a decade or something.
See, that's Guile. Look at that hair. Can you go back to that?
Yeah.
Look at that hair.
Yeah.
How are you gonna have that brown bullshit that Van Damme had on his head? That is what Guile is supposed to look like. He
Yeah,
didn't have
it's
the
his
chin hair, but that's
trademark.
okay. Yeah.
Chun-Li, let me go back to Chun-Li, man. This is the most important thing.
It's like changing the
Chun-Li-
color of Superman's cape.
Absolutely right. Or making Superman. You know what? Never mind. We're not going to go
Making
there. But the
Superman
thing is-
un-American and
Yeah.
all the stuff they do.
But
hey, the
Chun-Li-
Robin comic book where he was suddenly gay or bisexual, that lasted 10 issues and got canceled, so that's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Idiots.
But if it makes anybody feel any better, it was DOA. But when you look at this, these things, like that, what I love about the Chun-Li character is the message is clear: thick thighs save lives, and I think
right.
that's
Thank
a
you.
very important message for the kids. I think a lot of kids have lost sight of that, and we need to make sure people are aware. Stay safe, kids.
And even if those thick thighs take lives, somehow they're still saving lives. So
Oh my God, how do you want to go? I'm just throwing that out there.
Tammy's a little biased. She says Cammy needs to be changed to Tammy. So
That's
I
right.
like
That's right. Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm really
Tammy A,
excited for that.
keeping it real.
Just as an artist, I can't wait to get my hands on that game. Hopefully, there's a
That's
gorgeous art book and everything because that's exactly the kind of art I want to make. I love these action movies. I love comic books, and I feel like Street Fighter is the marriage of those two. Absolutely. So anyway, yeah, we get a lot of awesome tournament stuff. It's the first day of the tourney or whatever. Van Damme's going to make short work of Mr. Goldtooth. He was our quasi-Arab, but probably Malaysian or Islam. I think he was an Islamic guy. I don't know.
He was from a real country, actually. It was called Iraqistan. I looked it up. You can't find it on any maps we have. But in this fictional world, the country of Iraqistan.
Okay.
Iraq-Jabalistan.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Well, he would have fought in a much lighter weight category if he had shaved his eyebrows, which were 7 pounds each. So,
Yeah, but he didn't want to do
did
that.
bump him up to a welterweight. So
Rule with eyebrows,
He
kids.
wanted-
One
he
is
wanted to
good,
stay-
two better.
He wanted to stay in that weight class and prove his medal, so he
Right.
kept the eyebrows on.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
those
tough
were an
guy,
additional
yeah.
pound to
Right.
his fighting game.
Right. So throughout the fighting, Bolo Yeung, Chong Lee's been making mean mugging and giving looks and stuff, talking a little bit of crap, and he knows that NCAA March Madness bracket they are going to meet him and Van Damme. He can see it coming
That's
down
right.
the tree.
He already knows. Because Van Damme, they all come out of the gate, running. They all hit the ground running, kicking ass.
What
And
a
so
great moment. The guy gets his gold tooth knocked out, and then some little villain comes out of the crowd, picks it up, bites it to see if it's gold.
That's what I mean. It enriched another character. This guy's got
Yep.
money now. But what's
I
gross?
want.
It still has that guy's blood on it. That's the
Can we
thing.
please get a movie, a Bloodsport, where we just clip in Jericho, where Bolo Yeung comes on there as Chong Li, and Jericho just first line, first move, he looks at me and goes, "Hey, nice tits!" Like I just
Hey.
want to see.
Nice tits, yeah, buddy.
Chong Li just cries and runs off the stage.
Like this, he picks this guy's tooth up out of a puddle of blood,
Oh,
and then he just sticks it right in his mouth. Like, come on, dog.
Who among us
Wipe that
hasn't
shit
taken
off.
someone's recently detached body part in a puddle of blood and put it in their mouth?
exactly.
Sean did that twice last week. He told me.
Who hasn't done
I
that?
did. Yeah.
Who hasn't
Dude,
put a
dude.
perfect stranger's blood in their mouth? You're
I
right.
had one of those. I tell you what, man. I had one of those great moments because my teeth are in great shape. Because you know what's interesting? When you open beer bottles for people starting at the age of 12 with your molars, things go awry. And I was at one of my daughter's ballet recitals. I fucking like an idiot. I took a piece of chewing gum. I took one bite. And the whole fucking piece of my tooth came off. And I just was like, I better hang on to that. It was pretty country, guys. I gotta be honest. It was pretty country. That molar just came and it was just what was left of that tooth. And I went, oh, that's kind of crunchy. Ah, shit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Sat
get that
the
looked at.
recital out
Man.
like a man, though. So you do
Gonna
it.
have to get that looked at. And
Gonna have to get that looked at, kids.
he's doing the classic American bouncer, removal from the club move. Ugh! That's all this guy does is grunts and yells and smashes with hammer fists. But he's winning.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the silky pajamas that the referee's always wearing too. It's a nice burgundy wine color.
He likes the way it feels against his skin.
Yeah. He's going commando. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, you have to. That's where the best feelings come from. Get that silk all over that helmet. It's over.
God, that is some silky smooth pajamas.
Dude.
Yeah, you get some more Van Damme beating ass. And then
And
we
this
get
is
back to
stupid.
the bumbling inspector.
Yes, I agree. I was gonna,
What is the like racially insensitive thing he says about the food? He says something. Forrest Whitaker says something. I don't remember what it is, but it's funny.
God,
Dude, fucking.
I don't remember.
I don't care where you are. They got forks. Instead of looking like an American jackass, get a fork. That's what the Hong Kong inspector says when or the chief or whatever when he comes up. He's like, why didn't you guys ask for a fork, you idiots? Because they're just sitting there fumbling. Like, would you get pissed eventually and be like, I'm here to eat. I'm hungry. Give me a damn fork. But they actually don't they don't get to eat because he comes up and gives them news and they just got to get up and bounce. So they don't even get to eat. But it
wasn't 1964 in this film. Like, let's be real. Most most people can kind of figure out chopsticks better than Forrest Whitaker is. Like, I know Forrest Whitaker is 23 or 24 in this, but let's be real. You know, somebody there.
When I was younger and I would go to like an Asian restaurant, like the family owned, like I always felt like they would judge me if I asked for a fork, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I always felt like they're like, oh, okay, we'll get you a fork, buddy.
They're all in the back of the kitchen
too?
talking shit about you.
My
Hey, you
high
see that
school girlfriend? Yeah.
You see that stupid kid at table 4? That little motherfucker wants a fork. Fuck it,
dude. It was such a fucking insult when I went to restaurants in Chinatown in Boston with my high school girlfriend. I went to a restaurant once and they brought me out fucking silverware. I was like, take this shit away. Like, don't fucking do that. If I didn't ask for it, don't fucking bring it to me
no
in front
fucking
of these
silverware.
fucking
Don't
people.
assume. Don't assume
Damn.
my food.
You know what? We'll never judge you for the way you want to eat. Pastamania, brother. You want to eat with your feet? You want to eat off the floor? I don't give a shit. We got rigatoni. You eat it with your hands, brother. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Here at Pastamania, brother, we take it a step further because we always like to do everything better than anybody else. You can feed yourself with somebody else's feet, brother. Somebody else's hands. Brother, it doesn't matter. Get this fucking rigatoni in your mouth, brother.
I got to move this rigatoni. It is going bad. And I have 1 million more pounds of it. 7 tractor trailers.
I got the damn health department up my ass, brother. I got to get rid of this fucking rigatoni quick. Eat it, brother. I don't care. Eat it.
Oh, man.
That's the slogan at Pastamania. Eat it, brother.
Hulkster, do you guys have chopsticks at Pastamania?
Sorry, we just lost your brother. We got all kinds of sticks, brother. We got walking sticks, chopsticks, pickup sticks, brother. I don't care what you do. Get this fucking rigatoni in your mouth, brother.
What if I'm embarrassed? What if I want to eat it really weird? Like I want to put it on like a slipper and eat it out of a shoe or something like that. Would you let me do that?
It doesn't matter, brother. We got a special section for you. It's called the fetish section, brother.
Oh.
All kinds of weird shit going on in there. But I tell you one thing, brother. They're eating rigatoni.
All right. Rigatoni off a shoe. I love it. That's how my grandma used to serve it.
Just like grandma used to make, brother. Don't be embarrassed at Pastamania. If you're feeling embarrassed, take a peek inside the kitchen where I am, brother. I don't even have pants on, brother.
Wait a minute. So you're just wearing that tank top and that belt and nothing else?
That's it, brother. I'm stirring rigatoni with my hands, and I'm stirring it with something else, brother.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Wow, that's very authentic. That's the Italian way, the old school way. Awesome.
Kind of rustic, brother.
Yeah, a little too rustic. All right. Let's see if we can get back to the show.
See if we can. I don't know. We'll
Shanth, we knew him well.
He's gone.
Tammy has
gone, man.
Tammy, Arnold's been banned from Pastamania. Hey, Jericho, is Arnold there right now?
Yeah, always. I have him and a few other people in my studio on Wednesdays because you never know.
Arnie, why are you banned from Pastamania? I heard you were banned. I saw it on TMZ. They didn't go into why. They said that your attorney something. What happened at Pastamania? Can you tell us?
Well, first of all, Gabe, you told me if I come back here, you wouldn't ask me about Pastamania. But
the
I guess
fans are. I'm
here,
asking for a fan. So
come on, Tammy. I'll tell you. All right, I went in there. He said, come down to Pastamania, brother. And all this stuff he says when he's yelling all the time. So I go in there and he says, come in how you are. So I was just outside in my car with my frumpy, dumpy housekeeper. We're getting down. We're doing it. I'm working up an appetite. I'm getting in there and out of there and in there and out of there. So I come in to eat and he's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Put your clothes on or get out of here. So she said, come on, baby. We don't have to take this shit. Let's go eat somewhere else. That's what we did.
The nakedness. There's too many noodles in the dining room, if you know what I'm saying.
That's right. He said I couldn't show my balls in there.
Oh, it was the balls that bothered him the most.
Yeah. He didn't care about the helmet hanging down there, but he didn't want me to bring the balls out there.
I could see that. In a place that serves meatballs, that's enough balls in the dining room. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good explanation. I gotta say, Arnie, I stand with Hulkster on this. I think you were out of line doing that. I think maybe you owe him an apology, to be honest.
I don't care. That's why I opened my own place across the street, Arnie's Hot Pies. You could come in here with the balls out, whatever you want, your dick or whatever.
Well, I heard you have to go in there with your balls out. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm at the door. I'm turning people away. Take your pants off before you come in here.
Okay, well, it's always great having you on, Artie. We'll see the Hulkster side of this story later. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, tell Jericho to come on back. Restaurant makes you take your balls out. Oh my God, what a stupid thing to say. Oh goodness.
You want to come in and eat or not? Do you want to eat in here or not?
That's true. That's true. How hungry are you? How hungry are you?
You know the rules.
Goodness.
You know the rules.
Okay, so the two detectives, after a filling meal at the Hong Kong branch of Pastamania, actually.
He just came back, Gabe. Take it easy.
Just barely hanging on, man.
Right. So yeah, these two were eating at the first Asian Pastamania. Hulk Hogan opened it up in
it was crazy.
1987. He opened it up. Yeah. So
it was just the first year, so it's kind of still getting off the ground.
Right.
And then this begins. There's 3 beer bottles there, so I don't know if Van Damme had 1 and Ogre had 2 or whatever. But this begins the worst foot chase ever. And in these movies, this movie and pretty much all the other ones, how do they run that long, that fast?
I don't know.
They're running across the whole city at full speed, and nobody's slowing down. I don't know how the people do it in these movies, but man, they're running a lot.
Yeah, they're confronting him because you're coming with us. You're coming back to the States.
In dress shoes, by the way. All these guys are wearing suits and dress shoes. Best footwear to run in.
Right. And someone made a funny video of it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. It was
the Mentos commercial.
Right. Here it is. Van Damme is running through he's running through Hong Kong and Victoria Harbor and all these great locales. And I think I found it. Let me make sure I can turn the sound on this though.
Yeah, it's perfect. It could have been a Mentos commercial.
Tell me real quick if the sound is on, and I'll adjust it if it's not. Is the sound on?
I didn't hear it, but
okay, I'll have to adjust that real quick. But could you describe it real quick, Jericho, while I fix that? Sorry.
Yeah, they I don't remember. Oh yeah, they threaten to tase him. They take out these giant fucking tasers that are huge.
They look like 80 cell phones. That's right.
Yeah, they're giant. And so they threaten to shock him with it. You're coming with me. And Ogre kind of tackles him and gives him a chance to take off running. And then they threaten Ogre. And Ogre,
Is it working?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better than life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you. It's staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life. Mentos, the fresh maker.
Come on.
That is so true.
Whoever
If you were around in the 90s and you saw the real Mentos commercials, if you would have believed that. If you went into a coma in 1993 and somebody woke you up now and said that was a new Mentos commercial, you would believe it. That shit was hilarious.
Absolutely.
And it was this is where he's on the couch. He tackled him on the couch, and then they get up and you
keep your ass right here. I'll give you 50,000 volts, buddy. And they take off running after Van Damme, and it's so fucking ridiculous.
Right. So then we get that sequence you guys saw in the Mentos commercial. And he gets away. They fill half over a tea kettle into the filthy looking Victoria Harbor, that water looking.
And then the guy, they fall in the water, and then the white guy, he pops up and like spits water out of his mouth.
Right.
Like you put that water in your fucking mouth, he got immediate diarrhea from doing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Instant.
You know what? Shade out your left eye socket at that point. I mean, that's some nasty shit.
Dude, he spit that shit. I was like, dude, that was in your mouth. You're dead.
I gotta say though, as a fan of like Blade Runner and all that aesthetic, I love the background here of the city. I love that. That's insane. I would never want to live there. A mess. Too many people, too much traffic, but it does look cool, man. There's just something about it. It looks amazing. So, and then he has dinner with the semi-hot reporter.
That's right.
You're giving me a semi-hard-on. It's the all the way hard.
Yeah.
Semi-hard. Maybe you talk less. Maybe you talk less and my penis gets harder.
It's like a pool noodle.
Yeah. It's kind of hard. Semi-hard.
He's just like chugging a big bottle of wine.
Hey, talk less. My penis gets harder.
Yeah, boy.
You like that, lady?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See,
you got about half his ass cheek before that.
Show. The muscles from Brussels, a little something for
showed,
the lay days.
Like that's after you pulled him up, but it showed like half of his ass. You get a quick little glimpse of the
little
buns.
something for the ladies and some of our special guy friends in the audience too.
Hello, you guys, the guys that go to Hot Fruit, right?
That's right. This is the Hot Fruit.
The Hot Fruit crowd.
Look at that camera. It's like, now we're talking.
Yeah. Turn down those lights. Turn down those lights and grab a Mentos.
Yeah.
Man, get those buns from Brussels too.
Yeah.
Maroon Faye, calm down.
Yeah.
Freebird. Jeez.
Oh,
give
and
her
Heidi,
one
Heidi
glimpse.
She had to leave her.
You're gonna be getting super chats in $1 increments now.
Boom.
You know what? This look here, we'll move on. But this, if he's gonna be dressed like this, I guess we got to shower him with some dollars. There you go. A little palate cleanser for you guys.
There you go.
He's on his way to Arnold's Pizza Pie or whatever the hell it was called.
You have to hurry and get to the parlor with my semi-hard-on. He gives me free pizza if I go in and it's
Brian
hard.
McCoy says that looks like him if he worked out a lot. Looks exactly like me if I fucking dieted and worked out.
Hey, thank you. Yeah. I want to just say thank you for that almost great sex.
He was all right.
Like, where are you going? Hey, love them and leave them. That's how I do it.
It was a solid 4.5 out of 10.
Semi-hard.
So back at day 2.
Van Damme.
Yep.
Now, doesn't Van Damme know the world class Daffy Duck, world class athletes everywhere do believe that you shouldn't do the horizontal mambo with your lady friends the night before the Super Bowl or the big fight? I don't think there's any truth to this.
Hell no. And even if there was.
What does that mean though? Like if you're having sex right before a fight and somebody comes over to you, hey, save it for the ring. Well, not exactly, pal.
No.
What are you gonna do? Start humping your opponent like a
dog? I got him down. I can't stop.
That's not victory champagne.
Oh God.
So anyway, it's day 2 at the
Why
tournament.
is this champagne hot?
God, hot fruits.
I'm not developing a lisp. I lisp twice. What was your character?
Hot fruit last night?
Kid that wore the braces. What was his name? Something Stevenson or something like that.
We went to Hot Fruit last night. It was
so I was at Hot Fruit last night. It was so cool, guys.
I was like the center of attention, and I don't know why.
So many hot fruits.
Show me hot fruit. Your hot fruit.
Anyway, and this
Oh,
guy, I
shit.
don't have a video clip of it. This guy clearly doesn't speak a word of English. And no offense, I don't speak any Chinese. But he says something to Van Damme in English, and you can tell by the look in his eyes, he has no idea what he's saying. They just wrote it probably phonetically in Mandarin or Cantonese and just told him, just repeat this, you know. And I think he's betting on the fight or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, he seems like he would be like the slimy club promoter character that he eventually has to, like, you know, grab with his left hand and threaten him with his right to get him to pay up or some shit.
Yep.
A real slimy dude, but he doesn't get to that level. He's just a betting guy.
Rumor Face is accusing me of slurring because of Van Damme's booty picture. How dare you?
Arun Faye, you're the one with the big eye emojis, Arun Faye.
Right.
You're the one who's all thrown off by the Van Damme
This
buns.
photograph had no effect on me whatsoever.
None whatsoever. It's not affecting my hot fruit.
That's right. Oh God. That's 80s
So
right
look,
there.
I made it, fucker. I'm in here.
Right. Yeah, so he loves him and leaves him, and then she tracks him down back to the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Because when he was back in that scene where he's pulling his drawers up, he had just gotten out of bed with a semi-hot chick, putting it down on her.
Right.
And she's like, "Look who's in there now! I didn't look like I have to fuck you anyway."
It's not the first time I've gone undercover to get a story.
Yeah, when she said she was an undercover reporter.
Yeah, he's like, "Ew, are you
enjoy
some
the
kind of
STDs,
whore?
asshole."
Are you some kind of whore?"
So we get more fighting, and the fighting is awesome in this. It's really fun. It's
The fighting is the only good thing in this movie.
That's very true.
This is one of my favorites here. They kick and their legs just kind of go like deer teeth. You know, they just kind of both miss each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
they almost bump
and then,
taints.
and then there's the absolutely natural body of Chong Li.
Yes.
No steroids in this guy at all.
Nope.
Did he kill this guy or paralyze him? He finishes.
No, he doesn't kill him, but he
doesn't kill him. Just fucks him up with the palm strike.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like in a fight, can you do that? The guy's obviously beaten, and you show him to the crowd and deliver this blow.
I've seen a
I guess
couple
you can.
UFC fights. You know, the guy will get knocked down and be on his back, and the other guy will jump up and start hitting him in the face, and the ref usually jumps in the way.
Yeah.
I've seen one or two in the last 3 years that I've really been watching all the fights where the ref kind of gets caught up in the moment, and he kind of watches the guy just pummel the other guy about 5 times. And I'm like, in the ref's head, is he like, man, somebody should stop this.
Like, dude's fucking this dude up, man. Kicking this guy's ass.
maybe I should
you're the guy who can
do
stop
something.
But you're not gonna grab the guy off the ground, off the mat, and hold him up and then hit him one more time. Like, this guy's obviously fucked up. The lights are on, nobody's home.
Right.
But he's like, well, he's on his feet. Hit him. Fuck it, hit him again. Hit him one more time.
I mean, but you know, when you get injured in the fighting games and you do the little wobble before the fatality, I'm convinced that shit is influenced by this kind of shit, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This
So
guy's
we
taking
go through a
taking
bunch
one
of
the
cool
ribs.
fights. And
Yeah,
Van
this is a
Damme and
great
Chong
fight
Li,
scene. These two.
they're moving up the bracket on a collision course.
Yeah, they're getting through this is the fight montage.
Dude,
they're getting
we
through
love
this guy.
this guy.
This guy's
When we
talking
were-
shit without talking.
They couldn't do this guy in 2023 for a certain reason. Because
What was that? What?
well, his style is he the guy that does the monkey style?
No, it's another guy.
He's not.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
this
okay.
is the guy.
What is
this
this
is
guy?
the guy.
Oh, this is this guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
he is like if road rage was a martial arts style, which is what I fucking love about this guy. He's like, he's like LA traffic road rage
You
guy.
cut
Like
me off. You're fucking
but I just love, like, we freaking love this guy, and we did this shit to each other all the time when I was in high school. We'd go like, it's just like, I would love to cut to a confused face of Van Damme, but they just didn't want to go there. Do you know? Him like trying to understand it, sign back, trying to
Oh,
go.
he
Worth
does
it.
the big point slash and then Van Damme
Yes,
just
and he
takes
does
one.
the I'm killing
Yeah,
you,
like
dude.
whoops his ass in
Beautiful.
half a second.
Yeah,
Fucking
kind of like
So
Indiana
what are you
Jones.
trying to say to me? Oh.
This dude is
That's the
monkey,
monkey
style.
dude.
He was awesome.
That was the guy that was the monkey. That's right. And he
Yeah,
was
he ends up
fucking
getting
loved it.
bear hugged to death, I guess.
right. The
Yeah,
sumo
you know-
guy just bear.
Can you bear hug somebody to death?
This is like
and
somebody's dad or somebody's uncle.
That is what I was gonna say, dude.
This
And
guy
then,
this guy will do your taxes after the fight if you need him.
Yeah,
to, you know?
exactly.
I
like he was on his
remember.
way out. He was on his way out in the fight circuit.
Not only do I fight like a champion, I do your taxes like champion. It is March.
Exactly.
April 15th coming very soon.
That's right.
And they keep cutting to her in the crowd with these stupid expressions on her face.
Oh, that's that guy that left me in the bed. Damn it.
She's
his
like,
ass.
like, you know, being turned off by the carnage and shit. I was like, it is a kumite. How are you going to turn away? This is what you wanted. I just want to see it. You're here. You can't turn away and act grossed out.
Well,
This is what you came
to
for.
be fair, every guy she sees gets hurt. In fact, every guy in that place has had a piece of that. So she's really connected to all the guys. She's like, oh my God, Tuesday just got knocked out. Oh my God, there's Thursday at 3:20. Oh, what a
Tammy
shame.
points out in the hotel register to keep her identity concealed. He goes by the undercover name of Dixie Normus. That is true. That is true. Yeah. And then we get another one. We get another one I love right here. When he's fighting the sumo guy's just way too big for him.
He's squeezing him, squeezing all the baguettes out of
We'll
him.
see how the muscles from Brussels
I am going to absolutely animate that to just have him holding something. We won't know what.
Like 2 fortune cookies or something.
Yes.
But he
You know what's
had
crazy? I keep going back to the UFC was inspired by this in Street Fighter. The very first UFC one, I was just at UFC 286. That was the one I went to. So UFC one was 1994, 5, 6, or whatever. I don't know. It was 96, I think. But in that, it was just like Street Fighter and this Kumite because there were not weight limits.
no
Like,
weight classes.
You could have a 150-pound guy fighting a 300-pound guy, and they were like specializing, like, oh, this guy's a kickboxer, this guy's Muay Thai, this guy's karate. Nowadays,
No mixed martial arts.
right now, it's many of the guys they all learn BJJ and they learn Muay Thai and they learn boxing. My son, I told you guys this a few weeks ago. For about 2 months now, he's been doing Muay Thai and boxing. And he looks amazing. Like he's always in great shape, but his muscles look bigger and stuff. And he's got some swagger going now too. That he always had a lot of swagger, but I don't know. He just giving off a vibe of a real ass kicker now. So I'm very happy.
Isn't that what Gina got her start doing? Gina was doing Muay Thai.
I don't know. I don't know which
Yeah.
discipline it was first, but
I think Gina Carano, her whole entry into the whole mixed martial arts thing started with Muay Thai.
yeah.
And I think
the
she
old-
studied that overseas.
The old UFC
Yeah.
was vicious because of no weight classes, and there's no eye gouging and no biting. Those are the only rules.
I remember in
So
UFC
elbows,
one,
all that shit.
in UFC one, I saw some video of it. This like 400-pound Hawaiian guy was fighting this tall, skinny white guy that was like a karate guy, and the 400-pound guy, I don't know what his specialty was, but he gets kicked in the face, and they weren't wearing mouthpieces, and he loses like his top 2-3 teeth up there, and they keep fighting afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't
It
knocked
was
out.
it was like something out of these movies. How bizarre, crazy.
Yeah, and seeing guys get hit in the nuts, and it was okay. There's a guy named Joe San, this Korean dude, and he got laid out, and homeboy was elbowing him in his balls, dude, like 4 or 5 times, unimpeded shots to his balls. You could kick somebody in the head while they're down, like if you were up before them, kick them in the head, elbows north and south. You hit people in the crown of their head, all kinds of shit. You just couldn't bite or eye gouge. That was it. Anything else was on the table. And you had guys, I remember there's a fight between Dan Severn, 275 pounds, against this Muay Thai guy that was like 150. And he fucking, because he was a great like collegiate Roman Greco wrestler. He was, really good at what he did. So he got a hold of that Muay Thai dude and just suplexed him into a fucking coma. I mean, he suplexed him like 3 times, and the guy was unconscious for 2 of them. Because he was so light, he just rolled over and picked him up again and just blam. I mean, fuck, man. The old UFC is brutal.
Right. Have you guys ever seen the Don Fry fight?
Oh yeah, Don Fry was the man.
Fuck.
That was insane.
Don Fry was big old yoked up dude. Him, Frank Shamrock was another dude. Or Ken Shamrock. It was Ken Shamrock. Frank Shamrock was his brother. Ken Shamrock. That dude was crazy. Gracie, who was like the first jiu-jitsu dude. He's the one who changed the game because he had his gi on and he would just choke fools out, arm bars. Nobody ever seen that shit before. He was running through the UFC. Nobody knew what the fuck to do. until
Let
they
me show
started
you
training
a little
jujitsu.
bit. 20 years ago, there was a pride fight with Don Fry and this blonde Chinese guy, I think, or he could have been Japanese. I'm unsure. And
Oh
they're
yeah,
both and they just start going at it back and forth, like slugging the crap out of each other, and neither man will relent. It's kind of amazing.
yeah.
I'll play a little bit of it here, but yeah, this is insane. Let's see.
That mustache
Gosh.
alone could fight.
Right, just throwing hammers at each other. These two.
Oh,
And
man.
Pride had some of those old rules, kicking to the head, elbows and shit. Just no eye gouging or biting. Now, you can fuck somebody up in Pride. You see the one where Rampage Jackson slammed that dude?
Yeah, where he picks him up
Holy
from the ground and throws
dude.
him.
Because they had him on an arm bar. And he just lifts that guy up as high as he can and just fucking lawn chairs him right into the map. Boom. Knocked him out. He fucking he slammed him and knocked him out.
That shit'll do it. That'll knock.
Dude.
Yeah, there's knocking the wind out of you, then there's knocking the brain out of you.
Dude, yeah, that guy's parking spots are blue for the rest of his life.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Because he had him in an armbar and Rampage Jackson stood up. So he was just bent over at the waist. So then he hoists the guy up. The guy had to be 8 or 9 feet in the air.
Look at this, Diesel, one of our guys. Yeah, Diesel, that's fucking awesome, dude. Says he has a pick with Dan Severn. He showed up at one of his kickboxing matches. That's awesome, dude.
Dude, Dan Severn's a man, dude. But that fight where he fought that Muay Thai dude, he could have fucking killed that guy. I mean, he slammed the fuck out of that dude so hard. Oh my god.
One thing my son said to me, and I feel the same regret he does. We both played football forever. In my high school, we won the championship when I was a sophomore and a senior. My son, they won the championship when he was a sophomore and a senior, state championship for my son. And he says, looking back, he wished he had done fighting since he was little. He did football since he was 5. I did football since I was 13 or 14. But I agree with him, actually. I was like, oh, man, I wish I had boxed or done something like that. I never really did it. So, but we're just such huge fans of UFC, me and my son. So
that's awesome, man. I took jiu-jitsu for a while. When in my early 20s, it's what you learn. And a lot of the fights are won with basic moves, arm bars, triangle chokes, rear naked chokes. Right. That's all shit you learn in the beginning of jiu-jitsu. Like your first few weeks, you're going to be working on those moves, and they're simple, but effective. And like bicep bars, or if you do it right, you could take someone's muscle off the bone. Fuck, dude, just brutal shit. And dude, like I said, with Royce Gracie and shit in the beginning of UFC, nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew how to defend against a choke. Nobody knew how to defend against a double leg takedown unless you were a wrestler. So if you get this kung fu guy against a Brazilian jiu-jitsu master, which Royce Gracie was, it's over because you're going to do things that you don't know you're doing. Like if Royce Gracie's on the ground and you're on top of him and you got your arms fully extended trying to hold him down, that's a jiu-jitsu master's dream. That's an armbar right there. It's over. And since nobody knew shit, you're putting yourself in a position to get fucked up.
I didn't like UFC until 3 years ago. I became a fan during the COVID lockdown. We watched a pay-per-view one time, me and my son and my nephews. And I got hooked on it that day, but I didn't like it before because I didn't understand Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I wrestled in high school too. I was varsity heavyweight and I did really good at it the one time I did it. I only did it 1 year in high school because I don't know, I just didn't like it very much. But I didn't like UFC because I didn't understand the BJJ at all. I didn't know what they were doing. They get on the ground and they start doing all those locks and twists and turns. And it was boring to me because I didn't get it. Now that I totally understand it, I find it thrilling, you know?
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like setting people up for moves, baiting them into shit. Right. Setting them up in the beginning, doing something. And then when they think, oh, I'm going to do this again, you're planning on doing something else. Man, that shit is so intricate and crazy. And it's awesome to see people who are really good at it. But if you didn't know what you're doing, then you're only in one discipline and you go against somebody like that, you don't even know that you're setting yourself up. You're leaning over too close. Next thing you know, they got their leg over your head, triangle choke, and it's a wrap.
Yeah. That John Jones shit is freaky, man. That John Jones, though, come on, man. Like, that's some freakish shit. Like, I've watched that guy fight. I was curious to see what would happen at heavyweight. When I watched that, I was like, that is fucking insane.
He beat that guy in under a minute, Sirogan, with a that was a reverse triangle, right? Or a guillotine. There was a guillotine from the top.
I think he was pushing his jaw into like his spine. Like it looked.
Yeah, you have to get like the guillotine. That can be, if you don't get it right, that can make you tired before you even choke it out. It's
crazy. His teacher is that guy who's the Olympic guy. He's fighting soon too, and They walked through that at practice. UFC posted that to their Instagram. They said, okay, if you got him this way, you're going to get tired. Come around and do the guillotine thing. And then in the fight, he literally did exactly that.
Yeah.
It was wild to see that. So.
It's amazing, man. And to see, to see people just get fucking putting those moves.
No, I can't wait to go back.
Man.
I think I've been to 4 UFC fights in Vegas in the last year. I love it. So, it's awesome. You stay at the New York. It's right next to the T-Mobile Arena. It's literally the building next door. So it's awesome. Yep. It's really fun. So I highly recommend it for anyone that, wants to fork over a ton of money for tickets. It's not cheap, the UFC.
If you got money burning a hole in your pocket, go check out the UFC.
So our buddy Ogre, he has got to very high on the tournament now that he's facing Chong Li. It's pretty much next to last fight. So I think there's probably 4 guys left or so. Chong Li versus Ogre, Van Damme versus someone else, and then the championship would be, the winners here. So Chong Li, Ogre, they have a good fight, and Chong Li does more of his
fucking idiot.
Oh,
Ogre's such a fucking idiot. So in the beginning of the fight, he gets some lucky shots, and he gets and Van Damme tells him, hey, he's weak in his midsection. Hit him in his midsection, stay away from his right leg. Oh, I got it, man. I got it. I'm a fucking American. So he goes up there, and he gets some lucky shots on Chong Li, and then he turns around. Yeah, you see that? I got him. I won. And then behind him, Chong Li's like coming to and shit. And he ends up getting beat. What a fucking dummy. Like, who would really do that? You'd stay on him, beat him, and then you could jump around and, I did it, buddy. Fucking dumbass. God, that pissed me off. Who the fuck would do that?
You did see, though, his game when he was picking up the woman, so I wasn't that shocked.
He always had a bear in his hand.
So, yeah.
He wasn't very serious.
The sharpest tool in the shed.
But he had him. Who was dumb enough to go, yeah, you see that? I got him.
He got that room temperature IQ going.
God, dude. He ingested a lot of glue when he was a kid.
UFC.
He ingested a lot of glue.
Shit.
Fat Samurai says John loves cocaine and Viagra. Jones is the greatest fighter of all time. I think he is the greatest UFC fighter of all time. I think he's insane, and I can't wait for him to fight Stipe Miocic this July. I think it's July 8th. Oh, I'm ready, baby.
Dude, but Anderson Silva, you got to put Anderson Silva in that conversation.
You got to put him in the mix.
Spider,
great fight.
dude, when he hit the scene, when he hit UFC,
insane,
and he fought Chris Lieben, and he fought Rich Franklin, dude, he was fucking those dudes up easily. And these are established A-list UFC fighters at the time. Who was the other guy? Not Forrest Griffin. Griffin Griffin was another guy who was a great UFC fighter, ran through his ass. Dude, when he hit the scene, he was like Gracie in the UFC. Nobody could handle him. Nobody had ever seen that. Right. Nobody ever faced anybody like Anderson the Spider Silva. He's got to be up there for greatest ever.
This is the thing, though, too, right? I think what's impressive about him and a lot of these guys right now is that the UFC has it really established itself. So the people that you're seeing, you're getting a lot of amazing Hall of Famers right now. Like, we're living in an era, Anderson Silva's it's a no-brainer, Hall of Famer. Like, you go through all of these guys, Khabib, it's you go back, probably, 5 or 6 years or 7 or 8 years, and they're household names all over the UFC. Mm-hmm. There's many household names. It's an incredible time.
I've only been an intense fan for about 3 years, but I think the UFC is better than it's ever been. I like that there's more striking and less wrestling and less BJJ. I love the striking, the kicking, the punching, all that. And I think you have amazing champions right now. And it's I don't know, it just seems crazy. Seems like anything can happen. Bullet Valentina just lost to Alexa, what's her name? And that was crazy. So I think you have 3 Mexican champions now. That was making me laugh when I saw that. And
what did you think of the Usman fight?
I thought Usman lost. I thought that was Leon Edwards. He did win that because Usman didn't do enough. I thought Usman, I think it was Teddy Atlas. They said during the broadcast, Teddy Atlas said winning a championship increases your skill by 30%. You know what I mean? I think after Leon won, he's just way better. So, I thought Usman was going to use him like a dish rag. I thought Usman was coming for revenge, that Leon got a championship on a lucky kick, but I guess I was wrong about that. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, we watched that one. Me and my son watched that one the other day. So, But here we go. Oh, real quick, let's update the polls that I never checked. Pineapple on pizza. That's a
What
yes.
the fuck?
That's right, Jericho.
Yes.
Do you want to guys
Ew.
like it?
Pineapple on pizza is like a semi-hot woman. You're like, I
Yeah,
can
you guys got trailer park mouths. Fucking pineapple pizza. Fuck.
I wouldn't order it. I would not be the one to order it. But if I'm somewhere and I'm hungry and I open the pizza box and that's all there is.
But you would never, you would never be in a situation where you're not purchasing the pizza. When's the last time you showed up somewhere and somebody bought pizza? You're not going to stand for that.
I went to a party at someone's house. They might have bought some pineapple pizza.
You party with people who order pizzas for the food. I doubt that.
No, dude, let me say this
No.
right now. If you go over to some place, they order pizza for everybody and it's got pineapple on it, I would just accidentally knock every pie on the floor and say, whoops, we need to reorder the pizza.
I like how passionate people get about pineapple on pizza. Aruma Faye is so strident about this. She abstained from voting.
That's how upset. I hope you're on my side, Arun Faye. No, I don't think I think she's down for pineapple on pizza. I would knock all the pizzas over.
Diesel raises the game.
I've never had that, but I bet you'd be good. When I was in Las Vegas, hold on, I'll tell you what. When I was in Las Vegas with my son 2 weeks ago for the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the World 2 weeks ago, we went to Guy Fieri's Vegas restaurant, which we love, me and my son, and get the trash can nachos. They're delicious. And I got the huli huli chicken teriyaki sandwich, and it's 2 chicken thighs, Monterey Jack cheese, like coleslaw, like, Guy Fieri. It's like a big mess. Delicious sandwich, and had a big pineapple ring on it. And I'll tell you, it was good. It really made sense.
Pineapple's supposed to be cold. About it. Pineapple's supposed to be cold, not hot on no day.
My favorite burrito, the Al Pastor burrito from the taco stand here in San Diego, has pineapple in the burrito. It's delicious.
I thought that you two gentlemen weren't going to discuss politics on this stream.
Fuck that. You got a Walmart mouth and you like pineapple on your fucking pizza, man. Your mouth.
Your tongue must double as a toilet brush.
Your mouth's fucked up, man. I mean, the outside of your mouth looks normal, but the inside of your mouth is obviously fucked up, man.
Nah, it's perfectly fine.
If you don't get all the pineapple you want, brother, Popsomania.
Hey, don't you start spreading that rumor, brother. I know I wear yellow and shit, but we're not gonna have no pineapple in here, brother.
What if I want what if I want pineapple on my fusilli? What if I want it on my rigatoni?
You're not gonna find it here, brother. Why don't you take your ass across the street with that Austrian son of a bitch, brother? Maybe you can get some pineapple over there, brother.
You know what, Mr. Hogan? I think I will. I think I'll go over to
and on your way over there, why don't you stop by Shant's family's house and drop off some food? Because he just died, brother.
I believe Mr. Hogan will change his mind and he'll incorporate pineapple into the menu one day.
Only the kids want it. Hulk Hogan loves the kids, man.
Right.
They want it.
That's right. When he lived in Australia, down under, he was introduced to pineapple. I'm going to try
it.
I think it'd be good.
Crikey, look at the size of that bigger.
Look at the size of that pineapple on that burger.
Look at the size of that pineapple on that crocodile. Crocodile.
I like how it's crocodile. All the letters are just melting,
Look at that crocodile. Look at the size of that big hair on that crocodile. Hey,
this is a picture of Jericho and Shant looking at me eating a pineapple pizza, I guess.
Yeah. No, don't put it in your mouth, sir. Please don't.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't even like pineapple pizza. I'm just saying I'll tolerate it. I don't like it.
Fuck that. It's all or nothing. All or nothing, brother.
You're either in or you're out, brother.
Right. So this motherfucker's out because
he
got
stomps blood out of this dude's mouth.
Yeah.
You think what's his name? Ogre. You think Ogre's probably dead? Because they mentioned he's killed before. What a face. We need that on that should be a comic book villain. That look.
Right. He looks intense.
That's like
evil.
Man, that's just pure evil.
Right.
And so he stomps out.
He's enjoying.
Yeah, he's getting off on it. When you see him, he's Chung, the crowd is Chung Lee. Chung Lee, this dude is like getting a hard on off of this shit.
He's getting a semi.
he's getting semi-erg. And so yeah, he's loving it and loving stomping people's heads out. Then I don't know, I won't say it's the worst acting ever caught on film, but the next scene is Van Damme in the hospital talking to an unconscious ogre. I will get them for you. Oh, I will.
I like. Okay, there's a lot going on here. I like the dressing on his head has old blood on it. I like that. I like the stethoscope connected to, I don't know what, the doctor's just like listening to. That's not even where the heart is. The heart is on the left, but it's in the center.
But it's a really strong stethoscope, so you don't have to get right by the heart.
Right. The
It
heart,
was a new one.
we say it's on the left. It shades to the left. It's in the center of your body.
It's more to the right, if you're being honest. But wait a minute. With that blood placement, that means the opening is right there on his head. So did he like crack this dude's head open?
Oh yeah, look at his face. Of course he cracked his fucking head open. He loved it. Look at his head, just busted open right there.
So wait a minute. He stomps on this dude's head hard enough to open his skull. And he's almost smiling. Imagine how many times they had to do this scene because that fucking idiot.
You know what he looks like? You know, we're both fathers, so we know this. Look, that's a kid trying to pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, trying to listen to some shit.
Right.
Yep.
Like when they've been talking too much, your kids, you go in the room to see, and they're like, you know.
Bullshit. Yeah, he's like smirking. Like, oh my God.
It's ridiculous.
Fuck. Cut. You're not supposed to be smiling, man. Fuck. Straight face.
So then Van Damme, he's gonna go get revenge, and he's gonna go like fight Chong Li the next day or whatever.
Well, now it's personal because it was personal before because he's there fighting in place of his brother who called him Round Eye.
You are my best friend. I have known you for 4 days. We are like brothers.
I love you. I will fight for you in my Ardon.
Welcome back, Sean.
Sean's back from the dead.
What I want, I swear to God, I will find a way to make it happen. We have digital technology from this scene just to cut back to the actually alive son and his father just eating Chinese food or something around the TV watching the game going, do you think he's at the Kumite? Like, just fucking genius.
John is throwing wild accusations, Sean. How many ribs you were quote?
Somebody's seeing through the bullshit, man.
Yeah, like, let me just be real with you guys. Like, when I say that you were asking me one time, beef or pork ribs, and look, I'm not proud to say this.
Answer's both.
But when I went to India, my family there, strict vegetarian. So no meat, and we'd go for weeks. And there was a temple, near the house where they had, of course, a religious Brahmin bull. You may not know this. I'm also a Brahmin bull. But they had a Brahmin bull outside of the temple. And I remember...
also am a Brahmin bull.
I also, sir, am a Brahmin bull.
Like a secret society. You part of the Brahmin bull?
The Brahmin bull has large pair of horns. I've got the one. But this is the thing about it is that week 2, I was looking at that cow in a way that I'm not proud of. I was like,
so where you were living?
You would look at a semi-hot woman like that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was in Hyderabad and in India,
in the States. Where were you living in the States? South Carolina?
Chattanooga, Tennessee, baby.
So you're coming from Pork City. You're coming from fucking Rib City.
Yes.
To more
Marin Rib.
Guys, people of the chat, if you know anything about barbecue, let me tell you, I made a religious mecca from Chattanooga on the east side, southeastern Tennessee, all the way across the state, quite long state, to get to Memphis to go get barbecue on Beale Street. Okay, I take my barbecue very seriously, man.
Now,
love it.
I bet you do. Now, I brag and boast about being a Californian. I love living here. I think San Diego is gorgeous. But one thing a lot of people may not know, this. A lot of San Diegans don't know this, apparently, because they line up at Phil's Barbecue like it's a good restaurant. It's a very famous restaurant here in San Diego. I ate there once, and I've never been back, to let you know. So here's America, for those of you who don't know. Here's where I live, in the corner. and here's the South on the other side where they actually make barbecue. I'm
Yes.
about as far from barbecue as you can get. They don't make barbecue in California. We don't really have it, and
Well,
it makes me sad.
go-
When I was in college, there was a guy from North Carolina that took over a abandoned like ATM kiosk, like a little 10 square foot thing, and black guy from North Carolina. I would stop there after class by myself and get a pound of brisket sometimes. He ruined barbecue for me. He ruined it for me. I've never had barbecue that good again in my life. It was only like a year I saw him there. Oh my gosh.
You got to get, I mean, Southern folks, man, like when it's on. And dude, the chat's raining right now. New member, super chats.
Oh, really?
It's out of control. Out of control. We got to have some band damage.
Tammy A is we got new members again. Okay.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you. And okay.
Thank
so
you, Tammy. Arun Faye. Yeah.
All right.
Got to get some elbows in there, man.
Okay. Yeah. And then Joe Mello for $4.99. Anyway, I live far from barbecue, and I had good barbecue in college.
Well, pull the
We don't
map
have
up.
it here in Tennessee.
Pull the map up real quick before we
Okay.
get into all this cash they're dumping on us.
All right. Listen, the shirt's staying on. I don't care how much you ask me, bro.
So Gabe, he showed you where he lives in San Diego, down there almost to Mexico. And I live up there. Was that Sacramento? Or does that say?
Right. The Bay Area.
Yeah, that's where I am, way up there. So we're even though we're in the same state, because on the East Coast, there's like a whole bunch of states right there. But California, where I'm probably 10 or 11 hours drive away from where Gabe is right now. So
no barbecue up there either, right, Jericho? Nothing good up there?
No, but we got some damn good Mexican food.
It's better here. I'm just telling you.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know, man.
20 miles to Mexico
Please.
from where I live. 20 miles.
Yeah, you got better Mexican food than El Paso, Texas. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's
Oh, hell yeah. That's Tex-Mex. Everything has
Come
corn and
on
mayonnaise
now.
in it. Fuck that.
Anyway,
Damn, it's raining.
Joe Mello, first of all, I don't know if you're familiar with the new tradition, but if you send in a super chat, we Thank you, $4.99. Very generous. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Just dropping something. And as always, keep up the good work. Well, you keep it up too. And then I thought I saw another one.
Patrick T, man.
Let's see. Oh, Patrick T.
Yes,
Pineapple on
Patrick.
pizza. I'm going to say this like I'm angry. Pineapple. I'm going to say it with my teeth clenched. Pineapple on pizza is garbage. But if anyone is a better soldier than an American soldier, then you're a communist. What? Oh, snap. Bloodsport is a BS story. My bad. I forgot about Biden. Well, there you go. Patrick T doesn't like pineapple pizza.
I'm right there with you, Patrick T.
We are with
You got a fucking garbage mouth if you like pineapple on your dadgum pizza.
I don't have a garbage mouth, dang it. I said I will tolerate it. Thank you, Patrick T, for the $10. Very generous.
You got the palate of a fucking seagull.
Oh, right in the mouth. Oh, and Mike likes tacos. A new member. Well, thank you, Mike.
Damn, man.
Yeah, me too, especially the pink ones.
There's a chain in Colorado my little brother took me to. I have a little brother. He's like 25. And he took me to a taco chain restaurant called the Fuzzy Taco.
Yes.
Do you want to guess if the food was any good? Because it wasn't. So, yeah.
And they found a hair in it.
Oh,
hey,
my God.
guys.
Come on, man.
It's too literal.
Please.
That's too literal, Fuzzy Taco. Knock it off.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Green, this is a classy show. I would ask you not to speak about pubic hairs in my lunch.
Man, I don't think no kids listening. Those some bitches are in bed.
Anyway, so this guy, I think part of his brain is coming out, and the doctor's listening to his nipple. With
Like literally, his brains are like coming out.
They're like, dude, can you try to really act like you're in a coma? Sorry, man, I'm thinking about butts.
Okay.
And then Semi-Hot's telling him, you can't go back. You'll get killed.
She looks like Ron Perlman right there.
Oh, she does. Oh, let's move on. Yeah, she looks
Oh
better.
jeez. Whoa, wait. Go back and forth. What the fuck is that?
Those are two different people.
That's the
Not a lot.
Seinfeld bad lighting.
Ron
shit.
Perlman.
You know
and
what
that
this is,
semi-hot
Scott?
chick.
This,
Yeah.
this, no beer. This, 4 beers.
Beer.
That's what it is, man. One's got
And
the
then,
beer
and
goggles
then
on.
you're gonna need another 4 after that, though. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just 3. That's just to get you started.
and then we need a Stan Bush song right here. When you're riding on the bus in Hong
Yeah,
Kong,
it was.
and
Yep.
your buddy's brains are falling out, and you want to
It
kill that
was.
Chinese steroid free.
It was. I was listening to the lyrics while he was in that, staring out the bus window, looking at the Chinatown.
Is that reporter pregnant now? I'll be in deep shit if it is.
I didn't pull out on that loose reporter. She's fucking every man in the hotel.
That's gonna be an episode of Jerry Springer right there. Who's the father?
Who's
the
the-
audience has all been tested.
When it comes to
Yes.
Choices Z. Pineapple and anchovies is good.
Damn.
I
together,
Listen, I can't
Together.
ban anyone from the channel, but I don't approve of this comment. I don't know. Sir, I don't appreciate this kind of talk.
unless you
Yes.
have the,
Okay. I
the
worked at Pizza Hut.
digestive.
When I was
Huh?
a junior in high school, I worked at Pizza Hut. And, I made hundreds of pizzas. I was making it great, as the
So
slogan
many
said.
pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
And we had anchovies in the fridge, little tins of them, like, just 3 inches long, about 10 little anchovies in there. And in the year I worked there, I think I made like 2 anchovy pizzas. And I kid you not, you open it, it has a little metal key, you twist it off, you take the anchovies, and my hands, I couldn't get the stink off them for like a day. So I'll say this, Choice Z, you're in luck because I don't want to eat them. More for you.
Hey, it's like you got a hold of some bad push.
Dude,
Choice Z, that's all you,
damn it.
brother.
I had my safety on. I had that shit locked behind the fucking key with like the sardines there. And let me say that it's like the sardines. But let me just point this one thing out here, right? Is that even movies with almost no budget, and this is what kills me about the CGI heavy Marvel flicks, you could get at least more than one, but an iconic shot like this. There's no special effects in this shot. There's going to the location, setting up your camera. This is a badass right before the final fight, looking down over, basically the world, if you want to think about it compositionally. It's badass. This is what makes somebody a movie star right here. It's great.
This in the movie now, this would be CGI.
Yep.
And this is what? Splits number 3 now in the movie, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
well, this is number four. He had one when he was young, one when he was training, one with the big guy that he punched in the nuts, and now this one. So he is doing the splits all over the place. This guy.
Yeah.
I think the 7 Hot reporter did the splits that one night, though.
Oh, that's right.
She was split all night.
I will teach you how to do the splits, mon chéri.
You take your legs and keep them apart, and I take my semi-iron on and I put it in there for you.
So he does aerial splits during the final fight.
That's
so I
right.
think that counts. Splits are splits, right?
Oh,
So he's not done splitting.
yeah. Real quick. Oh, Patrick T for $4.99. Forrest Whitaker. I met that dude in a shady bar in New Orleans. I'd like to know more. That sounds very, very interesting. There you go, Patrick T. You earned yourself that one. Thank you.
Boom.
He sounds like he can't make a decision. So anyway, he's gone off to meditate and really center himself and get ready for the fight.
Ready
of his
for this
life.
brawl. The
He goes
brawl
back into
for it all.
Kowloon City, going through these. I mean, it would be a terrible place to live, but for an aesthetic, for a movie, it looks awesome. Obviously, it's hell on earth to live there, but it looks cool. All the grunge and the water and the
It's like
piping.
Dread, man, but in
Right.
real life,
And guess who he runs
Yeah.
into? Tweedledee,
Hey.
dumbass.
The Mentos guys. And so he's walking down this corridor, this alley or whatever this is, and little Chinese police officers keep popping out of these little side hallways, right? So the first Chinese officer to pop out and try to take him into custody, he takes his gym bag and only his gym bag, gives him one to the midsection. Oh, he doubles over, gives him another gym bag shot to the face. That's it. Now, what do you think was in his gym bag? Like a change of clothes? Maybe a wrap, like an ace bandage or something like that? Like, is that heavy enough to render someone unconscious? Like, that wouldn't even make you double over. He's like, oh, then.
It was his bowling bag.
Yeah. Oh, I brought the wrong bag here. Oh.
I heard there was a lot of good bowling in Hong Kong.
God, dude.
I knew I was walking down this corridor.
Did you ever
guys
see
might be there.
the Simpsons episode where France attacks us? And it's like, it shows all of the war council at a table, and they go, we'll teach them to call us frogs. And they go, on their necks.
Yeah, their necks are all blowing in and out. Yeah.
It's so fucking bad, man.
One of my good friends is a
France.
French guy from like Paris, from Paris.
From
And
Gay
I told him
Paris.
about the thing, and he actually thought it was funny and thought it was true. But then he did an
gotta love it.
impersonation. He did an impersonation of American laughing, and it was just it was like just way too much, you know. So I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. That's true.
Right, that's just
Yeah.
jealousy, though. Anytime a country makes fun of us, it's just jealousy. That's
Right.
all.
Oh,
Yeah, we can just
Brian
say,
Knapp
how do you
says
like
the-
not speaking German?
Right.
How do you like not being a fucking lampshade, huh?
Brian Knapp may have the answer of how the duffel bag took them out. It
Yes.
was more bricks, so he could do the dim mak again.
Oh, he brought his dim mock bricks. I didn't think of that.
There you go.
Thank
Could have had a bottle of muscle milk. Guys, he could have had anything in there. That's true.
He had to fucking knock some dude out.
Yeah,
Some
so
heavy
anyway,
shit in there.
the officers, they're going to arrest him with the help of the Chinese police chief or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they start talking, and they pull out a taser and like, you're done. You're coming with us. And how does he? This is
He
so
grabs
corny.
the best
So
way
corny.
ever.
So corny how he gets away from these
Yep.
guys. I just remember.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
ever thought of it. He takes a fucking trash can lid,
Yeah,
right?
made of metal. Made of metal.
and then blocks the spring-loaded prongs coming out of the taser like back at them to zap the police chief, right?
Yeah, it hits the two other officers that came with the police
Now,
chief.
I'm not a professional scientist, but I did remember learning that metal does conduct electricity a lot better than most things.
Probably. It's neck and neck with.
I'm not giving you any safety advice, YouTube. I'm not. I'm just saying, if electronic prongs are launched at me with tens of thousands of volts, I don't think I want to block it with metal. Not advice. I'm a comic book artist. Do not take safety advice from me. I'm just saying metal's a bad choice for electricity, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would think metal's neck and neck with water.
Right.
As far as
And this
conducting.
place is so dingy. He's standing in a puddle of water with a metal trash can.
Nothing can stop me. Oh,
By
He's
the
facing
way,
fucking Benjamin Franklin. He's gonna fly a kite with a key on the string or something like that.
they remedied that, though, in the amazing Van Damme science fiction flick Time Cop. When the guy shoots the taser, he jumps up onto the counter in the
Right.
splits, of course, and it
More
hits the
splits.
water that he's standing in and changes his life.
nice.
John wants to know if I'm an unprofessional scientist. That you could say that.
Extremely unprofessional scientist.
Yeah.
But see, so those guys got zapped with the whole metal deflection thing that defied science. And the chief is over there on his knees, like helping tend to these guys. And if you look in the background, the chick, she like goes over and like, it can't, and then like immediately turns around and chases after Van Damme. It was weird that she was even over there.
Right.
And then so Van Damme's like, let me go in there and fight. I'll meet you at the airport in 2 days or tomorrow, whatever. Because he told him earlier, I'll meet you there in 3 days. Trust me. And they're like, nah, fuck you. You got to go. Then they have the Mentos chase. And then now he's like, I'll meet you there tomorrow. And they're like, okay, fine. You can.
I do like that. They're on this mission to stop him, and they're like, okay, go fight in the tournament, whatever.
All right, we'll see you
his
tomorrow.
Opposition got a little bit more difficult by hard target. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is these guys are.
Yeah, this is a
little
nice.
different.
It's quite a
You know?
jump between this and
Yeah.
Mr. was it Henriksen?
Randall.
Let's
You
talk
don't
about
leave without
fashion.
saying goodbye.
Do you know how in shape you have to be to pull your pants up that high? You cannot have any gut whatsoever if you're gonna wear your pants that high, dude.
Yeah, they're like right under his pecs.
Right.
His wallet is like fucking right by his shoulder blade.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest with you guys. I just came from a science fair. Might surprise you to know there were some Indians there accepting awards.
What?
And I have to be honest with you, I saw a couple of belts in some armpits because that's how Indian kids roll, man. You see a lot of socks and belts up into the armpits.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
Little CEOs
Period.
running around there.
That's how it's done.
That's right.
All right. So the deadly Kumite will reach its ultimate conclusion. Not quite yet.
Love
This
this
is like
fight.
this guy to look Spanish.
Dude, he gives him a run for his money. This is the first opposition,
Right.
true opposition he's ever had. Like this guy gets some
Yep.
licks on him.
They trade kicks. It's beautiful, though. That sequence,
Yeah.
my
The
friends
fighting
and
was
I,
really
we used
well
to
done
love
in
to
this.
reenact that.
Did we get that? Wasn't the guy who got the shin injury?
Oh,
was that
yeah.
guy?
Was that the... No, that was early. I think that was earlier, the guy who got the shit injury.
Yeah, because like Chung Lee beats him again with I haven't beaten, but let me stand him up and give him one final blow.
Right.
And he does
shatters his leg.
like a stomp at an angle and like compound fractures that dude's shin and the bone is like sticking out of his leg. So that had to hurt.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah,
I
and
do
then he
love
gives
all
another.
people gambling still in the crowd. I love the gambling that doesn't make sense. And then
Gives this guy another palm
after
strike.
he defeats that guy, we get one of the all-time lines from him, Chung Lee. Hold on, I have it. Hold on, let me see.
Guys, again, that is all natural.
Yep.
You are next.
True.
There you go.
Yeah, he actually works at a deli now, and it's still scary when he says that.
You're like, I'm not hungry anymore.
Exactly.
Next.
I just want some cold cuts, guy.
What kind of bread?
This guy, I got to tell you, this Chung Lee. Have you ever seen pecs like that on a dude?
Dude, nice
This guy's the
freaking
most
tits.
ridiculous pecs I've ever seen in my life.
Jericho and the Kumite. Make
Nice
it
fucking
happen.
Gains. Hey, nice fucking gains.
Tammy says, look at where his nips are. Yeah, it's pointing south. For
Dude,
sure.
nice pecs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like,
Well, he's got the right physique for bodybuilding because when he wins the first fight, he's like going like this to the crowd, and you notice his arms are a little bit stubby. And a lot of those world class like bodybuilding guys that get huge, they have a little bit stockier build to them, so they have way more leverage. You know what I mean? When you have 7-foot arms like me, you don't. When I bench press, I'm pushing the bar, 2.5 feet. You see the world class guys, they're moving it like 12 inches. You know what I mean? So yeah, he has the right physique to get huge like that.
Yeah, like Ronnie Coleman. I think he was
Right.
under 6 foot. He was like 380 pounds, just fucking muscle everywhere. Ronnie Coleman was huge. Huge.
Everybody
Yeah.
want to be a bodybuilder. Nobody wants
Well,
to
I'll
lift these
tell
heavy
you-
weights.
Dude, he lifted. They said he lifted the weights with dust on him.
man, the thing about this too is one of my favorite channels to watch is Dr. Bo Hightower. You ever watch that channel? You see, he does chiropractic work with bodybuilders and these giant, strong guys. You ever want to see grown men tear up a little bit, cry? You watch a chiropractor go to work. And he, like, at one point he takes his thumb and sticks it into this guy's hip, and the guy goes, "God, what is that?" And he's like, "A leak." And you're like, "Oh fuck, what are you doing to that poor man? He's got like ruptured muscles, dude. That shit's
Yeah.
rough to watch, man." Fuck.
Hey, Gabe, can you pull up a pic of Ronnie Coleman?
Sure.
That dude was giant. Now he's all broken down. He uses walkers and
That shit
Yeah.
is horrendous.
Well,
for you.
Really
I found
sad.
out he had a spinal fracture and some distal, and he kept doing all his squatting and all that. So he just kept killing himself. But Ronnie Coleman was a specimen, dude.
Fucking huge. He was a cop
Jeez.
too, at that size.
You know why I pulled you over? Yeah, no, sir.
No, sir. He's holding up the back of their car, and their tires are still fucking stuck.
Just pulls the roof off like a sardine can.
Dude, look at like the knowledge you have to sculpt. Look at his back to sculpt his body like that and make certain muscles pop out and the striations. That shit's crazy. But this guy was almost 400
people
pounds.
like to get on bodybuilders because they do take steroids and they admit it. it doesn't matter. You still
Yeah.
have to work your ass off. You know,
Yeah.
it's like if you think you're gonna, and I'm not a doctor, and I'm not telling you to take steroids. Don't take them; they're illegal. But if you think you can take a steroid and just all of a sudden get muscles, you're that's not how that works.
No, you
We've
still
all
gotta
seen
go.
the end results of taking steroids and doing nothing.
Yeah,
It's like, dude.
Dude, this guy is fucking
ridiculous. Though one of the greats. Him,
Yeah.
Jay Cutler, of course, Arnold the King.
Arnie,
Yeah.
probably the greatest.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Arnie's
Yeah.
class, Franco Colombo and
Right.
Was it Ronnie Robinson, Sergio something, like all those guys were fucking Lou Ferrigno.
Ridiculous.
The whole
Absolutely
class.
ridiculous. So yeah,
Red
so
Hawk.
it's right before the fight between Chong Li and Frank Dux, Van Damme,
That's right.
and a little
Fucker.
something is stuck
You
like
little
in the pocket of the
motherfucker.
belt. If the pocket of the belt or whatever, see, he's shoving a little something in there for Chong Li. A little something.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is fucking ridiculous.
and then Chong Li's gonna wear Ogre's Harley Davidson headband.
Yep.
He's gonna wear it on his knee. You know,
Disrespect.
right? Look at that mat too. There's just blood all over.
And that's what them UFC mats be looking like, by the end of the
Right.
night. Fucking
Right.
blood everywhere. That shit's gross. Bleeding
Uh.
all over each other and shit. Ugh. But yeah. He's all, you break my record, now I break you like I break your friend. And so Van Damme don't like that. Obviously, he starts, dude, Van Damme's whooping his ass.
Yeah,
And
it's
his
a great
kicking,
fight.
the control of his kicks, multiple kicks at one time. I mean, the jump kicks, dude, Van Damme was legit.
His balance is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then so
Wow.
he kicks him in the stomach like that, and then
Oh, how great is that?
throws him.
I've seen
Yeah.
a million martial arts movie, as most people around here have, and I will say, and I will never back down for this. Van Damme, hands down to me, best on-screen martial artist ever. I don't think Bruce
he's
Lee's
great.
better. I don't think Jackie Chan's better. They're amazing. I think those guys are amazing. I think Van Damme looks the best, spinning and kicking and all that. And what in the world is going on?
Look at
here?
that form, man. That's just
Yeah.
Damn.
perfect. That's a poster.
Yeah, hold on, real sec. I got something. Present video. I have a little bit, one more little video clip, real quick. I won't play too much of it, but watch like a ballerina. Come on, those are so good.
Yeah.
All right, I better stop. That's
Damn.
probably enough.
Dude,
But
fucking
yeah, it's a
awesome.
great fight, great choreography.
Yeah. But greatest ever? I think that's up
For me.
for
Now remember,
debate.
I
but-
know I'm completely biased. I was 12 years old, saw this movie, and it changed my life. So of course I'm completely biased.
No, Van Damme's a shit. But this kick,
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, this dude's face would explode if he hit him with the punch.
Right.
Like you get a running start for that kick. That would be fucking dead.
Dead Spectre for $20. Thank you so much, Spectre. You earned yourself a little Van.
Nice.
It says pineapples on pizza? Absolutely not. I got to read it with my teeth clenched. That's right. Pineapples on pizza? Absolutely not. Pineapples on cooked ham? Most definitely.
So how come the people who are against pineapple do it live? Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I didn't mean to push that button. I was trying to clear it up.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the timing was right and everything.
But
But the
thank
people
you,
who
thank
don't
you
like
for the 20. Very generous, friend. Thank you.
the people who
Right
don't like
on.
the pineapple are angry for some reason, and the people who do
Oh, I
are
hate this
totally
fucking pineapple
cool.
on my pizzas.
The people who like it are like, "Hey man, pineapple on pizza's cool, man.
Hey, man, it's just like whatever, man.
Dude, whatever floats your boat, man."
Uh,
I guess so.
yeah. So it's the it's the crust that throws people off. Is it the tomatoes? Is it the cheese?
It
'Cause
just doesn't
fruit and
belong
cheese-
there.
Fruit and cheese go together. You ever order a charcuterie board? Those things go together.
But that's way more classy ingredients than pizza. But still, and on a charcuterie board, it's not hot. That's
Mm.
weird. If anybody orders a pineapple ham pizza at my house, you will be eating it on the porch. Like
Wow. You have a nice porch?
I do. There's a nice
Okay,
swing
well,
up there.
See,
That
this is the problem, Jericho.
There's a
Like,
nice-
if you come to my house and you order pineapple pizza, you're eating by the pool. It's like, okay, well, fuck, I'm coming over. I don't give a shit what we're eating.
You're going to eat by the chalet.
Exactly. Seriously.
Hey,
Yeah.
eat that pineapple pizza in the guest house, please.
My goal.
in the guest quarters.
I don't give a shit, Jericho, if you are teetotal and have no interest in wine. My goal is to grow this bouillabaisse empire to the point where it goes, If you're at the vineyard and you order pineapple on your pizza, my friend, you are drinking fucking Merlot.
You will be short at sunrise.
Now,
Yeah,
Weapon
man. No, I have
X
a
is
nice
watching-
swing that I restained out in front, so you'll be comfortable while you
Fucking
eat
hell,
that.
man.
While you eat that fucking meth mouth pizza. Fuck that, man. Fuck that,
Wait, what did you
man.
say? Jericho, did you say you have meth mouth pizza out there?
You got
Weapon
that.
X says, what about tortillas with pizza? I could eat a pizza. I guess I could see it if the crust was a tortilla instead. It probably wouldn't be that great, but it'd be passable. But I wouldn't.
As long as it can hold up. As long
Yeah.
as it can hold up, you know, where you can at least fold it. If it can be folded, I'm down for a tortilla pizza. It's got to have some structure.
And Jay Hell,
Yep.
do you cut your pineapple pizza with scissors?
Now that is how you eat it.
That's where I eat all my pizza. I eat it with scissors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it just that one time, the scissors, the pizza was there, so I cut it.
That's the
and then he grabbed the small piece. He didn't even cut it in half. He
That
cut like
bothers-
the
that
point.
bothers you
This
so much.
pisses me off. Who's gonna grab the small piece of pizza?
Did you guys see the
Nobody.
sequel to that movie where he ate the pizza with a hole puncher?
It's gonna take me a while, but I'm committed.
Fucking sly guy.
Oh God.
Right. And for those of you that think I'm playing around, think I'm effing around on the show, look at what my son bought me at Christmas, by the way.
Dude,
Right.
by the way,
I have this.
people,
Okay.
I've seen a photo of Van Damme holding that statue. He is all in on this shit now. Like, he is really...
Oh,
like,
it's
'cause
awesome. I love
He's
this.
got stuff coming out everywhere with his likeness. It's awesome. Bloodsport everywhere. Fucking love it.
That's good.
That's
It's
right.
an iconic movie. It really
Yep.
is. Acting is not good, but it's still an iconic movie. And especially if you're a
Hell
kid. If you're a kid, you don't notice that shit anyway. You don't notice any of that. But yeah, it was aesthetically. Obviously, look at this still pic.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you're watching this movie for what you're seeing on screen here now. If you're
Yeah.
watching it
Yeah.
for like fine Shakespearean acting, it's like you're buying Playboy for the articles. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's not.
Let's get
That's
to
not
the
what we're
tits,
doing.
huh?
This
Let's
movie
get
is
to the
really,
tits.
Chong Li.
what?
Chong Li would be the tits in this movie.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see it. Whatever
Come
tits we
on.
got.
Damn,
let's see
man.
it.
Come on.
Look
How
at it, like-
badass does he look?
Let me tell you this right now, man. You were joking about this flick. I remember when I saw this flick, right, and we, like, I think, now it must have been like 12 or 13. When I saw Van Damme in this movie, I think that was the last time I really considered working out. Because I thought, what's the fucking point? This
Really?
shit is, like, demoralizing. I'm kidding.
And
Damn,
why wasn't there a scene in, because this is what, 88, no, so 94. This is 6 years, Street Fighter was 6 years after this. Why not have a scene like that where they go up the river in the boat right toward the end, where he gets out and he like kicks his ass across, you know, a courtyard or something. He's fighting multiple dudes heading toward, you know, inside to fight Bison. But why not have that? Why not have some fighting in Street Fighter? Even if it's just that, there's nothing though. It was
Yeah.
just
That
some shit
movie-
with guns and.
It's so dumb. It's so bad. It's so bad. I think it's one of those cases where it's like too many cooks in the kitchen. Street Fighter was so popular, and probably
Yeah.
everyone at the studio wanted to give their dumbass opinion. And it's like, guys, this is simple. Just do what made it rich or made it famous already. But they try to
there's-
reinvent the wheel. You know, working
There's so
working
many-
with these companies like the Hollywood companies I used to always work for. There are way too many people in middle management, and the people in middle management, they're typically failed artists. I hate to be mean, but a lot of them are, and there's a reason they failed. They're not very good at it, so they get into management so they can still be around it. Then they give all their dumb opinions, and you get what you get. So,
But I mean, it just doesn't make sense that they.
it seems obvious to us. You're
but there's so
totally
many cooks in the kitchen that nothing got cooked.
right.
Yeah.
You know, all these chefs in there, and there's no food, there's nothing. That's
You know where there's just enough cooks in the kitchen, brother? Pasta Mania.
Dude, I'm telling you.
We will never overcrowd our kitchen, brother.
It's just me back there, brother. I'm running around in this outfit like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, brother. I'm doing the pasta, the garlic bread, brother, the Caesar salads. I'm lifting that lettuce up high like I did Andre in the Pontiac Silverdome, brother. and I'm getting the croutons, brother. Just give me a second. I'll get it to your table, brother.
So wait, Hulkster. Not only are you the chef, you're the sous chef, and you're the waiter?
I do it all, brother. That's why I'm sweating like a hooker in church when you see me, brother. I'm going to this table. I'm going to that table. I'm getting you beers, brother. I'm getting you Chianti, brother.
All right. Well, okay. Hey, I wanted to ask you real quick. How is the competition between you and Arnold's Hot Pies? How's that going right now?
There is no competition, brother. I was here. Pasta Mania first, brother. And I'll be here when he's long gone. Never mind, brother. I got to go make some food.
Dude. No, I mean... I agree with you guys on Street Fighter, man. Way too many Coke in the kitchen. There was just
wrong C word.
Yeah, a lot of blow. But
Had to
Patrick T.
Had to be.
Patrick T. I don't like it, but you've earned it. So here you go.
There you go.
All right.
Man.
Well, the first rule of improv comedy is to never disagree with the premise. But I'm going to disagree with you right here, Patrick T. Mexican food, California can never be trash because I live in California and I make Mexican food and I make it delicious. So not unlike Hulk Hogan making delicious pasta for all the boys and girls out there that need that nutritious pasta, to grow big and strong. I make delicious, nutritious Mexican food in my house.
That is it.
In California.
That's one of the more outlandish comments I've ever seen in my life. Mexican food in California is trash.
Well,
he paid, let me read it. Patrick T for $5. Thank you, friend. Mexican food in California is trash. It belongs with pineapple on pizza. Wait, I gotta grit my teeth. It's trash. It belongs with pineapple on pizza. Hatch green chilies are from New Mexico. Herb sophisticates. So there you go.
Yeah, Hatch Valley, New Mexico is where Hatch chilies are from. Mexican food in California is fucking delicious. I don't know if you've ever been, or maybe you pick the one bad place, but
he went to a Taco Bell in his defense.
They told me to run to the border. I got here and it got diarrhea. No,
hey,
that's
man,
Taco
you gotta
Bell's
run
the
to the
official
border with
Mexican
the Raiders, man.
Hey, if you're with the Raiders, you're gonna run to the border, fucker, because you're probably on the run from the cops, eh?
I'm telling you right now, guys,
from
though,
the puercos, eh?
my one of my guilty pleasures that I love, period, is New Mexican style sopapillas, man. That's a total growing up in Tennessee thing, maybe, I don't know. But in Texas too, in El Paso when we go visit family there. But holy cow, man!
Depending on where you are, the sopapillas are different. My grandma would make them this way. You tell me if this is what you're talking about. They had a tortilla factory, my grandparents, so a fresh flour tortilla.
Dude, you're killing me. I'm hungry, man.
Drop it in the deep fryer. Pull it out of the deep fryer. Cinnamon, sugar, and honey. That was our sopapillas. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But wait, but now the ones I'm talking about are the puffy ones.
Right. Well, this would get big because you drop the tortilla in and it would balloon up like a pita.
There's some people have the flat, crispy ones. That's the New Mexican style New Mexico style that I love, and it is, oh my god, it's to die for. You can't really get it up here, but it's freaking delicious, man. I miss that shit from the South.
California Mexican food is ridiculous.
Let's settle this. You guys just treat me to Mexican food when I come out there. I'll let people know, and you guys can say, we'd love to help you guys settle this, but Schaff died. He ate himself.
He did. He died doing what he loved.
I'll be sent to Jericho's chalet to eat pineapple pizza.
Yeah, you can't eat that inside my home.
You go get in the Olympic swimming pool and eat your pineapple pizza.
Take your golf course across the grounds and get that pizza away from here. Definitely.
Go out to the guest mansion right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Looking like he had too much Taco Bell. Chong Li is down on his knees because Van Damme has got the upper hand.
Just bubble guts. Now, number one, who the fuck does not see him pulling something out of his waistband for like 30 seconds? He's fumbling around in there. There's people 360, the crowd. They can see everything. There's judges everywhere. I don't know where. I guess the judge is standing on one side, but there are people who can see, especially if you don't want him to win. You mean all those people betting money, some of them bet against Chung Li, and they're going to see that and be like, nope,
I'm not going to say a word.
Stretching or adjusting or something like that.
I don't give a shit what's going on in the fight. Gotta call timeout. Somebody reaches in their pants.
Yeah, come on.
It doesn't matter.
Like 20
what
seconds.
What were you doing? I just was adjusting my junk. Now I'm ready to put my hands on your face. No, fucker. All employees must wash hands. What the fuck
and then what he does after this is even more egregious.
But first. Thank you, Patrick T, for $1.99. Very generous friend. Y'all have no clue. Pikers. Oh, hang on. Gotta grit my teeth. Y'all have no clue. Pikers. Hail Sean. I don't know what any of that meant.
Me neither.
With the Pikers, I'm unsure.
Hail Sean.
You're making it rain, Patrick T.
Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Making it rain.
Oh, tacos de tripas for the win. I've never had that. Ooh, that gross.
Oh, no, I'm cool.
Is it cool? I've never had it. It sounds gross.
Nah, tripas, that's the intestines.
No, okay, because I've seen somewhere it was the breast gland, the breast tissue from the cow. So
I don't know. Tripas means your guts.
Guts. It does mean your guts. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the stomach lining shit they put in menudo, which is also gross as fuck. Know. No thanks.
Grody.
But tacos de tripas. Yo no sé.
My current favorite is al pastor right now. Oh, so good.
Oh, the bibira tacos. Those are the best.
The birria, those are good, but the
birria. Oh man, the birria
became trendy. I don't know if it's trendy in Northern California, but in Southern California, everything is birria. Everything. It's birria is like a consomme, like a soup stock of the red, like enchilada flavor with the beef. For those of you out there that don't know, and what they're doing now, in like the last 2 years, is making tacos, and you dunk them in that. They give you a cup of it to dunk when you eat. I've never seen it before, like 2 years ago. And there's a place called El Gordo here in San Diego. It's very good.
The Fat Boy.
The Fat Boy. Mm-hmm. And they have queso birria tacos. So it's cheese, beef, onions, and a red corn, like it dunked in the enchilada powder, and then into the hot. Shanti, are you drooling? It's
I'm
birria.
Dying.
Yeah, so traditional birria tacos. So you take it's like roast beef, You like pull apart shreds, fall apart beef, and then you put it inside of a taco, corn tortilla shell or a corn tortilla, fold it in half, fry it, and then you have that, like you mentioned, that red. It's like a red, it's the broth.
It's the broth from braising.
But it's more than that. It has like it has some body to it.
Well, you put a little oregano, you put a little bit of lime, you put it's so fun.
Yeah, it has some body to it, and you take then you take the whole
of all the collagen from the connective tissue.
Yeah, so you get that collagen on your lips. Yeah. Delicious. But you dip the whole taco. Like they can give you the juice, you can dip the cup, but traditionally they dip the whole damn taco in that for you and put it on your plate.
Right.
Man, after I had the birria taco, I'll never have a regular poor person taco again.
Right.
Later this evening, cut to a farm in Rhode Island.
God.
Cattle just sitting there, and Sean's going like Jack Nicholson and Wolf, jumping over the fence.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I love ID. This is a funny comment here. My favorite part of this movie is that it never happened. Respect the long con.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I forgot to grit my teeth on that. My favorite part of this movie is that it never happened. Respect the long con.
Fuck her.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah, anyway, this is the worst ever. So he's
the long con. He's
go watch the next picture. Look at how egregious this is.
This is some pretty egregious.
Look at that. You don't see him throwing powder in his fucking eyes.
Right. So before the fight, remember, his guy stuck something in his waistband.
Let's be clear about this. Those two are very fucking close because that guy's like, here, I'm going to put something in your pants, Charlie. Here we go. Oh, what's this? The roll of quarters?
He's all, not right now.
I know. Oh my God, Julius. They can all see us.
He's like,
you're such an animal. Can't you wait till later?
Don't stick your hand so far down my shorts this time.
Right. Exactly.
Keep it at the waistband.
You hit Florida.
Right.
Too low.
So he blinds Van Damme.
Dude, throws powder in his fucking eyes.
Cocaine.
Now look. They got all these rules. I'm sure one of them is you can't fucking blind your opponent and keep fighting.
How would they know that Van Damme is blind, though, from looking at the next slide? I mean, no ref is gonna know that this man can't see.
Right.
Shit.
But he's like feeling around, and like
I mean,
Chung Li
they
is
were
like
selling
throwing. He's throwing the ref, at him, so he would think that. Look at that shit. And he's not that blind. He's just a little blurry. Get up.
Yep.
Can't see. Can't see.
Yep.
I
I was
wonder
dude,
what
the
powder
same
was.
reaction every time they get rid of the McRib.
Ah!
Right. I like how his friends
Ew,
are.
gross.
Oh, she's semi-hot and she's semi-concerned.
She's like, ew,
Yeah.
gross.
She's like,
He's
oh,
like
not
stuffing
good.
his eyeballs. Gross. So he
He's got
obviously
like
can't fucking see.
This is the fucking scene from Christmas Story where Ralphie comes in blind. It's like I was shocked they didn't cut to him with the glasses and the stick and just going, oh, fuck.
Told him the whole damn movie. You shoot your eye
Dude.
out, kid.
Yep.
No way, you shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. And then what happened?
Yep.
Told him. You know, the director of that movie, him and his son got killed in a head-on collision.
That's terrible.
Fuck, are you serious?
Yeah, some drunk, illegal
Fuck.
immigrant hit him
Have
head-on.
you guys ever seen? Hold on a second. Have you ever seen what someone did with this scene and made it a heavy metal concert?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta see this. Is fucking amazing. It's called The Blood. It's on YouTube, but I saw it years ago. Hold on, let me share it. Stop screen. Present.
Right on. No,
Someone added some stuff to it. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Is it up there? Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Some
Sorry,
beautiful
taking
Google
too long.
images.
I'll get it. I'll get there. I promise. Okay, here it is. Okay, present. Share screen. Make sure the sound is on. Yeah, here it is. You're gonna love this, Sean. Someone's added instrument.
No. Oh shit!
Watch, it gets better though. It gets better. I don't know what the hell that is. I saw that years ago. I thought it was so good.
God.
I thought it was so good. Oh,
Fucking hell.
golly. Let me just say, I love this movie so much. And I love you guys being here, like Jericho and Sean doing this with me, this crazy show that I thought of a year ago. And you guys, the chat, we have channel members. That's like unbelievable to me. Guys, we're going to have like some merch. I have my own website, the web developer. I had a Zoom meeting with him today. My website's done. I just have to supply him some art. So I have t-shirts we're coming up with. Should I show any of that, or what'd you guys think? Like, should I show one or two?
What, should we wait till we launch the site there? Because, man, people are going to want it then.
Right.
You got to be ready to have that
Okay,
link,
I'll hold
man.
off. I'll hold off.
Let's hold, because
but
I want us to move those shirts for you, brother. That's what we got to do.
I don't know. I'm just feeling very excited, very happy that everyone's
Oh, dude, I mean, your call.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great.
Oh,
This
hold
shit's
off.
beautiful.
I'll hold off because I want to rework some of it. I want to rework some of it.
You
but,
know, by the way, it's not easy for me. We need to think about how Sean feels in this situation. I think it's important, dreams coming true. But Gabe shows me so much cool shit I can't talk about every fucking day, man.
we're
brutal.
I keep telling everyone, no one is having more fun than us, dude. We're having fun.
Yeah, man.
I'll show one shirt.
Amen.
I can't resist.
Yeah,
This
you got to
is
do
the
it,
design
man.
I did.
Fucking beautiful.
And, we all are. This is, I don't have a Rambo license. This is not a Rambo shirt. It's
No,
a
not at all.
different person named John who gives wilderness tours.
Yep.
No? So nothing is over. Nothing. John's wilderness tours. They drew first blood.
That's right.
So,
Not me.
Man,
They drew first blood. Not me.
it's not a Rambo
wanted
shirt. It's different guy
lunch.
named John. Different guy.
Just want to be really clear about this. This is about a different John, but this John just wanted lunch. It's all he
Yep.
fucking wanted for his service. Lunch.
All of this could have been avoided with a sack of greasy cheeseburgers. That's
Right.
it.
Fucking embarrassing.
Right.
That's it.
And Hunch the Dirty Roofer, if you're out there, one of the great fans, thank you for recommending that book, First Blood. Holy shit, that's a
Amen.
great book.
Hell
If you guys haven't read it or get the audiobook, if you can afford it or whatever, it's totally worth it. First Blood is a great book. It's as good as the movie, but it's different a little. It's way more intense. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Movie's awesome, but the book's awesome. So they're fighting here. He's blind fighting now. It's pretty heroic.
Yep.
He's
That's
doing all
right.
these awesome jump, spin kicks. Can't see shit. You know.
Blind as a bat.
Oh,
See,
my
air
God.
splits.
Incredible.
Our 5th splits of the movie.
Air splits.
Yeah. Dang.
The air he is getting there is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy. There was a bunch of springs in that floor.
No shit, man.
Because,
That's
man,
Michael
crazy.
Jordan-esque. Jeez.
He got up
But
there.
look at those limbs of his. Now I know there's foreshortening because of the perspective, but guys like Van Damme and Chung Li, they're a little stocky on the length of their limbs, and it makes them like super athletic, a lot of leverage, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Damn.
Then he proceeds to beat the crap out of his face with the bottom of his foot.
Yeah. And he gets him right here. Say it. Say it.
Yeah.
Basically saying uncle. I can't remember what the term is. The word.
Oh yeah. I don't remember it either, but he makes
made
him. He makes him quit.
admit defeat. Yeah, he's
Right.
basically tapping
Yeah.
out the verbal.
And he
tap
doesn't
out.
want to, and he's really cranking his head. He's like not
Yeah.
breaking his
Oh,
neck,
yeah.
but he keeps going. He's gonna break his neck and kill this guy. And he says, "Say it, say it." The dude
And then he
finally
says it, uncle, uncle, uncle,
Yep.
and he lets him up.
right.
Oh, it's
he
mate.
wins.
That's what it is. Mate.
Oh, okay, Mate. Okay,
Mate.
thank you, ID Crisis, Mate.
Uncle.
It's
No,
not
he
on-
says, no, he goes, I don't understand. Could you say, what's the French? Do the French, uncle. He fucking did it.
mais uncle, mon
Uncle.
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 Oh, man.
So then Chairman, whatever, the guy that oversees all this murder, death, and mayhem.
Yeah. Chairman, we haven't seen you since the opening ceremonies.
And then
It was the
what
other
does
two
he win
guys.
there? He gets a sword. Does he get? Is it
Yeah.
his master sword or is it? I don't know what.
No, and I think it's another one.
Oh, it's whoever wins the tournament gets the sword. And is that why his master had the sword originally? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Is that why?
I
Maybe
mean, he's a
that's
Japanese dude, so a Japanese
Yeah.
martial arts master. So it's not un-
Yeah, I mean, it would
Heard
be
of him
if this is a
having
Chinese
katana.
tradition, Chinese sword. It probably isn't the same, but
Yeah.
still.
And John dropped the link to that Bloodsport heavy metal band if you guys want to
God bless.
show your friends
Yeah.
that because that's pretty hilarious.
Genius.
So yeah, so he wins the award, goes back to talk to brain injury again. I like-
Drinking
I
a
like
beer
how
in the hospital.
The
I
hospital's
can't
letting him
wait
have
till
a
the
beer.
Kumite starts.
You know what's good? Don't take medical advice from me, but alcohol does thin your blood, and if you are bleeding from the brain, you probably
Still.
don't want to thin your blood if you're bleeding.
Still, remember he was unconscious, spot on the blood on the bandage. Now he's conscious, blood on the same spot on the bandage. But let's give him not only a blood thinner, but something that could possibly make him hard to control.
There you go. And real quick,
It's
real
going to
quick,
be a long flight to Hong Kong. Poor guy.
Oh, thank you,
Beautiful
Patrick T
Patrick.
for
Fucked him
10.
up.
Thank you. Yeah. Michelin ratings on restaurants are created by England now. I grew up on Creole and soul food in New Orleans. Work on your restaurant game, Cali weirdos. I forgot to grit my teeth. Michelin ratings on restaurants are created by England now. I grew up on Creole and soul food in New Orleans. Work on your restaurant game, Cali weirdos. Winky face. We will
I
work
feel
on
like
it.
we need to have Wilford Brimley for our new Nolans members going, we go and put arrow into everyone who is nauseous, yeah.
It don't fade. Ho, ho, ho.
I have to
You
say
know
that-
People futa.
Patrick T, I've wanted to go to New Orleans for years because
Yeah,
I've
man.
always wanted to go to Mardi Gras because it's cultural and I love art and culture and history. I
Food
find it
is
just so
fucking good.
fascinating, like most people do. I'm not unique in that way. I finally got to go to New Orleans a year and a half ago. I drove cross country to Disney World with my wife, and I love New Orleans. Stayed at a hotel in the French Quarter. Went to Cafe Du Monde, had beignets and their chicory root coffee. Ate some real. I think we had like etouffee and we had gumbo and we had all kinds of crap
Yeah.
at this like open air restaurant. And it was awesome. So your city, if you're from New Orleans, I don't know if you're from there, love it. Again, can't wait to go back.
God,
Love New
the
Orleans.
food
Thought it
is
was awesome.
But why would they let a Michelin rating, which is rating a restaurant and the food and stuff, why would they give it to a country like England that has some of the worst fucking food
Dude,
ever?
you absolutely hit it, man.
What the
fuck? England? They're not known for their food.
I thought that Michelin was an American company, right? Michelin tires isn't that an American company?
I think it's a different Michelin. I don't think they have anything to do with food.
No, it is. It's literally the tire company that does it. Because they would print these old guides that were Michelin. When you bought tires or whatever, I guess you could get a guide. If you're driving our tires all across the country, stop here at this hotel, stop here at this restaurant. We give it 1 star, we give it 2. So it's just like a little casual thing. And then it caught on and became the most prestigious thing. I'm not making that up. That's really
it's true.
The tire company and the food, it's the same company.
So. And let me say this, though, too. This is the weird thing about England, and I've heard this from way too many fucking Indian people for this not to be the case. I mean, Indian immigrated to the States. The best Indian food they've ever eaten is in London, is in England. So there's some serious.
There's a big Indian population there. Yeah.
Fucking hell yeah. But
isn't the national dish of England chicken tikka masala? Right? That's
let me tell you this right now, guys. While you are correct, Jericho, there is a massive Indian population in England. There are also 1.35 billion Indians in India. And the fact that tiny little fingernail of Indian population is apparently crushing it with their cuisine is a credit to the force.
Why are there so many Indians, Shant? Is it a religious thing? They don't do birth control like Catholics used to never do it? Or what is it?
So I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen bachelorette parties where they give out this book called the Kama Sutra.
Oh, yeah.
That was written in a country called India.
Oh. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of those pages, you're not going to get pregnant doing certain things. So.
Well, most of them are stuck together.
Oh, okay.
Somebody was doing something.
Yeah, Patrick T, man. Making it rain tonight.
That's right. That's right. Make it rain, make it rain.
Don't forget to grit your teeth. Don't forget to grit your teeth.
Beignets are crap. You can put confectionery sugar on a tire and it would taste good. France created Michelin tires. There you go. There you go.
I'm just
France created
right now,
Michelin tires? No way.
It's a French word, Michelin.
But the tire company, that's American, isn't it? I'm gonna figure this
Can I just say this too? I really
the car was invented in America.
I'm very interested now in trying confectioner sugar on a tire for some reason.
Yeah.
It's that hour.
I'll be right back. Let me head out to the garage.
Yeah, by the way, this guy looks like he's recovering from a gunshot to the head. Can we just say that it's like, oh man, same bandage, everything's wrong with this?
Yeah, have they changed it? Jeez.
I don't think they have, no.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? His nostrils are feeling it right now.
He's good at playing a dumb one gum. Did you beat up the bad man? Right. So then, so they're back. They're at the airport now, standing right in front of the giant engine. That's what you want to do. No, and gonna load up Frank Dux, and take him back to this man's Air Force.
Yeah, Michelin tires. They're a French company.
Huh, a bunch of you're not gonna drive on them anymore.
Frogs. No, if they're the right price, I'll do it. They only go in reverse though.
They're semi-hot tires.
Oh.
All right. So then he gets on the plane to head back to America. The Kumite
Mentos guys.
And I feel like just like Erica Eleniak, who's dressed in her navy blues and doesn't belong on the deck.
Nope.
Yes.
Semi-hot gives him one of these. She gives him that and like bows to him. And it's so awkward. You can see it on her face too. She's embarrassed. She's embarrassed, and we are embarrassed for her doing this.
Yeah. Thank God this is the last scene.
This is the corniest thing in a corny movie.
That's a Marine salute right there.
She didn't earn that at all. Why would she be doing that?
No, I know.
Why
did you do it back? For God's sake, that's when someone does that. Just turn your back and walk away, man.
And respect, he just turns around.
He runs down the ladder and gives her a fucking flying sidekick like he did the fucking Chun-Li. But you can see her in the audience talking into her fucking recorder in front of everybody, like trying to hide it.
That's the worst secrecy shit I've ever seen.
1,000 people in that room, but trust me, they're all looking at you.
Yes.
Oh, she gave him the semi-hot salute.
Semi-hot salutes are the worst.
Oh God.
Well, there you
The
go.
worst.
This motion picture is based upon true events in the life of Frank W. Dux.
Amen.
That's right, guys.
Hell,
And for those of you that came in late, Viking Samurai is a great YouTube channel. He's a cool dude. I talked to him actually because I don't know. We found out about each other. We started talking privately. He's an awesome dude that has a channel that's all about the exact same movies we are into here. And he's interviewed Frank Dux multiple times. Just as recently, I think last week, he posted another segment of an interview. He interviews tons of luminaries from martial arts and Hong Kong cinema and all kinds of stuff like that. So check out Viking Samurai. Not being paid or anything like that. I'm just a huge fan of his channel. So I want to encourage people to check that. It's a fun channel. So, yeah, Frank Dux, all his records here. Fun movie. This is the movie that got the ball rolling for me on really, really being just in love with tournament fighting and Street Fighter and just all this stuff that was so prevalent in the late 80s and early 90s. This really made me just a solid fan of action movies. Because before it was science fiction for me, I was a huge fan of Star Wars. Everything was Star Wars from like age 3 to basically when I saw this. And then this is like, oh, I like this better. So, this was everything. So, let's see this. Got a jet. I'll catch you on the next time. Well, thank you for being here. And I hope you're still here so you can see your... Oh, Megan, yes, please. Thank you, very generous, friend. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to do it twice. So nice, I did it.
Didn't mean to do it twice. You don't get
that's
twice.
So, any thoughts, Jericho, Sean? Thoughts at the end of this masterpiece, cinematic masterpiece?
Amen.
I mean, yeah, if you're for back in the day when I was a kid, yeah, this is great. But watching it now, the only good parts are on the mat. But glad I watched it.
Now. If you're a kid growing up in Chattanooga and seriously, like your dreams, like especially growing up in the Tennessee Valley in that area just south of Appalachia, you got a few dreams in your life, and one of them is to get out, but you're getting out with the hopes that you're going to find a semi-hot wife. And this
if you're lucky enough.
If you're lucky enough. And I mean, you know what I mean? Like, not great teeth, but decent teeth. On the girl,
she's got enough teeth. She's got
exactly. She's got 7 teeth, 3 are in her pocket. But the point is this: you love the girl. That's all I'm saying.
Ew.
I'm leaving that up the rest of the show. I'm just gonna leave that.
The end is what we call this shot.
Let's see. Can we have a wine grape lady for old time's sake? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why the hell not?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Let's go find wine grape lady.
Hey, stop! Stop! I can't breathe. Stop! No! Oh
boy,
dear!
I think she's actually hurt.
No, I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt. She took a hard fall.
I love her colleagues so much. Oh no!
I think she needs a new sternum.
Shit.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
Oh my gosh! Well, guys, I was
Legendary.
gonna say we're gonna do a little Van Damme here. We're in a Van Damme patch. But Jericho, what did you receive in the mail today? Would you like to show the class?
I would.
Amen.
Not unlike Voltron, all 3 of us combining into one. Well, hold on, I'll make it big. Jericho received his copy from his friend, me, Gabe El Taib. I sent him that in the mail. And now Jericho has here. Let me put us all on here one at a time like an idiot. Jericho has his. I have mine. Shant has his. Do we want
I have mine. I was looking for it to see where I put it, man, but it's around here somewhere.
I'm not gonna go grab mine's in the living room. You're gonna have to take my word for it. I have it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Do we want to do that next week, or do we want to go to Kickboxer?
I say we stay in the JCVD vein.
Yep.
That's what I was feeling.
This movie deserves its own space.
Yeah, it does.
It does. This is what Gabe looks at when he's writing these out. That's right. Or even when I'm not writing it. I have a poster of this on the ceiling in my bedroom.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I tell you what,
Just on
man.
your side, though. Not just on your side.
Yeah, when you visit Gabe's house, he just takes out this like long rack and he's like of banana hammocks and he's like, when
That's
you're at
right.
my house,
Right.
you put this on.
Hammock
And
up.
it is what it is.
Hammock up.
Kumite.
Fight to survive.
All right, guys. Well, it's already 11 here on the West Coast. Wow, the
Man.
West Coast, the West Coast.
Only
Listen, it's
2:10
been a
here.
lot of fun. You guys are very generous. We had some more people join the channel. That was awesome.
Right on.
Guys, hit the like, subscribe. We have links in the chat to follow Shanth on YouTube. You got it. If you're not subscribed to Shanth, what are you doing? Subscribe to Jericho.
you doing
Come
over
on.
here?
And check out Shanth. Shanth showed me some amazing artwork from Nosferatu that I can't show anybody.
Me
And,
too.
that book is just about done cooking. So check that out. There's a link in there. Hit the like and subscribe, and then let your friends know. We're having a ton of fun here. It's just getting better all the time. I got two of the best guys I know in the world with me here, and all of you guys make this place awesome. Next Wednesday, March 29th, 7 p.m. Pacific, Kickboxer. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You thought this movie was insane. Wait till you see Kickboxer. Oh, my gosh. What a movie that is.
It's been a while. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
It has. It has. Okay, guys. Have a great week, and we will talk to you later.